Double Goku comparison. This Saiyan is too curly. 51 Kelin worships the sky. Super Saiyan debuts. Piccolo. Actually, Vegeta should be thankful. Back then Vegeta was a total bad guy. That Sonny Goku could have killed him, but didn't. Because of Vegeta's talent. At least he got into his eyes and was kept by him. In that world, even if I wanted to compete with him, I couldn't keep up. Kelin, yeah. He was far surpassed us in that era, and he can't help at all. However, as soon as Kelin finished saying this, the picture changed. In a blink of an eye, Sonny Goku invited Piccolo, Kelin, Shinhan, and Yamcha. I want to take a few of them to Namek together. The arrangement is also very simple. Sonny Goku and Vegeta go to fight Frieza and clean up Frieza's men. They are responsible for collecting the Dragon Ball. Moreover, they were also required to practice along the way. Everyone froze for a moment. Kelin, what is he thinking, forcing us to make progress? Yamcha, no way, you actually took us with you. Are you using us as tool people too? Shinhan became visibly excited, and said, well, I can go to Namek with me, and I will definitely make great progress. Piccolo, great, I also went to Namek in that world, I must assimilate Nailu. Master Roshi narrowed his eyes and said, it seems that he doesn't want to fight alone, he knows how to find helpers? Wise, a person's power can be very strong, but energy is limited after all. What he did this time is quite right. Bulma didn't want to be separated for too long, so she followed the spaceship and headed for Namek. On the way, Bulma was in charge of controlling the spaceship, and everyone else began to practice. Vegeta also begged Sonny Goku to stab him several times. However, without enough practice, simply getting stuck with bugs cannot improve too much. Later, Vegeta also practiced frantically. Thanks to the fact that Sonny Goku is enough celestial beings, otherwise it wouldn't be enough for these people. During the voyage, the red screen gradually faded away. The blue light curtain gradually lit up. Krillin, Bulma and Gohan have all reached Namek. Vegeta arrived first and has been tossing on Namek for a long time. Whether it's Kiyi who mocked him, or Dodoria who always disliked him, they were all killed by him. Sabo beat Vegeta half to death after transforming, and then healed him. As a result, Vegeta, who had soared in combat power, was killed by him on the spot. Vegeta became the one who slaughtered the most Frieza's army. He nearly killed all of Frieza's most powerful men. Kelin and Gohan have also experienced potential stimulation and greatly improved their strength. Later, the Genuit team came, showing them the most trendy dance moves of Dragon Ball. Gohan has a lot to gain. Those dance steps are deeply memorized, and they have been slightly improved. But the strength of the Genuit team is too strong. The two groups of Gohan, Kelin and Vegeta were hostile from the beginning, but later had to cooperate to fight the enemy. Finally, after Vegeta sprung several times, Sonny Goku also arrived. At this moment, the strength displayed by Sonny Goku has already shocked Vegeta. Sonny Goku has a kind heart and is only responsible for defeating, while Vegeta is cruel and is responsible for beheading. They defeated the Genuit team, but Vegeta took the most kills, and the MVP was well deserved. After the Dragon Ball made a wish, Frieza's wish was destroyed. They finally met Frieza, the real estate boss of universe. Piccolo also assimilated the dying Nu, and his strength reached a new height. Can deal with Frieza. In the first and second stages, Vegeta was just jealous of Sonny Goku at first, and later found out that even Piccolo was better than him, so he was furious. Then by chance, he discovered End, a treasure nanny, and swiped his passive once. Namek was still no match for Frieza, and was still blasted by him. And Frieza did the right thing, killing Dend before the team started. After a series of casualties, Frieza was still not killed. Frieza was furious after narrowly surviving under the huge spirit bomb. He didn't say a word. The superpower grabbed Kelin to the sky, and crushed him to death. At this moment, the audience was shocked. Krillin keeps scratching his scalp. Frieza clenched his fists tightly. If Krillin hadn't been killed, maybe Sonny Goku would have died from exhaustion. It was his pinch that ignited Sonny Goku's anger. Super Saiyan was born at this moment. From the moment the golden light came on, Frieza had already begun to perish. Earth's Dragon Ball brought everyone back to life. The Dragon Ball's wish from the Namek planet moved everyone except Sonny Goku and Frieza to Earth. The Great Elder of Namek also passed on the Dragon Ball to Elder Mulai at the last moment of his life. On Namek, Frieza destroys the planet's core. After Goku defeated Frieza, he fled to Team Genuit's spaceship and barely survived. By chance, he flew to Yadrake. Everyone gasped as they watched the trip to Namek. This journey can be described as extremely dangerous, but everyone's strength has made great progress, especially Goku, the fastest growing. Even after Kelin sacrificed to the sky, he transformed into Super Saiyan and achieved a qualitative leap. The Dragon Ball on Namek can be recovered in 130 days. On Earth, Shenron keeps going up into space. Dumplings, Shinhan, Yamcha. All those who died in the battle were resurrected one after another. When everyone on Earth made a wish to revive Son Goku, they knew he was still alive. And Vegeta stayed on Earth, waiting for Son Goku to come back. Vegeta knew that Goku was still alive and went to practice again. Greatly stimulated, angry that I am a super genius, but I can't be the first to transform into Super Saiyan, set foot on the universe and start a solo practice. Until the cyborg Frieza and King Cold came to Earth, Vegeta hadn't transformed successfully. However, future Trunks appeared, transformed into Super Saiyan. As Saiyan, who is the most unruly in all Dragon Ball, the shot was all out, easily killing Frieza and King Cold in seconds. Vegeta's pride was pressed to the ground again and rubbed hard. Soon after, Super Saiyan Son Goku returned. From the boy's mouth, everyone knew the enemy that would appear in the future. Started hard practice again. The blue light curtain gradually faded away. The red light curtain lit up again. The picture unfolded, and it was on the green planet Namek. Bulma still wanted to probe the air, but everyone had already set foot on this green land. 52 Vegeta the Reckless, Operation Namek. Piccolo looked at this green planet with excitement in his eyes. This is Namek, my hometown. Just standing here and enjoying the sunshine is very comfortable. Kelin looked around cautiously, and said, there is a lot of chi on this planet. And there are many, all very powerful and evil, Yamcha added. Son Goku nodded. It seems that Frieza and the others have come. Unless you are fighting, don't raise your breath easily. Pay attention to concealment. A hook hangs from the corner of Vegeta's mouth. There was also a bloodthirsty look in his eyes. This breath perception is really useful. Frieza only has this kind of strength. He, Frieza, and your dogs, Kui, Dodoria, Sabo. Your master Vegeta is here. As soon as the words fell, Vegeta suddenly flew towards the place with strong breath. Vegeta, what are you doing? However, as soon as the words fell, Vegeta had disappeared. The corner of Kelin's mouth twitched and said, that guy is too reckless. Will he die? Yamcha clenched his fist and said, that idiot. Bulma was also taken aback when she saw Vegeta flying directly towards the direction with strong aura. Turning his head to look at Son Goku, he complained, that guy is too reckless. He is dead for doing this. I don't know why you want to train him. He is not obedient at all. Son Goku shrugged his shoulders with a hint of joking on his face and said, good words are hard to persuade. Damn ghost, I can't help it. I made a bet with him. If he beats Frieza, I'll play with him. He seemed impatient to prove himself. Bulma was stunned for a moment, and said in surprise, are you crazy? Son Goku patted Bulma on the shoulder and said, do you think that brat can win? Don't say he can't transform into Super Saiyan. Even if he can, he is not my opponent. There was a weird expression on the corner of Bulma's mouth. How do you feel that you have worked so hard to train him, but let him die? Don't say that. I didn't. You have also seen that, with his personality, he will definitely not listen to good words of advice. So, I can only ask Boss Frieza to teach him a lesson. Anyway, even if he dies, there is a Dragon Ball that can be resurrected, no problem. Everyone was speechless after hearing this. People watching the movie looked at Vegeta after seeing this scene. Topo, unexpectedly, Vegeta, the second child of Wanyan in the 7th universe, was so second back then. He deserves to be the second child of Wanyan. It's unbelievable that I was defeated by that guy. Vegeta's face turned red for a moment. At this moment, Vegeta sees himself back then, with that invincible character. He is almost dead. Vegeta said angrily, Kakarot, you bastard, you are plotting against me again? Son Goku said in surprise, hey, Vegeta, don't curse. That's Son Goku from another world, not me. Vegeta, I didn't say anything about you. Don't take your place, you idiot is not worthy of counting on me. Number 18 covered her mouth and smiled. Vegeta is a reckless man. He was still pretentious with his strength back then. In the end, I was beaten. Number 17, however. He is indeed a genius. He has grown fast enough. After a few days we were no match for him. Number 18 nods. Yes, there is nothing to say about talent. Kelin looked up at the sky, pretending not to see it. Weiss looked at Vegeta on the screen, with a smile on the corner of his mouth. Turning his head to look at Vegeta again, he said to everyone, actually, being overconfident is one of Mr. Vegeta's strengths. No matter how Mr. Goku breaks through, he can catch up to him in a short time. His strength is now far behind yours. Kelin, that's right, he's really talented. Those of us who can keep up with Goku, we're all too far behind Goku. Master Roshi, Vegeta is a genius. It's just that his heart is a bit weak. Originally Vegeta was about to transform in anger, but when he heard people say he was a genius, Weiss said that was his strength, and Vegeta's complexion improved a little. Who knows? Frieza laughed again. Oh ho 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 ho, I'm about to see the beautiful picture of me beating Vegeta fat. I'm really looking forward to it. The red light curtain continued to play. Bulma took out a Dragon Ball radar, and as soon as the radar was turned on, it started beeping. Bulma said excitedly, sure enough, the Dragon Ball on planet Namek also reacted. Goku, what's next? Son Goku looked at the crowd and made arrangements. It's actually very dangerous here. There are many powerful subordinates besides Frieza. However, they have the disadvantage of relying too much on detectors. Therefore, as long as you pay attention to concealment and suppress your breath, they will be like blind men. If you are really attacked, put solar flare directly. In addition, it is also a way to bombard the ground to blow out smoke and dust, and run away or hide while taking advantage of the smoke and dust. Their detectors cannot detect energy, so they cannot find you. Bulma, hey, I don't need to suppress it. Kelin, I didn't expect our Earth's cultivation method to be so good, thanks to Teacher Yushin. Shinshinhan asked, what's next? Son Goku continued to make arrangements. In teams of 2, go to the various villages to find the Dragon Ball. The people of Namek are very kind, as long as you explain your purpose. I believe you all want to come to Dragon Ball. Do your best to protect the Namekians within your ability. Don't worry, we all know this. Then we just need to find Dragon Ball? Kelin asked. Actually, that's not the main purpose. The main thing is to let you improve your strength. You go to the Great Elder as soon as possible, especially Piccolo. He can inspire your potential. Kelin was stunned. Stimulate potential and improve strength? There is such a good thing. Goku, you are so good. Thank you. Shinshinhan clenched his fists and said, I should have the most potential, and I will gain something from this practice. Yamcha lit up his biceps and said, I should be the one with the most potential. Piccolo asked solemnly, I can sense a lot of evil auras. Don't we have to deal with Frieza's minions? Son Goku took a meaningful look at Piccolo and said, I feel that your breath is also quite evil. Piccolo, 53. This Goku is good or bad? I really like it. Son Goku said, you guys are not good at killing people, so that Vegeta will do it. You just need to kill some minions and save more villagers. As for the cadres under Frieza, other than Piccolo, the rest of you can't handle it for now. Especially the Genuit team. By the way, if you meet, no matter what, don't remember the other party's dance. Everyone was stunned. Dance? Why? Son Goku, spicy eyes? Goen, I think it's very handsome. Everyone looked confused. Son Goku continued, anyway, you will understand when you see it. By the way, the Dragon Ball needs to use the Namek language to make a wish. It can only be realized with the help of the Namekians. After getting all the Dragon Balls, just take a Namek to hide and wait for a wish. As for the Dragon Ball where the breath is strong, don't touch it. If Vegeta can't get it, I'll send it to you. Well, get to work and good luck. Boulma hands Kling and Piccolo a radar for Yamcha and Shinshinhan. Soon, everyone dispersed. Bulma said, just now I looked at the radar, most of the Dragon Balls are scattered. There are only 2 Dragon Balls gathered in that direction. Shall we go there? That should be the location of Frieza's spaceship. Let's not look for him yet. Bulma asked curiously, are you sure you can beat that Frieza? Son Goku nodded. I'm sure I can beat him, but I'm not sure I can kill him instantly. That guy is so strong, he can easily destroy a planet, and he can still survive in the universe space. Therefore, it is necessary to be able to move everyone away before fighting him. Bulma suddenly realized. I see, you used the Dragon Ball to make a wish to allow you to survive in the universe. Just for today? Son Goku touched Bulma's head and said with a smile, oh, my wife is still so smart. Bulma put his hips on his hips and smiled. That's right, I'm a scientist. You'll be out of breath after a few compliments. I'll let you get a radar that can cover most of the universe. How long has it been since it came out? Bulma pouted and said, you still say, the universe is boundless. How can it be so easy? However, I have given this task to my dad, who should be able to make it soon. Oh, that's good. Why do you use that thing? Don't we have the Dragon Ball? Bulma asked curiously. Son Goku said, in the universe, there are other planets where the Namekians exist, where the Dragon Ball exists. In case of any accident, such as the planet blowing up, we're gone. I'm still alive in the universe. At least there is a remedy. Bulma shrugged. Oh, well, you arrange for me to rest assured. So what do we do next? Let's also find a village that is closer to the evil breath, then guard the village, fish and kill Frieza's subordinates. Bulma gave a thumbs up. Hey, your move is amazing. Small, I've seen a lot of good fishermen, and I've only learned a few points. You choose a pose. Let's go. Bulma nodded. Well, then I will shrink and get into your arms. Good. Bulma pressed the shrinking bracelet in her hand and slipped into Goku's arms. Son Goku then took Bulma to a Namek village. Seeing the chat between Son Goku and Bulma, everyone was stunned. Topo, what does fishing mean? Dispo, just waiting for someone to take the bait? Makarita, I understand. Those Frieza's subordinates can detect the breath of life, and will go to the village to find the Dragon Ball. They only guarded one village, so many Frieza's subordinates can come to find Dragon Ball, and then kill them. Letting others come to them is called fishing. Vermit, this guy is really ugly? Vados, I used to watch Goku being so nice to that Bulma. I always thought he was a nice guy. I didn't expect that Goku to be so vile. It's really a bit bad. Hey, I don't know what's going on, but I seem to like him even more. Kelin, that Goku doesn't look like Saiyan at all. He's too stable. He actually made a wish to survive in the universe, even if Frieza blows up the planet. He can kill Frieza too. Dragon Balls from other planets in the secret universe, then use the Dragon Ball to revive everyone. It's not so stable. Master Roshi, this insurance is one after another. It's really off the charts. How afraid of death is he? Also, fishing and killing people is really wicked. Frieza, there are too many Son Goku ghost ideas in that world, right? It was dangerous to be his opponent. Cell, that Goku's character doesn't match my profile at all. That's not Saiyan's character at all. Roble, it feels like his wisdom can keep up with me. I like it very much. Giowa, if I were his girlfriend, I wouldn't even be able to catch him cheating. Chichi, that Goku has a lot of tricks. If you fight him, maybe all the fat times cheated by him will be lost. Bulma looked at Goku's ghostly ideas, and his face became weird. Bulma, seeing the bad side of Goku, I seem to like it more. I really envy me in such a world. The red screen continued to play. Suddenly, the screen changed, and Vegeta came outside Frieza's spaceship. He pointed his thumb at himself and cursed loudly. Frieza, get out of here. My uncle has become a Super Saiyan. Hurry up and die. 54 Vegeta likes to mention 3 kills, and the deflated gesture is reproduced. In the spaceship, Frieza heard a loud voice, and a trace of doubt appeared on his face. Mr. Dodoria, what's the noise outside? Dodoria hurriedly said, my lord, there is Vegeta outside. I don't know what he's doing. I'll catch him. Damn stinky monkey, he already knew he wanted to rebel. You don't need to catch it, just kill it. Dodoria was overjoyed and immediately said, yes, King Frieza. Soon, Dodoria and Koi stepped out of the spaceship. Ki looked at Vegeta with his hands on his hips, and laughed loudly. Hey, Vegeta, you got kicked in the head by a donkey, for daring to seek death in front of King Frieza. Dodoria said, you two have always been rivals, so Vegeta will teach you. Vegeta folded his hands on his chest and said disdainfully, it's just too garbage, let's eat together. Koi looked at the number of the detector, and laughed loudly. Look at your poor combat power, you are dead. Vegeta, are you still relying on that crap? Let you try the skills I learned from the earth, and use your detectors to see. Saying that, Vegeta raised his breath suddenly. The detectors of Dodoria and Kui exploded. Sabo in the spaceship is also curious why Vegeta dares to come here to make trouble. So I also turned on the detector to check Vegeta's battle. Unexpectedly, Vegeta roared, and the detector on Sabo's face exploded at this moment. Dodoria and Kui were startled. What happened, Vegeta? What did you do? Vegeta, that thing of yours is trash. I'll destroy everything for you, so it's easier to do things. Kui was furious. You dare to destroy our detector? Now it will be troublesome to find Dragon Ball. Vegeta, you damn it. Speaking of Kui and Dodoria making moves together, they each sent out a powerful Ki blast to blast Vegeta. Unexpectedly, after Ki blast exploded, the smoke was blown away by the wind, but Vegeta was nowhere to be seen. Dodoria said with a hint of sarcasm on her face, HMPH, wild monkey who knows how to live and die. I thought it became stronger, but it turned out to be solved with one move. So boring. What are you guys saying? Vegeta's voice came from behind them. The two were stunned. Before the two could react, Vegeta's palm directly touched the backs of Dodoria and Kui. You two are going to die for me. In the blink of an eye, Vegeta's palm exploded with a big bang attack. The fierce Ki blast instantly flooded Dodoria and Kui. The figures of the two were instantly reduced to ashes. Watching the former enemy die in his hands, Vegeta sneered, Humphrey, what a dirty flame. Kui and Dodoria had always looked down on him before, and often ridiculed him. Now this kind of thing can't get through in front of him. Vegeta looked at his palm, with a smug look on his face again. Frieza, get out, or your spaceship will be blown up. As soon as the voice fell, Sabo rushed out suddenly. Vegeta, you are so brave. Snapped. Without the slightest hesitation, Vegeta suddenly kicked Sabo in the face. Sabo shot backwards in an instant, and a bruise appeared on his face. He wiped his face, and said angrily, damn wild monkey, unexpectedly attacked and hurt my handsome face. I want you to die. Saying that, Sabo suddenly burst his muscles, and gave birth to toad-like spots. The whole big face lost the handsome look just now. Even Vegeta looked disgusted. Everyone who has seen my face is dead. Vegeta, die for me too. However, Vegeta didn't have the slightest intention to tease him, and he shot with all his strength. After that punch, Sabo was hit with veins all over his body, and countless bloodshot eyes were cracked. His face was full of shock and disbelief. How is it possible? You are just a low-level Saiyan, a wild monkey. I have already transformed. How could I not be your opponent? Vegeta laughed and said, fart, Saiyan is the strongest fighting nation in the universe. Sabo, you can die. Sabo was shocked, and immediately shouted loudly, King Frieza. Startled, Vegeta immediately turned his head to look. But there was no sign of Frieza. Turning his head again, he saw Sabo opened his mouth wide, and a strong beam of light blasted towards Vegeta suddenly. A sneer curled up on Vegeta's lips. Do you think this sneak attack will work for me? Saying that, Vegeta put his hands in front of his face. Galric cannon. A shocking beam of light suddenly blasted Sabo's mouth back, submerging Sabo's body by the way. In the light, Sabo's body began to twist, fester, and turned into fly ash, dissipating in the world. Frieza, damn Vegeta, both worlds are your most capable men in killing me? Vegeta snorted coldly. Frieza, you can single out if you are not convinced. I can send you back to hell at any time. Frieza finally flew out in the suspension seat. Oh haha, Vegeta, I didn't expect you to go to the earth, and your strength has improved so much. As soon as the tropic changed, Frieza's face darkened. Vegeta, I still admired you very much, so I didn't want to kill you. You actually killed 3 of my capable men today, and destroyed my detector. You really deserve to die. Vegeta pointed his thumb at himself, and laughed loudly. Frieza, now I have become the legendary Super Saiyan. Today is your day to die. Kelin, Vegeta's faults need to be corrected. This gesture again, he's going to be deflated again? Frieza, oh ho 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 ho, isn't the sense of anticipation here? 55 Vegeta deflated again, Piccolo assimilated. Frieza couldn't help but cover his mouth and laugh. Ha 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 ha, I was laughing so hard. The joke was too big. Vegeta, you are very confident, however, I really didn't notice your little strength. A cruel look appeared on Vegeta's face. White energy exploded all over his body, and he suddenly hit Frieza. There was a fight instantly. After a few rounds, they pulled away again. Frieza seems to feel that Vegeta's strength has improved a lot. He smiled and said, no wonder you dared to rebel against me. Your strength is indeed much greater than that of Dodoria and the others. The next moment, Frieza let out a loud roar, and his shell shattered. It became a lot bigger in an instant. The breath also doubled in an instant. Vegeta's pupils flashed and he immediately punched forward. However, when he threw his punch, it missed. Vegeta was stunned and immediately looked around. Unexpectedly, Frieza's figure had appeared 100 meters behind him. Frieza sneered, is this Super Saiyan? It seems that even my speed can't catch up. Vegeta didn't believe in evil and attacked again. However, Frieza didn't move much. Just shaking his head slightly, he easily dodged Vegeta's repeated attacks. Then with a sweeping kick, Vegeta flew upside down. Not a match at all. Cold sweat broke out on Vegeta's forehead. How come? Frieza crossed his arms and looked at Vegeta with a smirk. To tell you the truth, I have more than one transformation, but this is enough to kill you. You still have less shame. The legend of Super Saiyan is so ridiculous. Vegeta was shaken all over. My strength should be more than that. How could this be? The next moment, Vegeta gathered all his breath and charged towards Frieza. A super powerful ultimate flash went straight to Frieza and stormed up. Frieza didn't change his face, and suddenly hung the golden hook upside down, kicked Vegeta's ultimate flash away. Krillin, Frieza blocked the attack with his feet, and Vegeta was deflated too quickly. Piccolo, that was Vegeta's full blow, he should be hit hard. Son Goku, hey, Vegeta, stop that gesture from now on. Every time you see it, there is no good thing. Vegeta was furious. That's Vegeta from another world, not me. Vegeta, who struck with all his strength, instantly lost his momentum. Frieza is too powerful, beyond his imagination. For the first time he shed tears of despair and fear. Frieza didn't care whether he regretted it or not. If you betray him, you will die no matter what. The next moment, Frieza threw a series of beatings at Vegeta. In just a few punches, Vegeta was beaten and couldn't move. Frieza's long tail wrapped around Vegeta's neck, beating him like a sandbag. How about it, Mr. Vegeta? How does it feel to live like death? Vegeta had already lost the strength to answer, and could only scream continuously. Moments later, Vegeta was thrown to the ground with all his bones shattered. Then there was another last hit, and a ray of light penetrated directly into Vegeta's chest. Blood gushed out, and it only took a few minutes for him to bleed to death. Frieza snorted coldly, damn Vegeta, not to mention killing the cadres under me, and destroying the detector. Now it's troublesome to find the Dragon Ball. Just enjoy the moment of death here. Frieza turned his head and flew into the spaceship, muttering, it's really troublesome. It seems that the Genuit team has to be called here. Vegeta sensed that Frieza had entered the spaceship. With trembling palms, he took out a fairy bin from his pocket. Put it into your mouth when you are breathless. As the fairy bins were chewed into his mouth, his injuries healed in an instant. The combat effectiveness has been greatly improved again. But Vegeta remembered that Frieza had just said that he still had the ability to transform. Finally resisted the impulse, did not act rashly, and slipped away quietly. Frieza without the detector is almost blind. Frieza, a real estate executive with influence on countless planets, is even less likely to personally search for the Dragon Ball. He can only wait on the spaceship for the Genuit special forces to come and work for him. Seeing that Frieza in that world did not kill Vegeta on the spot, Frieza was so angry that veins popped out. Frieza, that bastard actually has fairy bins in his pocket. Damn it. Vegeta laughed wildly and said, it seems that Piccolo did not climb the Kelin Tower. There are plenty of fairy bins on the earth. I feel like you would die miserably in that world, Frieza. Krillin, Frieza just said that he would mobilize the Genuit force to come to Namek. Gohan, your life mentor is coming. Are you excited? Gohan, Uncle Klin, stop laughing at me. Without the detector, Frieza has no Kader to work with. Within a few days, Kelin's actions went very smoothly. Kelin and the others got 5 Dragon Balls through a competition of courage, strength, and wisdom. Knowing that Frieza had come to Namek, the Namekians were also a little nervous. Soon, under the leadership of several Namekians, they also found the Great Elder. When the Great Elder saw Piccolo, he felt closer to him than to his own son. I know about Frieza, and I also know that Saiyan has come to fight Frieza. He said that the Namekians were no weaker than Frieza. It is recommended that Piccolo return to Earth and merge with the gods. But because this place is too far away from the Earth, in order to fight Frieza, on the advice of the Grand Elder, Naru and Piccolo assimilated. Suddenly, several evil and powerful auras came. Krillin, here we come. Shinshinhan, what an evil smell. The Elder looked at Piccolo. Go, our genius of Namek, the time has come to show your power. 56 Abducting a god. The Genuit squad comes. As soon as the screen changed, a village of Namekians appeared. Son Goku and Bulma have just helped the village defeat a group of Frieza's minions. The Namekians were very grateful to them and were entertaining them both in the village. No food, just water for both of them. Fortunately, there are many snacks in Bulma's capsules. I had to stay here with Goku while eating snacks. Son Goku is not interested in anything else. Takes a keen interest in a small Namekian. Kid Dend, are you interested in coming to our Earth to become a god? Dend was visibly confused. Can I really? Of course. You are one of the few dragons among the Namekians. Being able to make Dragon Ball is a good seed for the god of the day. Dend shyly said, but I don't know how to make Dragon Balls. Son Goku said, it's okay, Dend, you can learn slowly. The gods of our Earth are Namekians, but they are too old and should retire. We came here first to defeat Frieza and save planet Namek. The second thing is to find a better successor to the gods. The village elder came over and said, Dend, they are all benefactors, just promise. Bulma also helped to persuade, yes, Dend, our daughter is about the same height as you. You can also play together. The Earth is also very interesting. Dend nodded. Well, you have helped us so much. You are very kind. Then I promise you, I must study hard and strive to be a qualified god on your Earth as soon as possible. It's a deal. At this time, several powerful auras landed on Namek and dispersed quickly. Son Goku's eyes flashed. Those funny guys are here. Bulma asked curiously, are you going to kill them? Piccolo's aura has also increased a lot, and he can completely crush them. Those funny comparisons should be easily resolved by handing them over to him. You are not safe here. Why don't you go to Planet Drak in advance? I won't go. It's so easy to come here. I also want to see what the so-called Universe Emperor Frieza looks like. Son Goku shrugged helplessly, and said, well, you should be disappointed after reading it. You are not as tall as you. Bulma looked surprised. An imaginary Frieza popped up in her head. A little goblin less than 1 meter tall. I'll get those 2 Dragon Balls first. You stay here? Bulma said, I don't like being here alone. Let's go with you. Bulma couldn't allow Goku to refuse, and directly pressed the wristband, shrunk into a villain, and got into Son Goku's arms again. Bulma grabbed Son Goku's neckline and said, I'll sew you a pocket later. There's no place to stay here, so tired. Son Goku said with a smirk, I think it's more fun to be smaller. You have a foothold there. Bulma blushed. Then why don't you come here? Don't be shy. Son Goku, haha, I'm kidding. You can't fly, the bumps come and go, I'll get dizzy. Frieza, damn it, that stinky monkey actually said that I'm not as tall as that woman. Fortunately, I have grown 5 centimeters. Bulma looks at Goku in the picture who has been accompanying Bulma all the time, and his heart suddenly bursts into anger. Bulma, someone is covering me, I feel so safe. At that time, I was frantically fleeing on Namek alone. I really don't know where I got so much courage. Vegeta, that Kakarot, as long as he doesn't care about others, defeating Frieza is easy. Frieza, that guy. He actually took precautions against the explosion of the planet, and now I will definitely die in that world. It's not the same person, but it's really annoying. Krillin, for that Goku, defeating Frieza in that world is not a problem at all. But, I suddenly remembered a question. Gohan, what's the problem? Krillin, in that world Bulma married Goku, then there would be no Trunks coming back from the future to give him a cure. It is not known whether he will die of a heart attack. Master Roshi, it feels like that guy must have a backhand. Besides, there is no future Trunks. They also have daughters. There may also be beauties from the future going back in time. Piccolo, that's right, but he does things so safely. I feel that he should hold back when the time comes. Weiss curiously said, when I saw the blue light curtain before, I seemed to have a little impression. Does that Trunks mean you have a viral heart attack? Son Goku nodded. I don't remember what disease. Anyway, it happened at the beginning. After taking the medicine, it will be fine after lying down for a few days. Piccolo, I remember the original words. Trunks is talking about viral heart disease. Even jelly beans are ineffective? Kling, it stands to reason that Shenron should be able to cure diseases. Shouldn't it be like this? Number 17. Based on my inference, Shenron should have been used by someone, and he was cooling down when he was sick? Klin, hey, That makes sense. Question mark number 18. I hope they don't abuse the Dragon Ball. Just keep it for emergencies. Also, I hope that number 17 and I in that world are not brainwashed. I don't want to be a total villain. 57 Vegeta was hammered again. Frieza went crazy. Although Namek has a large geographical area, but Frieza's combat power of more than 500,000 has always been on the surface. Like a beacon, you can find him no matter where you go. Son Goku took Bulma and flew slowly towards Frieza. While flying halfway, suddenly Vegeta popped up. Kakarot. Son Goku and Bulma, who had shrunk in his arms, looked over. I saw Vegeta's armor was broken into pieces. There is also a hole in the chest through the heart. It looked like he had escaped from the dead after a bitter battle. Son Goku asked curiously, Vegeta, why did you become like this? Have you changed your career to begging? Vegeta's face turned livid. What are you going to do? Go find Frieza. Vegeta's pupils shrank, and he hurriedly said, that Frieza, his strength is far from what it appears on the surface, and his strength has skyrocketed a lot once he transformed. Moreover, he said that there are still several transformations. I suggest that you collect the Dragon Ball first, and then promise to gain undead life before fighting him. Did you escape from his hands? Vegeta. Is this a question without knowing it? Son Goku continued, there are 2 Dragon Balls in the Frieza spaceship. If you want to get all the Dragon Balls, you can't avoid him, you have to go to him. It's better like this, you shout outside to lure him out. I sneaked into the spaceship and stole the 2 Dragon Balls. Vegeta immediately retorted, what is it about me? Why don't you distract him? Son Goku shrugged, are you trying to cheat? You haven't defeated me yet. Didn't beat Frieza either. You have to listen to me. Vegeta gritted his teeth and said, Frieza failed to kill me last time. This time I will lure him away, and if he catches up, I will definitely die. Son Goku continued, it's okay. The Dragon Ball of Namek has 3 wishes. I got together the Dragon Ball that will revive you first, then grant you immortality. Vegeta froze. What? You want to make a wish for me to gain immortality? Why? Son Goku, I'm a little worried. It's not easy to progress if you get the power of immortal life. Between strength and immortality, I still choose strength. Vegeta suddenly trembled. Saiyan's talent. The more he fights, the more courageous he becomes. Every time it is near death, it will recover again. If it is used frequently, it only needs to be combined with gravity exercise to increase the endurance of one's physical body, and the strength can be greatly improved. And, he's been enjoying it lately. The strength is far from before. He was also shaken when he heard Son Goku say that suddenly. A Xiaoqiang who can never die seems to be useless. No, I'm going to lure Frieza away. If I unfortunately die, just bring me back to life. Son Goku gave Vegeta a thumbs up and praised, good job Vegeta, you are not only our Saiyan super genius, but also our Saiyan hero. Cut. Vegeta pouted disdainfully. But I am still very happy. The corner of the mouth also inadvertently revealed a smug look. Soon, the 2 flew near Frieza's spaceship. Vegeta and Son Goku took their positions from south to north. Then, Vegeta fired a wave of energy at Frieza's ship. In an instant, a hole was punched in Frieza's spaceship. Frieza flew out in a rage. Who the hell did this? However, Vegeta was standing not far away. Frieza naturally saw Vegeta at a glance. Vegeta, you're not dead? Vegeta put his hips on his hips and laughed loudly. Frieza, my strength has improved again. Come here. Saying that, Vegeta ticked his fingers towards Frieza. Frieza was furious. Damn wild monkey, how dare you play tricks on me? As he said that, Frieza suddenly burst into breath. The shell of his body was shattered, and he transformed into a huge second state in an instant. Unexpectedly, just as he charged towards Vegeta, Vegeta turned around and flew out. Frieza snorted coldly, think you can escape? The next moment, Frieza transformed again. It directly changed into the 3rd form. The alien state. The speed is several times faster at once. Originally, Vegeta had already drawn a long distance. Unexpectedly, Frieza caught up in an instant. Frieza kicked Vegeta hard with his big foot. Vegeta stared. I can actually see his movements. He can fight. In the next moment, Vegeta slammed up with a set of wolf-toothed fists. However, Frieza dodges extremely fast. Vegeta missed to move. Seeing this, Vegeta fired his big move directly, and the huge Garrick cannon suddenly blasted towards Frieza. Frieza laughed loudly. It's too slow, too slow. How could this kind of attack hit me? However, Vegeta's Garrick blasted to the ground. Intense smoke and dust instantly rose up, enveloping Frieza inside. The corner of Vegeta's mouth twitched triumphantly, then turned his head and continued to run away. Unexpectedly, before he flew away for a second, Frieza kicked him into the ground with a split leg. Frieza curled up Vegeta's tail and laughed. Vegeta, what did you think just now? Do you want me to vent my anger on you again? Moments later, Vegeta was beaten and bruised again. The screams resounded throughout the Namek planet. The people who watched the movie were shocked when they saw this scene, and couldn't help crying when they heard the screams. This Vegeta is too miserable. Kelin, I feel like after that Vegeta appeared, he was exhausted every time he fought. He didn't do anything else, and he was beaten. Vegeta, wealth and wealth are sought in insurance. That guy also wants to challenge and break through the bottleneck again. 58 Tune the tiger away from the mountain. Vegeta was hammered again. Just when Vegeta was beaten to death, Vegeta grinned. Ha 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 ha, Frieza, cough cough cough, you've been fooled. Frieza was taken aback. When I chased it out just now, I felt something was wrong. This Vegeta felt that he came to die on purpose, which was really unreasonable. Suddenly, there was a violent explosion behind him. Looking back, a violent mushroom cloud rose from where his spaceship was. Frieza woke up suddenly. Oops, Dragon Ball. Frieza didn't care about making up the knife, and suddenly flew in the direction of the spaceship. When Frieza arrived at the spaceship, all that was left was the smoking spaceship. After going in to check, the Dragon Ball has long since ceased to exist. Damn, hate, I'm so mad. Frieza stomped his feet. The spaceship dropped several parts again, scattered on the ground, sizzling and sparking. Damn it, Vegeta, you're kidding me. I'll make your life worse than death. Saying that, Frieza gritted his teeth and flew towards Vegeta. The moment Frieza left, Vegeta took out a fairy bean with difficulty again. After eating it, healed again. He didn't care to observe whether Son Goku succeeded. He turned around and suppressed his breath, used the terrain to escape. After walking for less than 10 seconds, Frieza came back again. Seeing that Vegeta disappeared again, Frieza was so angry that he was about to smoke. You're so injured that you can still escape. It seems that I am still too light. Frieza's eyes turned cold. In an instant, Frieza transformed into his final form. Damn wild monkey, you still have to let me do it myself. I want you to die without a place to bury you. He wanted to blow up Namek directly, leaving these guys with no bones left. However, the Genuit team has just landed on Namek. If Namek is blown up, he will lose 5 capable officers. Originally, Dodoria, Sabo, and Kuyi were slaughtered by Vegeta. Without the Genuit team, Frieza would not have any effective cadres under his command. In addition, his wish of immortality will also come to naught. That's why Son Goku didn't steal the Dragon Ball when Frieza was alone. Son Goku had already figured it out. Namek has a few subordinates that he cares about, and the probability that he will not blow up Namek is higher. Frieza thought of this and could only endure it. Klein exclaimed, that guy Vegeta is not dead yet? Son Goku, it's pathetic. Frieza is going crazy. Master Roshi, it's unimaginable that Frieza can play around in such a simple way. Number 18, the main reason is that he is too confident. He never thought about such a thing. Vegeta, what an inkblot. If you defeat Frieza directly, it will be over. Beerus, Saiyan knows the art of war, it's quite fun. Bulma, it's so exciting to take that Bulma to steal things. It's just that Vegeta in that world is a bit miserable. How many times have I seen him being beaten? Chichi, that Goku must have read a lot. There are so many ghost ideas. Vegeta sensed Frieza's breath while fleeing. It wasn't until Frieza's breath got further and further away that Vegeta breathed a sigh of relief. Feeling his strength, Vegeta clenched his fists excitedly again. That's great. The strength has improved again. This time, I should be able to break the wrist with Frieza's second form. I seem to understand how Super Saiyan has changed. A smile appeared on Vegeta's face. As long as the bug is stuck again, Frieza's third form will no longer be an opponent. This is the correct way of practicing Saiyan. Even if he still has the fourth form, it's a big deal to get stuck again. Although he was beaten twice by Frieza, the effect of being beaten by him is much more significant than stabbing once, and his strength has greatly improved. At this moment, Vegeta feels that life is full of light. Just as Vegeta was thinking about where to go, there was a powerful wave of breath coming from ahead. Definitely not Frieza, much weaker than him. The corner of Vegeta's mouth hooked. HMPH. Is this the Genuit team? My uncle has been beaten so much, let's take it out on you. After speaking, Vegeta chased forward. Moments later, Vegeta arrived on the battlefield. At this time, Lickum was posing coquettishly, fighting Shinshunhan, Kling and Yamku alone. Jais, Bart, and Gyudu each folded their chests and watched the fun from the sidelines. Although it was a 1-on-3, Saiyan Lickum had the upper hand. The three who fought retreated in a row. When the three saw Vegeta coming, they immediately asked for help. Vegeta, hurry up and help. This guy is amazing. Lickum grinned and said, it turns out that Vegeta is here, so you want to fight us too? Ha 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 ha, one hit 3 is too simple. I don't mind giving you another piece of trash. Gyudu smiled and said, Lickum, get rid of them quickly, we still have the task of finding Dragon Ball. Lickum shouted loudly, and a Ki-Blast slammed towards Shinshinkan. Danjin, Kelin and Yamku played Ki-Blast one after another, and the three pairs collided in an instant. However, in the blink of an eye, victory or defeat was decided. Kling, Shinshinhan and Yamku won because Lickum's head fell to the ground. Everyone was stunned. I saw that Vegeta's fingers became swords, and he had already chopped off Lickum's head, and his body was blown to pieces under Ki-Blast. Lickum's head rolled down on the ground, full of shock and fear. Vegeta, you are so mean. After a word, he lost his voice in an instant. Vegeta looked at Geese and the three of them. He sneered and said, Jess, Gyudu, Bart, you three trash together. 59 Vegeta was hammered again after taking 4 kills. Gyudu and Bart were furious. and Genuit directly used his superpower to immobilize himself. However, at the moment of casting the spell, Vegeta disappeared and lost his target. The next moment, Vegeta had already ducked behind Bart. With just such a sweeping kick, Bart was kicked away. The backhand was another heavy punch, and Geese's body was thrown upside down by the direct hit. The moment Genuit turned around, Vegeta slapped Ki Blast. Genuit was sent away in an instant. Seeing that Vegeta was so powerful, he killed 2 members of the Genuit team in an instant and seriously injured 2 people. Kelin and others were shocked. Kelin's eyes widened, and he exclaimed, "Vegeta is so powerful." A trace of cold sweat broke out on Shinhan's forehead. "My eyesight is so good, I didn't see clearly just now." Yamcha swallowed deeply and exclaimed, "Vegeta, you are amazing." Vegeta smiled and said, "HMPH, this prince is Saiyan's super genius, so there's no need for mere scumbags." Kelin hurriedly shouted, "Vegeta, don't be careless. Keith and Bart are not dead yet." Vegeta said disdainfully, "They can't run away." Bart was shocked all of a sudden, and shouted, "Vegeta has become so powerful. I have the fastest speed in the universe. You will never catch up with me." As he spoke, Bart turned around abruptly, turning into a streamer and flying away. However, just as he was galloping, Vegeta dodged and stood in front of him. Bart's figure paused quickly. "How can it be?" Vegeta sneered, "Your speed is no different from that of a snail in my eyes. Go to hell." As he spoke, Vegeta punched Bart hard in the stomach. In an instant, Bart's eyeballs bulged, his veins bulged, and a lot of liquid spit out from the corner of his mouth. Then there was another split, which smashed Bart in half, and his body fell to the ground. It's just that he lost his life in an instant, which was terrible. Keith, who was on the side, was shocked, and desperately used Ki Blast with his backhand, blasting towards Vegeta. Vegeta's figure flickered slightly, and he easily dodged Ki Blast. 2 fingers suddenly pointed towards Jizz. An invisible aura hit Jizz instantly. Jizz screamed and his whole body was torn apart. The death was as tragic as the cultivator. "Kelin, is it possible that you have become the legendary Super Saiyan?" Yamcha praised excitedly. "Vegeta, you are amazing. None of us can beat one of them. You killed 4 of them by yourself. It's too strong." Shinhan is also not stingy with words of praise. Vegeta pointed his thumb at himself proudly. "It's just a bunch of people with a lot of money, and money, for a super genius like me, it's nothing to worry about." Seeing Vegeta pointing his thumb at him again, everyone watching the movie felt a little bad. Even Vegeta, who was watching the movie, had cold sweat on his forehead. Father, like son, as a bystander, Vegeta seems to have discovered the problem at this moment. It seems that every time he points his thumbs up, nothing good happens. Vegeta in the light curtain accurately verified this metaphysical gesture every time, and Vegeta completely believed it. If nothing else, Vegeta will be deflated again. Others looked at Vegeta on the light curtain with malicious intentions. I wanted to laugh, but I couldn't hold it back. Kelin, it feels like the enemies have been dealt with, so there shouldn't be any problems. Number 18, in that world, it seems that except for Frieza, no one is his opponent for the time being. Number 17, Frieza just finally transformed, maybe he's about to catch up. Sonny Goku scratched his head and said, "It seems like could it be that he can sense Vegeta's breath?" Frieza, oh ho 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 ho, it looks like I'm going to beat up Vegeta again in that world. It's really fun. Vegeta clenched his fists tightly and said nothing. The 2 Zenos raised their hands and shouted, yeah, that Vegeta is going to be beaten again. So excited. So excited? Look forward to? Super looking forward to it. Vegeta. Just when several people were relieved, a powerful breath flew over quickly. A flash of lightning flashed through everyone's minds. Vegeta, oops, Frieza is coming after me. Krillin frowned and said, "No, it's not Frieza. This breath feels a little familiar." Shinhan, is Goku back? Yamcha, does Goku know that they no longer have detectors and no suppressed aura? As soon as he finished speaking, Piccolo's figure appeared. Kelin was overjoyed. Who was I at the time? It was Piccolo. Piccolo looked at everyone with joy. Then I saw several bodies on the ground. He was a little surprised that all members of the Genuit team were wiped out except for the captain. What happened to them? Krillin said, "You said those rubbish from the Genuit special forces were all wiped out by Vegeta." Piccolo looked at Vegeta thoughtfully. Vegeta crossed his arms and said nothing. Unexpectedly, at this moment, Genuit flew over dragging his broken body. "Everyone, be careful. He is not Piccolo. I was changed into a body by him. I am Piccolo." As soon as he finished speaking, Piccolo's physical body suddenly activated and kicked Vegeta hard in the face. Vegeta was caught off guard and was knocked to the ground in an instant. Son Goku, oh, it was verified so quickly. Vegeta was beaten again. Kelin, what I am saying is, he can control this gesture? Vegeta gritted his teeth and said, that idiot Piccolo, after assimilation, his body was changed by that garbage Genuit, so damn it. 60 Vegeta, shocked, I got hammered by Piccolo. Piccolo's body, Genuit's soul, temporarily call him Piccolo Genuit. Genuit's body, Piccolo's soul, tentatively called Genuit Piccolo. Piccolo Genuit looked at his palm in disbelief and laughed wildly. Ha 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 ha. I didn't expect that this Namek in battle form is so powerful. Even the latest detectors can detect my specific combat power. So cool. Everyone gasped. Oops, what should we do? Kelin began to panic. Shin. Trust Vegeta, he was just attacked by surprise, and he will definitely be defeated. Yes, that's right. Vegeta is so powerful, he must be able to defeat him. At this moment, Vegeta from the ruins flew up. He wiped the bloodstains from the corner of his mouth, and cursed angrily, how dare you sneak up on me? Let's see how I deal with you. Yamcha panicked. Vegeta, be careful, don't kill Piccolo's body. Vegeta snorted coldly, I don't have so many scruples. As he said that, Vegeta's breath was full of riots, and his fiery iron fist suddenly slammed into Piccolo Genuit. However, Vegeta's almost full-strength punch missed Piccolo Genuit the moment he hit it. Vegeta froze for a moment. What happened? Piccolo Genuit's mouth twitched slightly. Ha ha ha, what a slow motion. Vegeta, you are no match for me. When Vegeta was surprised, by 793 Genuit suddenly punched Vegeta in the stomach. As if his heart, liver, spleen, lungs and kidneys had been blasted, Vegeta convulsed violently. Countless bloodshot eyes burst out from his eyes. His mouth was wide open, and a trace of blood flowed out. The moment Vegeta fell backwards, Piccolo Genuit dodged behind him. Vegeta hastily endured the pain, and with a backhand, a set of spike wind fist bombarded him away. However, Piccolo Genuit cannot be harmed in the slightest. He easily blocked Vegeta's chain attack with just one hand. The corner of Piccolo Genuit's mouth slightly raised. Vegeta, it's your turn. As he said that, Piccolo Genuit swept his foot and landed on Vegeta again. With a scream, Vegeta tilted his head and flew out. The picture was like a freeze frame. Vegeta's face was full of disbelief, and his mouth was drooling profusely. And others wanted to help, but found that they couldn't see Piccolo Genuit's movements clearly. Can't help at all. When Vegeta's figure was not stable, Piccolo Genuit chased him away again. One stepped in front of Vegeta, and picked up Vegeta's hair with his big hand. Another fist slammed straight at Vegeta. Bang bang bang. The serial fist hit Vegeta, complained. Vegeta screamed. Seeing Piccolo Genuit beating Vegeta violently, people can finally capture his figure. Kaigon Cannon, Kamamia, FK Air Bomb. In an instant, Kling, Yamcha, and Shin all used their unique moves and blasted towards Piccolo Genuit. However, just when the trio's ultimate move was about to hit Yuan Genuit's back, he turned around abruptly, blocking Vegeta in front of him. Bang bang bang. The trio's big moves directly hit Vegeta head-on. For a while, Vegeta screamed again and again. The three of them were shocked and hurriedly stopped. Piccolo Genuit laughed wildly. Ha 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 ha, Vegeta, your life is still pretty hard, it's not dead. Ha 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 ha. Piccolo Genuit's face turned livid instantly. I managed to teach them the perfect formation, but you actually killed them all. I want to make you look good. As he said that, Genuit picked up Vegeta again and served him with an iron fist. For a few minutes, Vegeta was beaten to a pulp. The corner of his mouth was no longer bloody, and even pieces of internal organs were beaten out. Genuit Piccolo on the side broke out in a cold sweat. He covered his head with his hands. It's all my fault, it's all my fault. If it wasn't for my carelessness, I wouldn't be changed by this guy. Unexpectedly, Frieza did not die, but it was defeated by me, a Super Namekian. Damn it, I hate it. Kelin hurriedly consoled him. Piccolo, Goku hasn't come yet, don't give up. Genuit Piccolo was shocked, and then the corners of his eyes, pulled down again. It's useless, the fighting power of Super Namek is no less than that of the so-called Super Saiyan. Just when Vegeta was half dead and about to be thrown to the ground, a voice interrupted Piccolo. Goku is here. Everyone looked over. I saw Son Goku flying slowly, holding two big Dragon Balls in his hands. Son Goku was also taken aback when he saw everyone. What are you doing, Piccolo? What are you doing with Vegeta? Piccolo Genuit immediately shouted, Son Goku, that guy is not Piccolo, but Genuit. Son Goku stared, looking at Genuit's body, then at Piccolo's body. Instantly understood everything. That's it, I understand. With that said, Goku looked at Krillin and said, go on. Two Dragon Balls flew towards Krillin. Clint hastily reached out to pick it up. Unexpectedly, Genuit let go of Vegeta, and his figure flashed to the track of the Dragon Ball, catching the Dragon Ball with both hands. Ha 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 ha, is this the Dragon Ball? Get to at once. Just as Piccolo Genuit laughed wildly, the figure of Son Goku flickered forward and kicked Piccolo Genuit in the face. The figure of Piccolo Genuit burst into the mountain in an instant, setting off violent smoke and dust. The two Dragon Balls returned to Son Goku again. Son Goku casually throws the Dragon Ball to Krillin. He glanced at the dying Vegeta on the ground again, and said, Vegeta still has some breath, feed him the fairy beans quickly. Shin immediately nodded, landed on the ground, and gave Vegeta the fairy beans. At this moment, Piccolo Genuit flew out. Looking at Son Goku arrogantly, he said, HMPH, this body is really nice, it doesn't hurt at all. Saying that, Piccolo Genuit rushed towards Son Goku and punched him. However, in the next second, The speed of light hits the face. Son Goku's figure flickered towards him in an instant, and the wolf slammed on his chest in front of him. It was so fast that he couldn't dodge it at all. Piccolo Genuit's face instantly twisted, his veins were bulging, and his eyes were bloodshot. The mouth continued to spit out liquid. He had an inconceivable expression on his face. This body is so powerful, how could it not be able to beat? The recovered Vegeta also gasped. I was powerless against Genuit. Kakarot beat him to the point where he had no strength to parry. How can this be? Thinking of these 2 days, Vegeta suffered repeated setbacks and his strength soared several times. But still not as good as Son Goku. The veins in his forehead were bulging. Damn it, Kakarot, I am the strongest Saiyan. 61 The potential was stimulated, Vegeta's strength improved greatly, but he was hammered again. Son Goku smiled and said, it doesn't hurt, let's go on. After speaking, the figure of Son Goku approached again. Picking up Piccolo Genuit was a blast. Piccolo's body screamed and wailed under a series of iron fists from Son Goku. In just a few breaths, his nose was bruised and his face was swollen, but never killed. At this moment, Piccolo Genuit suddenly realized the reason why I beat him up but didn't hurt his life, because the body belonged to that Namek named Piccolo. The corners of his mouth that had been roaring violently suddenly showed a trace of cruelty. Ha 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 ha, don't dare to kill me. This is your friend's body. Son Goku also had a cruel smile on his face. You sure? I don't have a good relationship with him at all. Seeing Son Goku's cruel smile, Genuit suddenly tightened his ass. What? In the middle, he should perform body changes many times. However, Son Goku is too fast, and all his moves are aimed at the face. Interrupted his speech several times. In an instant, Son Goku approached again. The fist hit his arm hard. In an instant, Piccolo Genuit's arm was broken. As the blood flew, Piccolo's body turned to the sky and howled. Before he could slow down, Son Goku swung his sword again. In an instant, Piccolo's other arm was also torn off. The severe pain, coupled with the loss of both arms, made it difficult for him to maintain his balance for a while. Son Goku's cruel smile was still looking at him. The next step is to break your leg. At this moment, Genuit Piccolo, who was watching the excitement, couldn't stand it. Son Goku, don't kill me, my legs won't recover. Son Goku glanced back at Genuit Piccolo. Seeing this, Genuit seized the opportunity and yelled at Son Goku. Change body tilde. A beam of light burst towards Son Goku in an instant. Kelin was shocked. Oops, oops. Vegeta's pupils also trembled. It's broken. However, the corner of Son Goku's mouth showed a hint of success. It's just that the figure flashed, directly dodged the light beam, and flashed behind Genuit's body. With a hard kick, Genuit's body slammed into the light beam. After a burst of white light, Piccolo and Genuit switched to their respective bodies. It's just that both of them were seriously injured and couldn't move much. An energy wave from Son Goku's fingertips hit Genuit's body. As soon as the energy wave touched Genuit, Genuit was blown into ashes in an instant. Everyone was stunned. Son Goku turned to Kelin and yelled, "Feed Piccolo a jelly bean." Only then did Kelin regain his senses. Soon, Piccolo ate the jelly beans and his body was back to normal. At this moment, Vegeta has also recovered, and his combat power has been greatly improved again. The last 2 Dragon Balls are here. Everyone went to the village of the Great Elder together. The crowd watching the movie took a breath. Krillin, I just said that Goku must be on guard against Genuit's transformation, and it really is? Master Roshi, yeah, I'm also worried that he will be replaced by Genuit, and I'm in a cold sweat? Vegeta, that Goku not only has a good brain, but his combat IQ is no less than this Kakarot. Every attack just now left room, ostensibly in order not to kill Piccolo's body. In fact, he is ready to avoid his body-changing beam at any time. Son Goku breathed a sigh of relief. Fortunately, Uncle Piccolo is not dead. I was scared to death. Piccolo, I was so stupid in that world. My strength was so high that I was like that. To be changed by Genuit, what a waste. Number 18. Yeah, unfortunately, I only saw Vegeta being beaten several times, but I didn't see the picture of Piccolo being beaten. Wise, Vegeta in that world is really full of disasters. How many times have I seen him beaten to death? Son Goku, Teacher Yushin said that if you want to be able to fight, you must first learn how to be beaten. You can see that he was beaten so many times, but he didn't die. It is obvious that his vitality is very strong. Shinshinhan, the Dragon Balls are all assembled. Did they go to the Great Elder to make a wish? Frieza, that Saiyan is too harsh. After a while, everyone arrived at the village of the Great Elder. The Great Elder heard about Piccolo's experience of going out, and Frieza's true strength is also a little unbelievable. The Great Elder said, according to what Mr. Vegeta said, Frieza still has transformation. It is indeed beyond my imagination. I suggest that Piccolo return to the earth and assimilate with the gods, and he will definitely become a real Super Namekian. In this way, Frieza will definitely be defeated. Piccolo's eyes quivered. He didn't want to assimilate with the gods. If so, is it him? Before Piccolo could say anything, Son Goku rejected the Elder's offer. We came here to defeat Frieza, and I will defeat Frieza myself. It's just that Frieza is too strong. he can destroy the calendar area of the planet in an instant. Although I have the certainty of winning the battle with him, I am not sure of killing him in seconds. Someone else is holding a Dragon Ball, ready to relocate Earth, just in case. The Great Elder looked at Son Goku thoughtfully, asked, "Can you lean over?" Son Goku hesitated for a moment, nodded, and walked to the side of the Great Elder. Although the Great Elder can read the memory, but Son Goku doesn't seem to be doing anything bad, just read it. The Great Elder smiled and said, "I have already learned about what happened on the planet through them. I won't read your memory rashly, don't worry." Soon the Great Elder placed his hand on top of Son Goku's head. In an instant, Son Goku's breath surged. At this time, Son Goku felt that his strength had reached a very terrifying level. The strength at this moment is at least 3 times that of before. If it was said before that he could win and defeat Frieza, at this moment, he can definitely crush Frieza. It can even be done in seconds. Son Goku was surprised and delighted. "Thank you, Great Elder. I thought I had already exercised a lot. There is no potential left untapped. I never thought that just stimulating my potential would make my strength skyrocket so much. Now, I can get rid of him before he destroys the planet." The Great Elder also looked at Son Goku with some surprise. Saiyan said, "I also underestimated Saiyan's potential, so you are so powerful." Son Goku scratched his head, smiled innocently and didn't speak. Seeing that Son Goku's aura soared to an unbelievable height again, Vegeta's eyes brightened. He is also hungry. The Great Elder also looked at Vegeta. "Come here too." Vegeta also walked over. In an instant, Vegeta's strength exploded uncontrollably. After a while, his strength also reached an unimaginable height. He felt that just being aroused by the Great Elder was worth more than the many beatings he had received. In an instant, he regained his fighting spirit and his eyes brightened. The powerful force once again made him tremble with excitement. Compared with the strength just now, the increase is not a few percent, but several times the actual experience. He fought Frieza. He is deeply convinced that his current strength has already surpassed Frieza in the 3rd form. Vegeta gave a thumbs up excitedly and said, "Great, I finally became the legendary Super Saiyan." "Kakarot, don't get in the way. The only one who can defeat Frieza is me, Vegeta." Son Goku. He looked towards Frieza's aura in the distance, with a fierce look in his eyes. "Frieza, you beat me so much. It's time for me to pay you back." Kelin was shocked. "Vegeta, what are you doing? You alone are no match for Frieza." However, Vegeta ignored everyone's obstruction and flew towards Frieza again. Everyone was speechless. The sky cleared, the rain stopped, and Vegeta thought he was done again. Vegeta has been beaten so many times, but he still doesn't have a long memory. Bulma also stayed in the village with Kelin and the others, and if the situation was not good, they would migrate to the Earth at any time. Son Goku flew in Frieza's direction. Vegeta, you idiot. That's not a Super Saiyan at all. If you go up like this, you'll die in vain. Kelin, just now I seem to see him giving a thumbs up again. It's over. Vegeta is going to be beaten again? Wise. It is indeed easy to inflate people with great strength all of a sudden, but Vegeta is the most inflated one? Master Roshi nodded. Yeah, sure enough, sudden increase in strength and sudden wealth are similar. It doesn't seem to be a good thing either. Most people can't stand it. Therefore, the most important thing in martial arts is to cultivate the mind. Son Goku. Grandpa Turtle is right? Topo. No. He gave a thumbs up again. It's not a good feeling. I have already seen Vegeta being beaten up 3 times, so is there a 4th time? Dispo. That idiot Vegeta is too arrogant. Frieza covers his mouth and laughs. Frieza, oh ho 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 ho. Although I know that in that world, I will definitely lose. But being able to give Vegeta a good beating before being defeated is not so uncomfortable, but a little bit of expectation. The red light curtain continued to play. When the screen changes, Vegeta has come to Frieza's side. The small size made Vegeta stunned for a moment. Frieza, is this your ultimate form? Frieza has been left alone for so long, and now he is not so angry. Seeing Vegeta coming again, he couldn't help but put his fist to his mouth and laughed. Oh ho 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 ho, Vegeta, you are here to die again. Vegeta clenched his fists and said, don't be so crazy, I've become the Super Saiyan you fear the most. Frieza froze again. His eyes were wide open, and at this moment, he felt a little dazed. After a while, Frieza couldn't help bursting into tears. Ha 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 ha. Vegeta, you are addicted to beating, right? Ha 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 ha. It was too late, but it was too late. Vegeta blasted at Frieza. I don't need Kakarot to make a move, I can finish you. Shua. Vegeta turned into a beam of light, and Wolf's fist slammed at Frieza. Frieza dodged and dodged Vegeta's attack. Vegeta immediately turned her head. I saw you, and I still want to run away. Vegeta blasted Frieza again with great speed. However, this time the attack again fell through. Frieza's figure quickly blurred before his eyes. Vegeta's attack hit the air. Suddenly, Frieza's laughter came from behind Vegeta. Vegeta immediately turned his head to look. I saw Frieza standing on the ground with his hands crossed and looking at him with a mocking look on his face. Hee ha hee, If you work harder, you won't be able to catch up. You also deserve to be called Super Saiyan. Boom. It was like a bolt of lightning struck Vegeta's mind. How come? Vegeta's forehead was covered with cold sweat, and his breathing became short of breath. Frieza laughed. Honestly, Vegeta, your fighting power has soared again and again, which is indeed beyond my expectations. But it's just an expectation. After my ultimate transformation this time, my combat power is hundreds of times stronger than at the beginning. And you are no match at all. Hundreds of times? Vegeta was taken aback again. 500,000, just 100 times is 50 million. Could it be that his fighting power has reached hundreds of millions? After the combat power reached hundreds of thousands, the detectors became useless. It is no longer possible to detect the specific combat power value of the opponent. And Vegeta has already learned to judge the opponent's strength by using chi. Frieza's aura hadn't completely dissipated at this moment, which made him feel so powerful that there was no bottom to it. Vegeta couldn't help breaking out in a cold sweat. Ruined. No wonder Kakarot is obviously stronger than me, yet he has to do so much preparation. I'm so strong that it's a world of difference from before, and I'm not even his single-handed enemy. Frieza is horrible. This is the end of the matter. There is no other way. Vegeta cursed angrily. Damn Frieza, you are going to die. In an instant, all the breath in Vegeta's body gathered together. It suddenly turned into a ki blast of shocking energy, and slammed towards Frieza. Where Qui Gong passes, mountains and rocks collapse and seawater rolls back. The entire Namek planet trembled slightly under this move. However, before Ki Blast is about to hit Frieza, he still looks calm and breezy. In the next moment, Frieza kicked again without spreading his hands, kicking Vegeta's attack straight into the sky. Ki Blast was forced to turn and landed directly on an unknown planet. Boom. The asteroid surrounding Namek exploded. The move to destroy the planet was actually kicked away by Frieza. Vegeta watched in disbelief as the planet exploded. It was unimaginable that Frieza Fenfu couldn't be hurt by the blow of starburst. Thick horror has filled the whole body. Fear overwhelmed him. Vegeta's body softened, and he lost any fighting spirit. This is undoubtedly the heaviest 2.7 blow to him. Frieza twitched into a sneer. Now it's time for me to strike, Vegeta. The next moment, Frieza rushed towards Vegeta. A punch and a kick seemed to be light, but in fact each move carried 1,000 pounds of force. Vegeta's muscles and bones were shattered, and his body flew upside down. But Frieza didn't give him a chance to breathe. The figure flickered continuously, and a set of combo moves hit Vegeta firmly. Finally, Frieza made a dunk, knocking Vegeta to the ground. He was lying on the ground sprawled all over, with no light in his eyes. Frieza is too strong to make him despair. Now he just wants to die. The next moment, Frieza's long tail wrapped around Vegeta's neck again. Lift him high and make a sandbag. Frieza's fist slammed towards Vegeta again. The screams resounded instantly. After fighting for an unknown amount of time, Frieza threw Vegeta out. Frieza put his foot on Vegeta's head. He said indifferently, "It's boring. I thought you could play with me for a while. Now you have completely lost your fighting spirit. Let me kill you." At this moment, Son Goku's figure appeared in an instant, landing directly next to Frieza and Vegeta. Frieza stared. This kid is very familiar. Vegeta opened his already swollen eyelids. Kakarot. Frieza was taken aback. Kakarot, it's Saiyan's name. Are you a demi-human? Son Goku nodded. Exactly. Suddenly, a flash of lightning flashed through Frieza's mind. Frieza pointed at Son Goku and said in surprise, "By the way, when I was destroying planet Vegeta, there is a Saiyan who has resisted until the end, who looks just like you." Son Goku said bluntly, "That's right, that's my dad, Pavuk." 62 Super Saiyan transforms. Frieza turns into ashes. Hearing Son Goku say that he is Bardock's son, Frieza unconsciously made a hook at the corner of his mouth. "Oh ho 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 ho, Saiyan is really not afraid of death. I'm going to kill all the Saiyans. You don't even hide. You dare to come here." Son Goku also had a slight smile on his face. "Frieza, I'm here to take you to heaven. There are flowers all over the sky, and the toys play music for you. You should like it very much." Thinking of Vegeta bragging about himself many times, but being beaten by him all the time, Frieza couldn't help laughing. Arrogance. The next moment, Frieza suddenly kicked Son Goku. Son Goku didn't retreat but advanced. Relying on his body being longer than him, he kicked Frieza's face with a backhand. Bang! Frieza was hit in the face and flew backwards suddenly. Frieza shouted with a smile, "Arrogant!" Frieza pointed at Son Goku, and suddenly shot countless death rays. Son Goku's figure didn't move. He waved his palm, facing Frieza's death light. With one hand, the beams of death rays flew out. Frieza was a little surprised. "How come? You can block it with one hand." Son Goku knew that this was not the time to ink with him. This guy blows up planets at every turn. Better to fight in the air. At this moment, Vegeta actually laughed. "Ha ha ha ha, Frieza, he is the legendary Super Saiyan." Frieza's pupils flashed, as if there was something interesting about it. Vegeta continues to apply eye drops to Frieza. "Super Saiyan is the strongest fighter in the entire universe. Ha ha ha, Frieza, Your universe emperor has come to an end. Frieza's face quickly darkened. Shut up. Frieza pointed at Vegeta, and suddenly a O2 energy wave hit his heart. Unexpectedly, Son Goku's figure flashed, blocking Frieza's energy wave. Turning his head to Vegeta and yelling, "Hey, Vegeta, if you don't want to die, just shut up. I won't protect you anymore." A smile returned to Frieza's face. HMPH, I don't believe in any ridiculous legends like Super Saiyan. Son Goku's eyes turned cold, and he suddenly let out a loud drink. In an instant, a golden breath swept through his whole body. In an instant, his hair and eyebrows turned golden, and his pupils turned green. His eyes also became indifferent. Frieza was taken aback. Then, what is that? Son Goku responded flatly. This is the legendary Super Saiyan transformation. Frieza froze on the spot. Vegeta was also stunned when he saw Son Goku transforming into a golden warrior. That vast sea-like aura is stronger than Frieza. Moreover, it is much stronger. It turns out that this is how to transform into Super Saiyan. Vegeta thought about being beaten again and again before, and getting stuck with bugs again and again. The strength has been improved time and time again, and the potential has been inspired by Decade. Thought he had become Super Saiyan, but I never thought that Super Saiyan would look like this. Damn, I should be the first to transform into Super Saiyan, and it should be me. Why Kakarot? 10,000 mud horses galloped past Vegeta's heart. Frieza was stunned for a moment when he heard the name Super Saiyan, only to laugh again for a moment. I thought you were going to transform into a gorilla, but I didn't expect you just changed your hair color. Just based on this, you are still not my opponent. Son Goku walked towards Frieza with 3 points of indifference, 3 points of excitement, and 3 points of irascibility. Frieza, use all your strength. I will finish you in an instant. Frieza was furious. Are you kidding? A wild monkey like you deserves it. In the next instant, Frieza blasted at Son Goku. Unexpectedly, Frieza's fist just reached Son Goku. Son Goku's hand had already gripped Frieza's fist tightly. No matter how much he struggled, he couldn't break free. Frieza threw another fist again. Son Goku also punched backhand, directing him and bumping a fist. Crack. At the moment of the collision, Frieza only felt numbness in his arm. Fortunately, he also broke free at this moment. There was finally a trace of solemnity in his eyes, and more panic. Could it be that the legendary Super Saiyan is real? He couldn't help but believe it now. However, before he could recover, Son Goku's figure flashed behind him as if teleporting. Frieza was shocked suddenly, and he swept his backhand. Unexpectedly, Son Goku flickered and dodged the kick. The backhand was an upside-down golden hook, which directly kicked Frieza's crotch. Frieza's body twitched violently from the pain and flew upside down. He hurriedly stabilized his figure, pointing his fingers to the sky. A golden energy bomb suddenly condensed, enough to destroy the power of Namek. The supernova can bomb. Frieza laughed wildly. What about Super Saiyan? I don't believe it. The planet was blown up by me, and you can still live. Not only did Son Goku not panic, but a sneer appeared on the corner of his mouth. Don't you think why I beat you to the sky? I'm just afraid of hurting the planet. Frieza was furious. Arrogance. You die with this planet. After finishing speaking, Frieza's supernova energy bomb suddenly became larger and blasted towards Son Goku. Son Goku's legs are in a horse stance, and his hands are in a lotus shape. Turtle Pai Chi Gong. In an instant, the palm of his hand lit up with a blue-white light. Just when the supernova energy bomb flew into the air, Kamemiya was already bursting out. Between lightning and flint, the supernova energy bomb and Kamemiya collided together. Without the slightest anxiety, Frieza's supernova energy bomb suddenly backed up. Frieza was shocked, and immediately put his hands in front of him, trying to push the supernova energy bomb back again. However, the power of his Kamemiya exceeded his imagination. Frieza's veins popped instantly, and his muscles bulged. It's just that the whole body swelled up several dimensions in an instant. Son Goku roared again. The golden breath all over his body soared again. A violent gust of wind was also set off by his breath. Sand and gravel flew, and the airwaves echoed layer by layer. The entire Namek planet shook violently. In just an instant, Ki blast suddenly became thicker and bigger. In an instant, Frieza's supernova energy bomb was overwhelmed. After Frieza screamed, he was submerged in the sea of energy. His body is constantly twisting and deforming in Kamemiya. In an instant, it turned into dots and stars, and disappeared between heaven and earth. Frieza, this guy, the me in that world just died like this? Son Goku, I'm as straightforward as ever, killing Frieza so quickly, I didn't enjoy the fun of fighting at all? Master Roshi said, at least, planet Namek was not implicated and was destroyed, which is also very good. Kelin, yeah, that's great. It seems that there were no casualties, and I didn't sacrifice to the heavens. It feels pretty good. Piccolo, a generation of emperors has fallen. Number 17, finally defeated Frieza. I see Vegeta being beaten so many times, I feel pain for him. Number 18, next, it's time for the artificial man to appear. I hope that I won't be a bad person in that world. Topo, justice will prevail. Jiras, the universe can finally be at peace. Librian, Oh, my male god didn't offer sacrifices to the heavens. That's great. Frieza was eliminated and Namek was not damaged. Son Goku was relieved. Tilde. He looked at his palms. Unexpectedly, the Great Elder's potential stimulation is so useful. I almost missed it. Cough cough cough. Kakarot. Son Goku was startled, and turned to look at Vegeta. I saw him dripping with blood. Because he was disabled by Frieza, the aftermath of the battle almost killed him. Son Goku flashed to Vegeta's side immediately. Put a fairy bean into Vegeta's mouth. Moments later, Vegeta fully recovered from his injury. Sensing the disappearance of Frieza's powerful aura, everyone knew that Son Goku had won. They don't need Dragon Ball to run away. Soon, Kelin, Bulma, Saiyan, Piccolo and others all came. After seeing Son Goku's golden transformation, everyone was amazed. Bulma's eyes lit up with little stars, and he said excitedly, Goku, is this the transformation of Super Saiyan? It's so handsome. Tanjin said, Goku, you are too powerful. The whole planet was shaking violently just now. I thought Frieza blew up the planet. Kling said, now, the gap between us and you is getting bigger and bigger. Everyone surrounded Son Goku, chatting with him. Vegeta was left out in the cold for an instant. Finally, the proud Vegeta couldn't help but leaned over. Kakarot. Son Goku looked at Vegeta. You want to ask me, how did Super Saiyan do it, right? Vegeta said arrogantly. You can say what you want. If you don't want to be defeated, I can still practice Super Saiyan. Son Goku smiled faintly. Actually, it's easy to say. Anger can transform into Super Saiyan. But you can't change for now. Vegeta froze. Why? Everyone looked at Son Goku in unison. Two key points of transforming into Super Saiyan. The first is S-cells. The second is anger, and both are indispensable. And the key obtained by S-cells is very strange, requires Saiyan to be born naturally in a peaceful state. And you, who have been killing all your life, presumably don't have that thing. If you want to have S-cells, then calm down and give up tyranny. Just enjoy a period of peace and tranquility. Vegeta stared. 007 came like this. He was beaten so many times by Frieza. Anger has already swept through the body, still unwilling again and again, beaten again and again, desperate again and again, but there has never been a sign of transformation. It turns out that the key to transforming into Super Saiyan is. Vegeta swallowed. He couldn't wait to be quiet for a while. When will we return to Earth? Son Goku froze for a moment. You can also live here in peace. Frieza is dead. The Genuit team is also gone, and this place must be very peaceful in the future. Who knows? Piccolo interrupted Son Goku with a word. No, Saiyan is too edible. There is not enough food on Namek. Son Goku, Vegeta, they found a spaceship on Namek, which was the spaceship of the Genuit team. Soon, everyone and the Namekians finished celebrating together. It's time to go back too. And Bulma and Son Goku lied to them a little. Instead of going back to Earth, I decided to sail the universe for a honeymoon. Naturally, other people don't want to disturb their interest, but they need to go back. So Bulma took out their own spaceship. He sent the universal capsule containing the spaceship to Kelin and said, I have already set the Earth as the goal. You all go back to the Earth. Kelin asked in surprise, then how do you go back? Bulma said, I brought the tools, and I can use it with a little modification to the universe ship of the Genuit team. Of course I can go back. Yamku exclaimed, Bulma is worthy of being a scientist. He can do it. Saiyan, I'm just saying, is this reliable? Son Goku said, there are children at home. If we don't go back within a year, my dad is supposed to force teleport me back with a Dragon Ball. Son Goku looked at everyone and said, okay, everyone, Urban Earth. Son Goku took another look at Vegeta and said, I hope you've transformed into Super Saiyan when I go back. The corner of Vegeta's mouth curled up. I will definitely surpass you, Kakarot. Kelin and others waved their hands and said, then, goodbye. Goku and Bulma also bid farewell to everyone. Goodbye. Soon, Kling, Piccolo and others all set foot on the spaceship and returned to the Earth. 63 Learning instant transmission. Two daughters began to learn martial arts. After Goku and Bulma left, they also bid farewell to Namek. Taking the spaceship of the Genuit team, he went to the planet Yadrak. Chichi, aren't they going back? Really? Why didn't I follow in that world? In this way, wouldn't I have to stay alone in the vacant room for a year? Soon, Son Goku and Bulma came to the planet Yadrak. Instant transmission is a skill that Son Goku must learn. There are actually only 2 people on the planet Yadrak. The strength is not strong, but the use of chi is very peculiar. The difficulty of practice is not low, but the threshold is not high. Even Bulma can practice Spirito along with him. Because Son Goku wiped out Frieza, wiped out the Genuit team. The Great Elder was very grateful and readily agreed to their request for practice. Thus, the Great Elder led the 2 of them to start practicing. That is to say, the more profound control of the breath. Time flies. A year passed in a blink of an eye. 6 months ago, Son Goku mastered instant transmission, but his practice did not stop. As the breath control became stronger and stronger, his strength once again experienced an earth-shaking growth. The screen turns. The Earth, Bozy Mountain. Burdock is taking his 2 granddaughters, Sunmi and Suntong. She is only 5 years old, and she is still a little girl. but she doesn't like red clothes and prefers armed forces. You have to pester Burdock. They practice. The talents of the two little girls are very good, and the strength of their performance even exceeds that of Goku when he was a child. They're only 4 and 5 years old, but they're stronger than Goku was when he was a teenager. Certainly, stronger than Burdock was when he was a kid. Saiyan has a strong heart since ancient times. To see the granddaughters are so good, Burdock couldn't be happier. Letting Burdock teach them from the beginning casually also changed the attitude. He wholeheartedly taught them the true martial arts. The two children kept attacking Burdock. While blocking their attacks, Burdock instructed them how to use their strength. The two little girls are not big, but their destructive power is amazing. In a short while, a piece of field was humming. Luckily for Burdock, the Bozy Mountain area is large enough. If it is in the western capital, I really can't afford it. Just when the three of them practiced for a long time and were covered in sweat, Jian came. Tong Tong, Mimi, husband, come to eat. The three stopped practicing, and the two little girls ran towards Jian. Grandma, what's delicious for today? I made the steamed stuffed bun today. Do you like it? I like it. The buns made by Grandma are the best. A bright smile appeared on Jian's face. Eat more if you like. Sun Tong, I want to eat 100. Sun Mi, I want to eat 200. Burdock, ha 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 ha, I'm responsible for eating your bragging. Jian wiped the sweat from his forehead. Hey, we 4 Saiyans can eat 2 bags of noodles with buns for 1 meal. Thanks for being able to hunt and get some meat. Just at this time, a jet came to Bozy Mountain. Sun Tong and Sun Mi shouted loudly. Mom is here. Soon, the jet was off. She holds a box in her hand. It was full of banknotes. Mom and Dad, you have worked hard to help me take care of the children. These 2 girls have as much food as her father, so they haven't eaten less these days. Jian smiled and said, it's okay, just an extra pair of chopsticks. Our appetites are not small. By the way, should she let us eat a piece of the steamed buns we made today? Well, thank you Mom. By the way, you take the money. Jian shook his head and said, that's unnecessary. We are all hunting, enough to eat. Shichi's face darkened. Mom, you have to accept it. If you don't accept it, then I won't let them live here in the future. The 2 little girls immediately stood side by side, and both hugged Jian's thigh tightly. Grandma, accept it quickly. We still have to live here to practice. Jian gave a wry smile. Okay, I'll take it. Soon, Burdock, Shichi, and 2 little girls formed a table and began to eat. Jian serves them meals. Thanks to Jian's good physique, most people need at least 3 or 5 waiters to feed a few Saiyans. The 3 generations quickly finished a feast of steamed buns. Shichi was full after eating 2 buns, and the 2 little girls killed hundreds of buns each. After eating, several people clutched their bellies and giggled. Shichi saw the scene of them eating together, and became deeply envious. There are father-in-law and mother-in-law to take care of the children, and there is endless money to spend, and the clothes on their bodies are all famous brands. I also learned to fly a jet. I am so happy in that world. The 2 little girls didn't study hard, so they took advantage of the summer vacation to learn martial arts from their grandpa. Originally, Shichi didn't want to see this scene. But seeing their happy appearance, plus the carefree life, Shichi also let go of so many worries. The capsule company with Bulma is the property of tens of billions, or even hundreds of billions of trillions of assets. Excuse me, what is the use of studying so hard? In her cognition, studying is to make money, to marry a wife, and to cross class. And the self in that time and space has already stepped into the top class, the richest man in the world. Children are born with a golden key in their mouths, and birth is the end point that ordinary people can hardly reach in their lifetime. You only need to read like ordinary people, and you don't need to work so hard at all. Shichi is only filled with envy at this moment. Just when a few people were eating and drinking, they were chatting. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning flashed through the minds of Burdock and Jian. Their expressions immediately became serious. What a powerful aura, is it Libai? Burdock's eyes narrowed. No, stronger than Frieza, seems to be King Cold. Jian was a little panicked. Goku hasn't come back yet, are you sure? Burdock smiled lightly. I'm his old man, how could I be worse than him? You all stay at home obediently, don't go out, I'll go and have a look. After saying that, Burdock flew out. Sun Mi and Sun Tong waved to Burdock. Come on Grandpa. The earth is shrouded in an evil and powerful atmosphere. Not only Burdock, but also the warriors of earth came out. Kelin frowned as he felt the breath, and sweat broke out on his forehead. A powerful and evil aura, very similar to Frieza, but obviously not stronger than him. Goku hasn't come back yet, this is going to be bad. Yamcha looked at the sky solemnly. This breath is similar to Frieza from planet Namek back then. But Goku hasn't come back yet. What should we do? Dumplings. Shinshinhan also felt this breath, and flew towards the position where the breath was about to land. Vegeta clenched his fists tightly. Damn it, why is there someone more powerful than Frieza coming to Earth? I can't transform into Super Saiyan yet. The Earth is going to end soon. Everyone landed in a desert. Kelin looked at it and said, probably landed here. Suddenly, several people saw Vegeta coming, and they all became interested. Krillin was the first to ask, Vegeta, can you transform into Super Saiyan? Vegeta shook his head with a livid face. Everyone's hearts also went cold at this moment. Piccolo wiped his fists. How damn, Son Goku hasn't come back yet. Everyone shook their heads. Suddenly, a spaceship came into view. Pay attention to concealment. Hide your origins. Hurry up. Krillin landed over there. Krillin's forehead was sweating. He is stronger than Frieza back then, and he also has an evil aura. Who is he? Vegeta scolded. Listen, don't fly. That's Frieza's army's spaceship. It has a detector. The breath must be suppressed to a minimum to avoid detection. If you want to get closer, you can only go on foot. Everyone nodded. Yamku asked, if we work together, can we beat that guy? Shinshinhan, don't be kidding. The gap is too big. Is our Earth going to end? Sweat broke out on Yamku's forehead. Piccolo, everyone knows the seriousness of the matter. Vegeta looked at everyone and said, do you want to hear the truth? The end of the Earth has come. People watching the movie did not dare to blink. They all stared at the light screen. Son Goku, in that world, I didn't have a son at all. Vegeta is still single, so will the boy from the future come back? Master Roshi wiped his eyes and said, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to the return of a beautiful girl to save the Earth and save Son Goku. Wise, no one other than King Cold has been found to exist. Beerus, this group of people really depends on Goku alone to support the scene. Piccolo, if Goku didn't come back in time, the God Fusion and I in that world would be able to defeat King Cold. Gohan, but, Uncle Piccolo, you in that world are as proud as you, and you don't want to merge with a god? Bulma watched King Cold's spaceship descend, and a very bad feeling came to his heart. She has been to another time and space, and has communicated with Trunks a lot. The self in that time and space suffered a lot, and made a time machine to bring the Trunks back to their timeline. Not to get Vegeta to help, but to save Son Goku. Even myself in that time and space knows. The most trustworthy person is Son June, not Vegeta. It was so easy to see the world of this light curtain, that lucky self and Son Goku came together. She is praying devoutly, Kian Zazao. At this moment, the Goku of that world, but never die from a heart attack. Don't let the two people who have finally come together be separated by yin and yang. Bulma, Wukong. Please make sure nothing happens, I order you. The huge circular spaceship landed. King Cold stepped out of the universe ship, followed by several men. King Cold looked around for a while and said, is this the Earthling? The environment is not bad. When will that Son Goku who killed my son arrive? One of his subordinates said, report to King Cold, that Super Saiyan will take about 3 hours to reach Earth. A smile appeared on King Cold's face. Haha, 3 hours? Yes. Okay, then give him a big gift, and everyone will dispatch to kill all the people on Earth. Yes. In an instant, many soldiers ran out of the spaceship. In an instant there were hundreds. Everyone has a laser weapon in their hand. Just at this moment, a figure landed in front of King Cold. King Cold was shocked. Are you the Super Saiyan? Didn't you say it's still 3 hours away? The man behind King Cold said hurriedly, Your Majesty. The information is correct. Son Goku will not arrive in 3 hours. Bardock said coldly, I am not Son Goku, I am his father. 64 Kill King Cold in seconds. Red Goku knows the future. All the Frieza soldiers looked at Bardock, and King Cold also looked at Bardock. King Cold frowned. I remember that Frieza once destroyed planet Vegeta, and most of the Saiyans were wiped out. Why are there so many Saiyans? Bardock watched King Cold calmly. Because, my son brought me back to life with a Dragon Ball. King Cold's pupils trembled. What? Bardock said, there are Dragon Balls on Earth, so you don't know? King Cold was taken aback again. Dragon Ball? I didn't expect there to be a Dragon Ball here. People who watched the movie were stunned when they saw Bardock directly revealing that there was a Dragon Ball on Earth. What is he doing? He actually directly exposed the secret of the Dragon Ball on Earth. Could it be? Beerus, I see, Mr. Bardock must be capable of destroying their entire army? Champa, impossible. How could he be so capable? Is that world Super Saiyan so easy to change? Cauliflower, if it weren't for the last tournament in the 6th and 7th universe, I don't even know that Saiyan can transform like that? Gayboy, Master's world has always been at the forefront. Topo, that guy. You must be out of your mind. He even exposed the secret of the Dragon Ball on the Earth. Don't you think the Earth is not messy enough? Cheers. People didn't ask him so much, but he exposed the secret of the Dragon Ball on Earth. This person is obviously not as smart as that Son Goku, but looks exactly like him. Makarita, it doesn't feel right. He must have something to say. Gus, I should understand why he said that. Vados, huh? Sister, did you say that on purpose? Cass. Of course it was on purpose. I guess the reason why Bardock revealed the Dragon Ball was not to show off. Instead, he was worried that he would blow up the planet directly. After everyone heard about Dragon Ball for the first time, They couldn't help but want to collect all Dragon Balls and get all kinds of wishes. Some people get taller, some people get money, some people get stronger. No matter who you are, as long as you live actively, you will have desires and goals. Wise, I see, the truth is so simple. By the way, as long as King Cold knows that there are Dragon Balls on Earth, he will not destroy the Earth easily, so killing him will be much easier. Number 18. It turns out that's the case. I still find it strange. Such a smart son Goku, how could his father have no brain at all? Frieza, damn it, I always thought Saiyan was a guy with a simple mind and well-developed limbs. Why are father and son so smart? Vegeta, an excellent Saiyan is one who has super talent and super IQ. This is no comparison between Raditz and Nappa. The light curtain continued to play. King Cold burst out laughing when he heard the news about Dragon Ball. He excitedly said, "Ha ha ha, great, Earth also has Dragon Balls. Then my son can be resurrected too. Hurry up and collect all the Dragon Balls." "Yes, King Cold." Unexpectedly, Bardock stopped everyone with a loud drink. "No need to go, because I will kill you here." Everyone was stunned and looked at Bardock. King Cold couldn't help laughing. "To destroy me? What a big tone." "You don't know, I'm better than Frieza. Even if you are Super Saiyan, you can't be my opponent." Bardock smiled slightly. "You don't know, I am Kakarot, his father, and I am much better than him." "Who is Kakarot?" King Cold was taken aback. Reporting to King Cold, that Son Goku's Saiyan name is Kakarot. King Cold nodded. "I see, you are the father of the guy who raised that Super Saiyan." Bardock flexed his knuckles and said, "Well, my son killed your son. Now it's the duel between Lao Tzu. I will send you to hell again, and your father and son will be reunited." "How wonderful it is to have a neat family," King Cold said with a smirk. "Big words, a mere wild monkey. You are worthy to fight with me? I don't believe you can become the legendary Super Saiyan. That's a guy who only comes out once every 1,000 years. Besides, even if you can really transform into Super Saiyan, I will still kill you. Come on, kill him for me." Others went to find me the Dragon Ball, and killed all the people on Earth. By the way, after the order was completed, a subordinate walked, in front of Bardock and lightly pressed the detector. "A slag with only 5 combat power dares to challenge our King Cold?" As he said that, the man shot a ki blast from his hand, which suddenly blasted towards Bardock. With a flick of his hand, Bardock easily bounced ki blast away. Then the figure flashed, and directly hit the man's face with an elbow. In an instant, the man vomited blood and flew out. The other subordinates were not in a daze. Seeing that he had 2 brushes, they rushed towards Bardock one after another. With a big wave of Bardock's hand, a ki blast swept away, setting off a violent explosion in an instant. Hundreds of people turned into stumps and broken arms in an instant. Kelin and others in the distance were shocked when they sensed this scene. That Bardock is so powerful. There was still a lot of breath just now, but it disappeared in an instant. "Dumpling, what happened?" "Shinshinhan, dumplings, don't fly, pay attention to concealment." Vegeta had already flown to a higher position, and naturally saw Bardock's shot clearly. "Damn it, even Bardock has cultivated so well." Bardock looked at King Cold. "It's time to clean you up." King Cold didn't panic at all. Hey, what a surprise. Killing a mere few hundred scumbags just saved me from paying my salary. You don't think I'll take these people seriously, do you? If it weren't for the value of using the Earth, I can destroy the whole Earth in an instant." Bardock snorted coldly. "It doesn't matter, I will kill you instantly." King Cold frowned. "HMPH, you are so funny." "Arrogant Saiyan." The next second, King Cold rushed towards Bardock. Bardock let out a roar. In an instant, a golden aura ignited on his body. He also transformed into Super Saiyan. Die. King Cold's fist had reached Bardock. Bardock suddenly spread his hands and grasped King Cold's fist. Then the body turned quickly. King Cold was immediately thrown by him in a circle. In the next instant, Bardock's speed increased, turning into an afterimage. As soon as he let go, King Cold's body was suddenly thrown into the sky. In the next moment, Bardock's whole body gathered together, but made a shocking ki blast towards King Cold. When King Cold was still a little dizzy and hadn't stabilized his figure yet, the ki blast overwhelmed him in an instant. Boom! In an instant, King Cold was reduced to ashes. The Z fighters on Earth gasped when they saw this scene. What a strong ki blast. His aura is actually stronger than Goku's aura after transformation. 11. King Cold was hit by him in seconds. Everyone looked at him one after another. There was no sign of King Cold, nor was there any sign of him. He was literally blasted to dust. Sure enough, Ginger is still old and spicy. Yanka, great, don't have to die. Kelin, it's great that you don't have to sacrifice to heaven. Cold sweat broke out on Vegeta's forehead. Bardock is amazing too. He actually killed King Cold, who was stronger than Frieza, in an instant. But after thinking about it, Vegeta became angry again. Damn, Bardock is only a low-level fighter. Even he turned into Super Saiyan before me. I'm a genius. I should be the one who changed. Vegeta's hands clenched in anger. Knowing that King Cold also received lunchboxes for all his subordinates, Kelin and others no longer avoided it. Everyone flew to where the spaceship was. Kelin excitedly said, as expected of Goku's father, he is really amazing. Yanka, the old man has worked hard. Shinshinhan, Goku is so powerful, must have been taught by Mr. Burdock. Korean, Mr. Burdock, are you taking apprentices? Burdock smiled lightly. No, I'm busy at home, and I have to take care of my granddaughter. I came here sometime today, and I have to go. After speaking, Burdock turned into a long rainbow and flew away. Everyone, you look at me, I look at you, time is at a loss. He's gone, let's go back then. Vegeta let out a loud drink, and the breath in his body suddenly rose sharply. There was a hint of golden breath faintly all over his body. However, he still failed to transform. At this moment, Son Goku suddenly appeared. Vegeta? Vegeta was also taken aback. Kakarot, where are you from? Goku, how did you appear and where did you come from? Son Goku looked around, saw King Cold's spaceship. Not far from the spaceship, there was a large piece of corpses of Frieza's army. Son Goku's pupils trembled instantly, and he turned to everyone and asked curiously, is King Cold here? You can guess this, isn't it amazing? Kelin said. Son Goku looked around again, but no one else was there. He hurriedly asked, who defeated King Cold? Yamcha laughed and said, guess, it's related to you. Son Goku's pupils trembled. Could it be my daughter, or my son? Did he bring anything? Everyone became confused. Krillin asked, Goku, are you stupid? How old are you? How could she beat King Cold? Could it be that you raised a mistress outside? Yamcha whispered, maybe there is an illegitimate daughter outside, who has grown up. Son Goku's face darkened. Who the hell did that? Your father killed King Cold. Vegeta didn't have time to play charades with him, and told him the truth directly. On the contrary, Son Goku's complexion became strange. Kelin asked curiously, Goku, did you come back by yourself? Where is Bulma? Son Goku, we still have 3 hours to reach Earth. I sense Vegeta's. The breath becomes stronger, thinking that there is some crisis on the Earth, so instant transmission came over immediately. Vegeta was taken aback again. Instant transmission, what is that? Son Goku smiled mysteriously, a space-type skill, very interesting. Soon, Son Goku showed the instant transmission to everyone, and everyone salivated enviously. Suddenly, Son Goku said seriously, by the way, there is something I need to tell everyone. When everyone heard Son Goku get serious, they all looked at him. 3 years later, at 10 o'clock in the morning on May 12th, in the southwest direction of Nandu, there will be terrible artificial people. They are stronger than Frieza and King Cold. Everyone should practice hard. There will inevitably be a battle. Seeing Son Goku speak about the future, the audience was surprised. Real Hammer, this guy is the one who moved the time? Beerus, just now he asked who killed King Cold. He was looking for Trunks, right? Wise, he really knows what will happen in the future. Supreme Kai, have you checked the time ring? Supreme Kai nodded and said, naturally checked, but there is no such time and space. The world seemed to come out of nowhere. If he is in a parallel world, then our Supreme Kai should have a space ring of this time and space. But unfortunately, we don't have the space ring of this time and space. Grand Priest suddenly said loudly, when the light curtain started, I have already checked, our world does not have this time and space. Moreover, my abilities, including His Majesty Zeno's, cannot interfere with this world. This world is more like born out of thin air. Beerus questioned, that is to say, isn't this a world created by someone moving through time? Grand Priest nodded, yes, maybe it was made by a god of a higher plane, we have no way of knowing? Zeno, move the time a little bit, as long as it doesn't interfere with time and history too much, the adverse effects are actually not that serious. Don't be afraid to admit that you have made a mistake. I already know about the time travel of Trunks. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have 10 good friends. Speaking, Zeno looked at Zeno beside him. That Zeno also nodded and said, for that, I have to thank Goku a lot. However, it is recommended not to mess with the time, as doing so will increase the workload of Supreme Kai. Grand Priest, in short, everyone is strictly prohibited from using time? Yes, everyone from Supreme Kai and Gods of Destruction responded one after another. Grand Priest, okay, let's continue watching. Court of Selection? The former Supreme Kai Aios looked at the light curtain thoughtfully. It does not belong to the scope of time under my jurisdiction. What a strange light curtain. That Burdock is very good. He is decisive and has great potential. He is qualified to be my subordinate. Lord Aios, I checked the history, and that Burdock died very early. It's better to fish him out from the long river of history and cultivate him, so that he can become your subordinate. 65 3 years later, Cell appeared, and Goku sacrificed to the sky. Everyone knew that there would be a crisis 3 years later, and they all began to practice hard. Vegeta clenched his fists tightly and made an oath. In 3 years, I must become a Super Saiyan. I must be stronger than you, Kakarot, Burdock. After speaking, Vegeta was obliged to walk into the spaceship and turned on 100 times the gravity. Western capital. The family has not been reunited for a long time, and they are cooking hard at the dining table. Son Goku gnawed frantically on a big elbow. While talking, he also praised, Chi-Chi's craftsmanship is getting better and better, it's so fragrant. Chi-Chi blushed slightly and said, look at your goggled up look, just like you have never eaten. Eat slowly, no one will grab you. Bulma also picked up a chicken drumstick and began to gnaw on it. The shape was similar to that of Goku. Bulma said, the food at home is delicious, you don't know how Goku and I got through this year. The food outside is terrible. If it weren't for the fairy beans to satisfy our hunger, we would have starved to death long ago. Chi-Chi laughed. Actually, there are several dishes that I didn't cook. Son Goku seemed to have a hot eggplant in his mouth, and asked while eating, is that so? Did our family invite a 5-star chef? The cooking is really delicious. Of course, this is the latest loam. I also think it's delicious, it's amazing. Well, it suits my taste. Sun Mi and Sun Tong also hugged the ribs and gnawed cleanly. Suddenly, Sun Tong shouted, Aunt Lan Chi, have another serving. Coming. While talking, the blue-haired Lan Chi, who was dressed in a maid outfit, walked in with a peaceful and quiet expression, holding a large bowl of meat in his hand. He had a kind smile on his face. She put the food on the table, and just about to say a few words, the pot in the kitchen rang. She hurried back to the kitchen again. Son Goku was taken aback. Lan Chi, why did she come here? Chi laughed and said, the last time I took the kids out to play, I was robbed by the blonde lanky. After I inquired, I found out that she was bored in the Gixian house and had no living expenses. When he became blonde, he went out to rob to make a living. I was taking my baby that day, and I thought it was not good. It just so happens that Lan Chi's cooking skills are good, and her husband and Tong Tong Mimi are so good at eating, so we arranged for her to come to our house. She was offered a job as a chef. Bulma gave a thumbs up. Chi-Chi's cooking is awesome. It's really hard to find such a great chef. Sun Mi, Mom, I want to drink water. Sun Tong, Mom, I want to drink water too. You two eat too much, don't eat like a little fat girl. Sun Mi pouted, and retorted. Grandpa said, eat well, study hard, practice hard, sleep well, and live well. Only when you are full will you have the strength to practice. Sun Tong, sister is right. Son Goku asked curiously, have you both started to practice? The two little girls nodded together. Well, Dad, we all practiced with Grandpa, and we are already very powerful. After dinner, we have to go to Bozy Mountain. Son Goku looked at Chi-Chi with a puzzled face and asked, Chi-Chi, do you not care about their studies? Chi-Chi waved his hand and said, it's summer vacation now, and the summer homework is over, so they can go if they like. Moreover, the two of them are only at the kindergarten level. Do they still need to make up lessons? Son Goku, don't need it. The children next door are all enrolled in art classes, music classes, Santa classes or taekwondo. I feel that the two of them can just enroll in a martial arts class. Besides, children need a good childhood. Both of them like to practice, and it's nice to have grandparents to accompany them. Son Goku looked at Chi-Chi with a strange expression on his face. It seems that she doesn't care about her children's studies at all. It's very different from the Chi-Chi I remember. Something always feels wrong. But it felt like nothing was wrong. Bulma wiped her mouth and said curiously, Goku, you said that there will be very powerful artificial humans in 3 years. Dr. Gallo of the Red Ribbon Corps developed it. Son Goku was suddenly pulled back from his thoughts by Bulma. Yes, there will be artificial humans appearing in 3 years' time. It's very powerful. Bulma asked, do you know the exact location? If so, let's go and destroy the laboratory for him. Son Goku froze for a moment. The figure of number 18 flashed across my mind. Let's forget it. After all, they haven't committed any crime yet. There is no reason to directly demolish other people's laboratories. I have confidence in my strength. Even if they are powerful in the future, we can still defeat them. Bulma nodded. That's right. They've all turned into Super Saiyan. Even the Emperor of the Universe is no match, so there is nothing to be afraid of. The family was finally reunited, enjoyed Gohan, and enjoyed a wonderful afternoon tea. Also had a lovely evening. The next day, Sun Tong and Sun Mi said that Chi-Chi would take them to Bozy Mountain today. Unexpectedly, Bulma also changed into sportswear and walked out. I can't get in the gravity chamber or anything. But I can also do it by practicing with you. I practiced for a year on planet Yadrak, and it has become very powerful. Sun Mi, Mom is amazing. At this moment, Son Goku walked out with a golden breath all over his body. However, his whole body's breath is restrained. There is no surge of breath, and there is no destructive power at all. Everyone was curious. Sun Mi asked curiously, did Dad dye his hair? Sun Tong, what a beautiful hair color. I want to dye it too. Is that okay? Son Goku picked up the two children. This is not a dye. This is a change. When you two girls become stronger, can Daddy teach you? Great. Bulma, Goku, why are you transforming into Super Saiyan? Son Goku said, I think if we keep it this way, we can adapt quickly. In the future, you can reduce damage during battles and increase battery life. While talking, Chi-Chi had already started the plane. What are you dawdling about? It's time for us to set off. Come on up. Goku, who was outside the light curtain, was a little surprised when he saw this scene. Son Goku curiously said, it's still 3 years since Cell appeared. and he has already started practicing in this way. Vegeta, in that world, I haven't been able to transform into Super Saiyan, but he has already begun to maintain this state and practice. The gap seems to be getting bigger and bigger. Kelin, I'm curious. Chichi in that world seems to be different. Not only did he not object, he actually supported the children's practice. Son Goku, yes, it's so strange and enviable. If only Chichi could let me practice, but they always force me to do farm work. Vegeta laughed when he heard this. Vegeta said, I don't have to work, I can practice whenever I want. Number 18, then your strength still cannot catch up with Goku. Vegeta? Vegeta broke through his defense in an instant. The red light curtain gradually faded, and the blue light curtain lit up. In a blink of an eye, 3 years have passed. On May 12th, the sun rose as usual. Son Goku, Piccolo, and little Gohan are all ready. Chichi held a lunchbox and said, Gohan, Goku, be more careful. Do you really don't need to bring a packed lunch? No, thank you Mum. Son Goku, let's go. With that said, Son Goku, Gohan and Piccolo flew towards the small island in the south. Zero asked for flowers. Son Goku said while flying, how powerful are the androids? I'm looking forward to fighting them. Piccolo warned, Gohan, save your strength and don't fly too fast. Yeah, I got it, Uncle Piccolo. Son Goku looked at Piccolo and said, Piccolo promised me not to force myself if I can't defeat them. Because you die, the Dragon Ball no longer exists. Piccolo's face darkened and he said nothing. Soon, the three of them met Krillin, Yanka, and Shinshinhan who were rushing there together. After everyone gathered, they quickly expanded the island where the artificial man was about to arrive. This island is very big, it is a town, and there are quite a few people living on it. At this time, Yaki Liubai came with a jet, gave everyone a pack of fairy bins and left. Artificial people have no breath, they can only bear their temper and spread out to search around. Finally, Android 20 and Android 19 are here. They are absorbing artificial human beings, and through energy detection, they start hunting and absorbing energy zones. After a period of wits, androids number 20 and number 19 absorbed a lot of energy. Finally the decisive battle with Son Goku began. However, during the battle, Son Goku suffered a heart attack and nearly died. Fortunately, Vegeta is also here. He has transformed into Super Saiyan, taking over from Son Goku. Krillin also sent the sick Goku back to Bozy Mountain. Fortunately, Trunks also left a special medicine, and after Son Goku took the medicine, he recuperated. Vegeta defeated number 19, but let number 20 escape because his physical strength was absorbed. Later, Trunks came and told that this was not a future artificial human, and Bulma recognized that number 20 was actually Drive Gallo. Vegeta also ate the fairy beans, and everyone began to hunt down number 20 to find out the truth. Finally, number 17, number 18 surfaced, and a big number 16. It's just that the history of these three androids has not been the same as that of Trunks. They were not bloodthirsty, so they killed Dr. Gallo on the 17th, but did not kill others. Everyone realized it. Since the Trunks killed Frieza, the future has changed and their personalities have changed. Soon after, Lu appeared. The Earth is suffering again. In order to defeat the terrifying Cell, the Piccolo got assimilated into a human. Since then, Piccolo has become complete and has become a real Super Namekian, and his strength has also reached a very high level. At least he's not afraid of Cell in his first form. Vegeta was as miserable as ever. After being blasted by number 18, after training, he came out and tortured Cell. As a result, because of self-confidence in strength, Cell was allowed to become a complete body. He also used the thumb gesture, and without accident, he was blasted by Cell again. Cell starts the Cell game. Vegeta was blasted by Cell again. Finally, Gohan transformed into the second Super Saiyan form when number 16's head was trampled on. The first Super 2 in history was born. In desperation, Son Gohan tortured Cell, and Cell exploded himself. Son Goku comes to the rescue in times of crisis. Take the Cell to King Realm, and put on the Ghost King, a collector's version of the Angel Halo. Goku replaced Krillin this time and sacrificed gloriously to heaven. As a result, Cell is not dead yet, but the guy who wanted to die actually confronted the Sun family. Finally, Son Gohan and Cell face off against Kamehameha. With a small assist from Vegeta, Cell was blasted to ashes. Peace has been restored to Earth. Goku regained his physical body in the underworld because of his relationship with Kaiwang. He felt his presence would attract enemies. In order to prevent bad people from coming to the Earth, he stayed in the underworld to practice. And 66 The artificial man appeared. Vegeta was attacked. After defeating Cell, Trunks also became stronger in this battle and practice. He stepped on the time machine and returned to the timeline where he was. Numbers 17 and 18 in that world are pure demons. Because of Son Goku's premature death, they wantonly destroyed the city and massacred humans. The entire planet is almost extinct. This also caused the cells in that world to be unable to absorb enough life essence to evolve. Trunks doesn't talk too much, and is the only Saiyan who doesn't talk too much. Steady efforts eliminated number 18 and number 17. And also blocked the Cell that set foot on the time machine. Blast the Cell into slag. The future world has restored peace. The remaining human beings began to rebuild. The moviegoers applauded after watching a wonderful scene. From the emergence of artificial humans, to Son Goku's sacrifice to the heavens, and the elimination of Cell, there have been many twists and turns, which are exciting. The tragic future Trunks finally got their revenge and restored the order of the future. Topo, justice defeated evil again? Xeno, Goku is so great. In order to save the Earth, he chose to sacrifice himself? Yeah, Goku is really good? Grand Priest's face is full of smiles again. The seventh universe is really a very warm universe, and the Earth is a place where heroes are born? They can win the championship of Tournament of Power. They deserve it? Cauliflower, that Cell is crazy. After combining with Kale, he lost the battle with Son Goku. Cell, what did I think at the beginning? It's really unlucky to confront the Sun family. Librian, it turns out that number 18 in the future world is so bad. Ugly and bad, he should be cut with a sword. That Gohan 580 is also very good. I feel that he has surpassed Son Goku. It's a pity. Saiyan has one problem, it's too sloppy, especially after transforming. That Trunks is not messy at all, it's very attractive. Kelin, speaking of which, the aesthetics of the second universe is really weird. Number 18, I hope that I am not a bad person in the red light curtain, bless you. Until the world of Trunks restored peace, the blue light curtain gradually faded away. The red light curtain lit up again. Number 18, let me see what I will become in this world. Krillin, there is no future for Trunks. I hope that Goku in that world will not die of illness. Master Roshi, that guy, he won't die. It is estimated that it will be ready at any time. The Dragon Ball is ready to heal the disease. My Goku died that year for 7 years, leaving me alone to take care of the children, because he was married. I hope Goku in that world will never die. Shinshinhan asked curiously, there is no space ring in the light curtain world. Does it mean that the world is already perished? When everyone heard Shinshinhan's analysis, cold sweat broke out on their foreheads. Beerus, stop talking, I have a bad feeling. Wise, think of this as watching a movie. Master Beerus has become serious? Bulma watched the red light curtain light up. It has been 3 years, and unconsciously clenched the handkerchief tightly. Goku, in that world, don't die, don't die. If I can do it, I will definitely ask Trunks to send you a special medicine. The red light curtain is playing. Xidu and Magia Noodles. Sonny Goku's 2 youngest daughters are 7 and 8 years old. The 2 children have grown to about 1.3 meters in height, and they have the appearance of a little lily. I have my own interests and hobbies, and I am not as clingy as I was when I was a child. Or fiddling with beautiful clothes, or tinkering with dolls, or playing with other toys. Today, the 2 of them are working with a bunch of modules in the living room and are building an aircraft carrier. The part is as small as a bean, and there are tens of thousands of parts. The 2 have been fighting for several days. In the past 3 years, neither Chichi nor Bulma have given Goku another child. The times have changed, and I don't care much about passing on the family line from the bottom of my heart. Mainly Chichi and Bulma have selfish motives. Since having a daughter, Goku's concern has been divided a lot by these 2 little padded jackets. Now that the child is grown up, he finally doesn't pester his father like he did when he was a child. Sonny Goku loves people too much. They are reluctant to give Goku more love to one person. No kids to interfere, neither Chichi nor Bulma. You can cuddle with Goku at any time, and relive love without any scruples. In the bedroom, Bulma is wearing a suspenders and playing cards with Goku and Chichi. 3 belts. Bulma, crushed to death. Son Goku, sorry. Chichi, pass. Bulma, bump. He, I only have 1 card left. Son Goku, it's over, I'm going to lose again. Chichi, Wangzad ... to 3. Sonny Goku's eyes lit up. Yes I won. Bulma angrily threw the last card in his hand on the bed. Angrily said, damn it, Chichi, are you an undercover agent? Chichi took off a jacket casually. The main reason is that I'm a little hot and I want to take off one. Bulma, if I take it off again, I will run naked, you pig teammate. Chichi said with a smirk, hey, I did it on purpose. I want to check and see if Bulma is sagging. Bulma, Son Goku. Chichi rubbed his hands together and said, Bulma, hurry up, let me check for you. I'm so mad. The audience watching this scene lit up their eyes one after another. The picture of this light curtain is pretty good. It can actually show this kind of picture. Take it off quickly. Master Roshi rolled his eyes and kept instigating. The old Supreme Kai kept waving his arms, gesturing to speed up on the screen. Others look embarrassed. However, the next second the phone next to Bree rang. Bulma hastily answered the phone. Hey, what? It's time already. Bulma's expression became serious with naked eyes. Seeing Bulma's expression, Sonny Goku asked curiously, what's wrong, Bulma? What happened? Bulma raised his head and looked at the perpetual calendar. Sure enough, 3 years have passed in a flash, and today is the day when the artificial man was born. Son Goku and Chichi also stood up solemnly. When was the artificial man born? Bulma nodded. Master Roshi called. He asked me to inform you, Goku. They have assembled, and they should be on the small island in the south by now. Son Goku threw down the cards in his hand and asked, Bulma, are you ready for the Dragon Ball? Bulma nodded. Well, don't worry, I've locked them up and I can't lose them. Besides, the few of us have physical examinations every few days these days. According to the doctor's report, we are all in good health and there should be no problems with our bodies. Son Goku nodded. That's good, then I'll go. Wait. Bulma interrupted Goku. Bulma took out a few photos from the drawer and handed them to Goku. Didn't you say that the enemy is Dr. Gallo? I found his photo. It will be easier for you to find it with the photo. Son Goku took the photo in surprise. Impressively printed on it is a photo of Dr. Gallo. As expected of Bulma, I can think of all of this. Amazing. Bulma smiled lightly. It's not difficult, just search for it, and it will be there on the internet. These days, it's too easy to bully someone online. If those sailors knew about him, they would be able to find out his background directly. Okay, I'm leaving. Chichi and Bulma nodded one after another. Well, we are waiting for you at home. Son Goku placed his 2 fingers between his eyebrows, locked Kling's breath, and an instant transmission disappeared. Kelin, if there is no specific medicine, we should do a physical examination in advance, and treat diseases early. Goku in that world really cherishes life, unlike our Goku, who is desperate at every turn. Vados said, prevention is better than cure. They are doing the right thing. I think that Son Goku is in good health. Son Goku breathed a sigh of relief. I won't die of a heart attack in that world. That's great. Bulma looked at their conversation in the light curtain, and felt as if a weight had been put down in his heart. Yeah, why didn't I think of it? There is no special medicine. Check your body in advance. It can also be detected early and treated early. Although this method is stupid, it is indeed a good method. No one came back from the future. It seems a good thing that Goku will not die of illness. As soon as the screen changed, Son Goku came to Kelin and the others. Piccolo, Yanka, Shinshinhan also came. Great. Goku is here. Son Goku looked around. Where's Vegeta? I don't know. That guy might still be practicing. Is he late? At this moment, the Red aura suddenly flashed over. Vegeta appeared in front of everyone. Son Goku was so excited. Vegeta, you're finally here. Vegeta smiled and said, Kakarot, I transformed into Super Saiyan 2 years ago, and I have soaked in the gravity chamber for another 2 years. Now I surpass you. Son Goku was surprised. What? You have been in the gravity room for 2 consecutive years. Are you too hard? Vegeta wiped his fists and said, that's right. I transformed 2 years later than you. I've definitely surpassed you now. If you have nothing else to do, just go back. Artificial man and so on. I can solve it all by myself. Son Goku, now the enemy is in the dark, and we are in the light. I don't know how many people there are on the other side, so be careful. The corners of Vegeta's mouth quirked up. Unexpectedly, Kakarot became scared. Son Goku smiled helplessly and did not refute. The people watching the movie started to complain when they saw this scene. That reckless Vegeta, what is fear? He is stable. Saiyan has so many stink problems, even with a little strength. You don't know how high the sky is? That's right. If you don't make waves, you can't be Saiyan. Wise said, Saiyan is a fighting nation. Warlike is their nature. What is engraved in the mind is not so easy to change. Number 18. So, that Goku is more perfect. Possessing the wisdom of Earthlings and Saiyan's fighting talent. He is truly a good man like no other in a million. Vegeta, Humphrey, if I was born again, I would definitely be stronger than him. Son Goku, I'm afraid I'll get beaten. Vegeta, Kakarot? Son Goku hastily waved his hands. Vegeta, I'm just telling the truth. You are the same in both worlds, and you are beaten all the time. Vegeta was paralyzed for a moment and couldn't refute at all. Soon, Son Goku and a group of soldiers came to the sky above the target island. Just like in the blue light curtain, it is a big town. Son Goku said, everyone, let's look for it. Androids have no breath, so we can only look for them with our eyes. Don't act rashly if you find artificial humans, and contact everyone in time. Kelin, yeah. Shinshinhan, no problem. Yanka, okay. Vegeta, boring. Son Goku, it's still not neat at all. By the way, I have a picture of Dr. Gallo here. You all have a look. If there is anything like it, just compare it. Son Goku sent the photo to everyone. Then, let the action begin. Soon, everyone was distributed in the small town, looking for traces of artificial humans. Vegeta looked at the photo, remembered Dr. Gallo's appearance, and then threw the photo on the ground. When I crushed it with my foot, the photo wrinkled instantly. It's just an old man, and he still uses my Super Saiyan to shoot. It's really an anti-aircraft gun to kill mosquitoes. At this moment, a soundless light suddenly shot at Vegeta's back. Bang! Exploded into billows of smoke and dust. Vegeta rolled and steadied himself. Because he didn't have any defenses, the pain in his back made him sweat coldly. Damn it, You actually dare to sneak attack on me? Robots, get out of here. Kelin, no way, Vegeta hasn't used the deflated gesture yet, and he was beaten again. PG 5.2 Tower, that guy, he's so self-righteous. He didn't have any defenses at all, and was hurt by this level of light. Son Goku, hey, Vegeta, isn't it you? Vegeta said angrily, Kakarot, I am me. He is him. They're clearly two different things. After Vegeta yelled a few words, two androids walked up to Vegeta. Vegeta's pupils flashed. Dr. Gallo, it is indeed you. Android number 20 was suddenly stunned. What are you talking about? I'm Android 20, not Dr. Gallo. Unexpectedly, just after Dr. Gallo finished speaking, he saw the photo at Vegeta's feet. Impressively printed his head portrait, as well as his general information. Dr. Gallo's pupils shrank. There are actually my photos and information, how did you get them? No comment. Then go die. Vegeta yelled suddenly, without transforming, and punched Dr. Gallo with his fist. Unexpectedly, Dr. Gallo blocked Vegeta's attack with both hands. At the moment of touching, Vegeta clearly felt the rapid loss of physical strength. With a fixed gaze, he saw the energy-absorbing device in the palm of the artificial man. There was a sneer on Vegeta's lips. If you don't behave like a human being, you will become some kind of man-made human. What rubbish. The next moment, Vegeta shot up into the sky. Immediately, the prince's tactics were launched, and countless energy bombs slammed towards number 19 and Drive Gallo. Instead of hiding, the two raised their arms excitedly. Countless energy bombs converged towards their palms, without causing any damage, let alone hurting the two of them. Ha ha ha, are you Vegetas? Your energy is delicious. 67 Son Goku's fame, debut on the 18th. Vegeta looked at the two mechanically absorbed androids with disdain, with a deep disdain on his face. That's all, you guys let me down. Hearing Vegeta's ridicule, the two were stunned for a moment. Dr. Gallo laughed and said, He, Vegeta, you are still so crazy. I remember, ever since you came to Earth, being with Son Goku has been getting beat up. Vegeta's eyes turned cold. What did you say? Dr. Gallo said, my goal was to kill Son Goku. Therefore, he has been observing his actions with a miniature reconnaissance plane. Both you and Son Goku are Saiyan, right? I've been researching Saiyan. Through your many experiences of being beaten, many of Saiyan's shortcomings have been discovered. Created androids designed to defeat you. Vegeta got angry immediately when Dr. Gallo exposed his scar repeatedly. Enough, with people like you, you are still not my opponent. Today, I will completely destroy you. After finishing speaking, Vegeta roared suddenly. The golden aura ignited all over his body. Dr. Gallo and number 19 showed a strange look in their eyes. Number 19 said, unexpectedly, even you have transformed into Super Saiyan. Super Saiyan's power is really strong, amazing, even stronger than I expected. However, it was much worse than my preparation. Vegeta asked curiously, why, could it be that your miniature reconnaissance plane went to Namek? The corner of Dr. Gallo's mouth twitched slightly. That's not true, but I have clear data on the battle between Bardock and King Cold. That is to say, your Super Saiyan's combat power, your character, and the speed of growth. I have already counted it. You will lose. Vegeta said disdainfully, just because you two trash are worthy of me losing? Oh, too, Dr. Gallo said with a smile, you don't need to, just one person on the 19th can kill you. Go, number 19. After speaking, number 19 rushed towards Vegeta. The corners of Vegeta's mouth raised slightly, and the speed of number 19 was like slow motion in his eyes. Just dodging for a while, he avoided number 19's attack. Another backhand elbow hit number 19 straight away. The body of number 19 collided with a building, and countless humans began to flee crazily. At this time, Son Goku, Kelin, Shinhan and others rushed over. Vegeta, we're here to help you. Vegeta immediately shouted, leave these two guys to me, you don't have to do anything. Everyone stopped again. Son Goku saw the 19th and 20th, and obviously relaxed a lot. With the two of them appearing, there is a high probability that number 17 and number 18 in this world are not villains anymore. Otherwise, instead of coming out with number 19, he would be killed by number 17 and number 18. Then the 17th and 18th came out and rushed to the earth. Son Goku looked around at the fleeing people, and immediately commanded, everyone, since we don't need us in the battle, then quickly evacuate the people. Okay, all right. Son Goku looked at Vegeta, you guys want to fight? Go to a place where there are few people. Dr. Gallo snorted coldly, that's not necessary. I saw that number 20 suddenly shot two lasers from both eyes, and instantly set off a huge explosion. At least hundreds of people died tragically on the spot in an instant, and countless people were injured. The screams were overwhelming. Son Goku was furious. Damn you. The next moment, Son Goku threw the energy bomb directly at Dr. Gallo. The figure of Dr. Gallo retreated suddenly, and retreated into the crowd behind him in an instant. The energy bomb was avoided. Son Goku raised his hand and shot towards the sky in an instant, but fortunately no damage was caused. Seeing this move, Yamcha couldn't help but be taken aback. This move seems to be an air bomb, but it is different. It can only turn a corner. Dr. Gallo saw Son Goku deflecting the energy bomb into the sky. With an evil smile on his face, he hooked his fingers towards Son Goku. Son Goku, blow this way, hurry up. The people around Dr. Gallo fled one after another, and hurriedly fled towards the surroundings. Run, help. At this time, there was a violent explosion in the battle between number 19 and Vegeta. Dr. Gallo was startled. He didn't seem to expect Vegeta to grow so fast. His speed and strength were suppressed, and he was no match at all. If this continues, Vegeta will consume all the energy before absorbing much energy. The way he said to deal with Saiyan is not the two of them. It's 18 and 17 in the lab. It's just that he just wanted to bring number 19 over to absorb some human energy and store some energy. It means that the revenge against Son Goku has not yet begun, but they were found by them. Dr. Gallo's eyes rolled. He had to open number 17 and number 18 to deal with them. The most urgent thing is to take advantage of the large number of people, and they still have scruples to escape quickly. Otherwise, it would be a big loss if the man-made humans died here before they were released. Dr. Gallo scanned the battlefield. Although number 19 was at a disadvantage, he and Vegeta could still fight for a while. According to statistics, only Son Goku can catch up with him in speed. Dr. Gallo immediately thought of a coup. The next moment, Dr. Gallo suddenly flew into the sky. Son Goku is hot on the heels. I saw a huge energy bomb appeared in Dr. Gallo's hand, but the target was not Son Goku, but the crowd on the ground. He flicked his hands, and the energy bomb suddenly hit the crowd. Son Goku snorted coldly. Old silver coin, damn it. While speaking, Son Goku immediately teleported into the crowd. Gathering a ki blast with both hands, it blasted towards Dr. Gallo's energy bomb. Ki blast instantly blasted energy bombs into the sky. The ordinary people who fled also breathed a sigh of relief at this moment. Son Goku looked up to search for the figure of Dr. Gallo, but he had disappeared. Without breath, it's really troublesome to search for. Son Goku wants to chase, but he's worried that Vegeta will overturn on the 19th. I am also worried that the fighting will be too fierce and hurt so many ordinary people here. Son Goku hesitated, but did not walk away. Anyway, the ultimate goal of the artificial man is to kill himself, and he cannot lose it. He had no choice but to watch the battle between Vegeta and number 19, and at the same time be prepared for the gas bombs to fall and injure the crowd. Just at this moment, the voice of asking questions appeared in the crowd. A girl's voice came weakly. You are the world's #1 Budokai champion for 5 consecutive times, Mr. Son Goku. Son Goku was startled, and followed the voice to look over. A girl is looking at Son Goku with admiration. Seeing Son Goku's face, the girl immediately excitedly said, "It's really you, Dr. Son Goku." The crowd was not so flustered anymore. They all looked at Son Goku. Son Goku. It's really Mr. Son Goku, consecutive champion of the world's #1 martial arts club. Look, those martial arts masters who evacuated the crowd, isn't he a Kelin, Shinhan and Yamcha who have participated in the Budokai all the year round? I said that the move just now is so familiar. Isn't that the Kamehameha of the Gixian style? Mr. Son Goku, thank you just now, your move is so cool. Mr. Son Goku, could you please sign me? Mr. Son Goku, are you married? Son Goku was a little surprised when he heard the rush of words. How many people know me? But on second thought, it's right. Piccolo did not destroy the Budokai scene either. The Budokai is held every year, and Son Goku participates in every session. In fact, just to earn some bonuses. He is also worried about the chichi of this world saying that he only knows how to fight and doesn't earn money. For so many years, the champion of the world's #1 Budokai has always been himself. The last time the Martial Arts Association found him, made him a god, and cast a statue. A bonus of 100 million will be given every 3 years. Requirement: Son Goku only needs to accept the championship challenge, and does not participate in the selection or anything. In fact, it was not for anything else, but once Son Goku participated, the others would have no chance to win the championship. Influence the enthusiasm of other new martial arts masters to participate in the martial arts meeting. Son Goku felt that his character set was a bit crooked, gradually developing in the direction of Satan. However, unlike Satan, strength is real. After the crowd saw Son Goku, they didn't run away either. Kling, Yamcha, and even Shinhan were evacuating the crowd, and they were also accosted by fans at this moment. While Son Goku was struggling to deal with the crowd's accusations, Vegeta's number 19 team lost in a row. Number 19 had already broken an arm, and suddenly flew towards the distance. But Vegeta didn't chase after him, he had retreated to normal. He hurriedly yelled at Son Goku, "Kakarot, give me the bean, hurry up." Son Goku immediately threw him the bin. A fairy bin entrance, Vegeta regained 107 full blood and blew again, in the direction of number 19. He chased after him fiercely. "Sorry, I still have to chase the prisoner." Saying that, Son Goku immediately chased after Vegeta in the direction he was flying. Everyone looked at the background of Son Goku and several people, and couldn't help sighing. The world champion is really busy. Could it be, they're busy saving the world all day? The greater the ability, the greater the responsibility. I'm envious. I want to be a superhero too. Okay. The screen turned and came to a barren mountain. There are strange rocks everywhere. It seems to be aware that Son Goku and others are not chasing. Dr. Gallo and number 19 dealt with Vegeta by taking advantage of the terrain. Unfortunately, Vegeta is not a rookie. Knowing that the opposite side can absorb energy, there is no breath, and the prince's tactics will not be launched. In the blink of an eye, number 19 was defeated, and his head was crushed and exploded. Dr. Gallo has absorbed a lot of energy, no longer greedy, and escaped with the help of terrain. Vegeta followed closely. At the same time, Son Goku and others also came. Because there is no breath, you can only rely on your eyes, and follow him to find Dr. Gallo's whereabouts. About an hour later, everyone came to a valley. Vegeta gritted his teeth. What nonsense. Artificial man, the guy who can only run, is so weak. Son Goku said, the real enemy is not them, but someone who is stronger. Vegeta was taken aback, and then a look of surprise appeared on his face. That's great, Scarlet, don't get in the way, the real opponent let me come. Just at this moment, a loud bang came. Everyone followed the voice and looked over. A mushroom cloud emerged from a valley. A tall figure stepped out, followed by, there is also a handsome boy and a beautiful blonde girl. The three are number 17, number 18 and number 16 of the pure mechanical body. Their eyes were very consistent, and they all looked at Son Goku. Vegeta immediately flew over. Looking at them arrogantly, he pointed his thumb at himself. He asked loudly, are you man-made humans? This uncle is the strongest Super Saiyan. Who will fight with me, or should you three fight together? 68 number 18 beat Vegeta, Son Goku 1v3. Vegeta gave a thumbs up when he saw that world, and the corners of his mouth twitched involuntarily. Krillin. Look, Vegeta gave the thumbs up again. Topo, is that Wanyan's second child going to be beaten again? I feel a little pain for him after watching too much. Dispo, I'm already numb? Macarita, it stands to reason that in the previous blue light curtain, the number 17 and the number 18 ignored him. They had already left, and Vegeta rushed to catch up and was beaten. Thinking about it now, Vegeta was purely looking for abuse. Number 18 couldn't help but covered his mouth and laughed lightly. I didn't expect that the Vegeta in this world is the same. Just because of his attitude of speaking, he will also be beaten up by me. Son Goku couldn't help but wondered, number 18, what did you think at the beginning? I heard that you broke his arm. Number 18 flicked his hair and said, I didn't pay attention to him at first, we all left. As a result, Vegeta came out halfway and stopped us. They also said that we are robots, and they insisted on dismantling us. Who can bear this matter? I was already very face-saving, beat him up and left. Vegeta seems to recall the scene back then, exactly the same as in the blue light curtain. Indeed, after they rushed to the laboratory, they watched them leave. The three cyborgs ignored them and flew away on their own. It was him, who thought that the three man-made humans looked down on him and were not worthy of being his opponent, so he chased after him and was beaten. However, it was just a severe beating, no life was injured, and it was useless to revive. Now that I think about it carefully, I actually chose it on my own initiative. If you want to blame them, they are in a different world from Trunks, and their personalities are so different. I miscalculated their strength, and I didn't expect their character. Number 17 showed memories, with a smile on his face, said, back then, we were transformed with only one purpose, which was to kill Son Goku. We were locked in a box, constantly brainwashed by computers to kill Son Goku. However, Dr. Gallo should have failed. Just when my consciousness began to blur, Dr. Gallo suddenly woke me up. Our human emotional memory is preserved. Moreover, I still retain the hatred of Dr. Gallo for keeping me for so long, worrying about him stopping us again. So, after I woke up, I took a chance and killed Dr. Gallo immediately. Number 18 continued to add, I am similar to him. When I first woke up, all the data of Son Goku was deeply imprinted in my mind. Those subconscious drives me to kill Son Goku. But at the same time, I also retain the emotions and the memories of a human period. Human emotion also told me that killing him meant nothing to me either. It's just a task to pass the time when you have nothing to do. Later, before meeting Son Goku, Cell appeared. You will know what happened afterwards, and it will be nothing after that. After listening to the self-reports on the 18th and 17th, everyone has a thorough understanding of what happened back then. In this time and space, Dr. Gallo's experiment did not succeed, which caused such consequences. Now that I think about it, I'm really glad. It seems that Dr. Gallo's androids are good people. Whether it is number 17, number 18, or number 16 with a purely mechanical body, they are not bloodthirsty. Otherwise, Vegeta would have been directly in the hands of number 18. And in another time and space, no matter the 17th or the 18th, or the Cell, they are all villains. In this era of Cell, the embryo has been completely wiped out before it is completed. The Cell they are facing is not a person of this era. Instead, it traveled from the time and space where the Trunks were located. In other words, that time and space is indeed a sinful time and space. Jiras has a saying that is right, it is love that changes the world. The red light curtain continued to play. Number 16, Number 17 and number 18 looked back at Son Goku and turned to look at Vegeta. The corner of number 17's mouth twitched, and said, "You go, our goal is to kill Son Goku." Vegeta burst out the aura of Super Saiyan suddenly, and his whole body was ignited with golden light. Kelin, Shinshinhan, Yanka, and Piccolo were all watching the three androids, observing them quietly. The most eye-catching of the three artificial humans is number 16. Even though the tall body couldn't perceive breath, he could still feel the sense of oppression emanating from his whole body. Especially his gentle smile, in their eyes, actually had a horrible taste. Hearing that number 17 asked him to go aside, Vegeta snorted coldly, "Kakarot can only be defeated by me. Under the same conditions, as Prince Saiyan, I am definitely stronger than him. You dare not do anything to me. Are you afraid of me? Afraid of you? Ha 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 ha." Number 17 couldn't help laughing. Number 18 flicked her hair and said, "Your hair is a different color from just now. It's very interesting. The only difference is the color." Number 18 narrowed his eyes and said, "Get out of the way. Don't stop us from killing Son Goku." Vegeta raised his mouth and said, "There's no need to go, because I'm going to kill you." All three couldn't help laughing. Vegeta snorted coldly, "What are you laughing at? You won't be able to laugh soon." Number 17 said with a kimbo, "Saiyan is very confident, that Son Goku seems to be the same, but it seems not as crazy as you. If you are not capable enough but so confident, you will only die faster." Vegeta said furiously, "You are just a puppet." With such a big tone, "I will smash you to pieces." "Who will die first, the kid, the woman, the big fool, or the three of you together?" Number 18 stepped forward with his arms folded. He said with a smile, "Don't be brave, Mrs. King Vegeta, let me meet you. We have data on most of you, except Son Goku, which is you Vegeta." A smile finally formed on Vegeta's lips. "Yes, it seems that Dr. Gallo also knows that I am much stronger than Kakarot." Number 18 shook his head. No, you misunderstood. Most of the data we have on you is the data that you were beaten." The audience watching the movie couldn't help laughing for a while when they saw what the 18th said. Yes, most of Vegeta's battle statistics are from being beaten. Yeah, I can prove this too? Let Vegeta be beaten in a fancy way, and he has never died or revived once, so I ask you if you are awesome or not. It seems that the thing they collect data is true? Although Dr. Gallo is bad, he is also a pragmatic person? Everyone in the 7th universe is holding back tightly, for fear of laughing and hurting Vegeta's self-esteem? Because this video viewing was so funny, Son Goku finally couldn't hold back and laughed out loud? Son Goku laughed, and the others were also blown up, covering their stomachs and laughing loudly? If it wasn't for the viewing system to imprison them in place, they would probably all be rolling and laughing? Vegeta's face was livid, and the drill was rattling? Hearing that number 18 said that he had his data, but most of them were his beaten data, Vegeta immediately broke the defense. "Damn it, how dare you play tricks on me? Let me be clear first, I will not be soft just because you are a woman, not to mention that you are not a woman, you are just a puppet." Number 18's eyes turned cold, and he touched Vegeta perfunctorily with his little hand. Vegeta set up his hands, and number 18 took the lead. She stepped on the ground suddenly and punched Vegeta. Vegeta raised his arms to block, and at the same time, number 18 followed up with another punch. Number 18's punches and kicks turned into after images, constantly attacking Vegeta. Vegeta retreated while defending. At this moment, he realized that the strength of this woman was indeed not comparable to that of number 19 just now. Although it doesn't have the ability to absorb energy, its strength is much stronger than that guy. Although number 18 is a woman, she opens and closes every move. In a blink of an eye, Vegeta seized an opening and swept across with one kick. Number 18 was caught off guard and was kicked away. The figure crashed into the mountain while backing away. A large piece of rock was broken. Number 18 stopped, stepped on the mountain suddenly, and attacked Vegeta again. The strength of Vegeta's Super Saiyan was fully displayed. The tricks are fierce and fast. Number 18 didn't use much power and was suppressed for a while. In just a few seconds, he was repulsed by Vegeta again. Both 17th and 16th looked up at the battle between the two. The 17th said, unexpectedly, "The data provided by Dr. Gallo is not accurate. He is very strong." Vegeta and number 18 fought for several rounds, and Vegeta opened up the distance with a slight advantage. Both of them stood on a section of winding mountain road. Vegeta said disdainfully, "HMPH, my move just now should have hurt you, right? However, puppets like you should not respond to injuries." Number 18 looked indifferent, with a smile still on his face. Vegeta sneered, "You still dare to laugh, or are you just programmed for this? That being the case, I'll smash you into pieces and see how you can laugh." 11. As he spoke, Vegeta gathered his breath in the palm of his hand, forming a wave of energy. Just at this time, a large truck came behind number 18. The truck driver cursed, "You bastards, what are you doing standing in the middle of the road? Get out of the way, or I will crush you to death." While cursing, he stepped on the gas pedal, and the car suddenly hit the two of them. Number 18 suddenly stepped on the ground and jumped into the sky. Vegeta's energy bomb was also fired, hit the truck head-on. In an instant, the truck was detonated, and a violent explosion sent thick smoke billowing. Amidst the thick smoke and debris, the truck driver climbed out. Cough cough cough. Damn it, I have long said that fatigue driving is not advisable. I have hallucinations. People can smash my car into scrap. I must be dreaming. After speaking, the truck driver lay on the ground and passed out. At this point, Number 18 landed. Vegeta looked at Number 18 solemnly and said, "Your skill is quicker than I imagined." Number 18 said lightly, "You didn't attack with all your strength just now." "Of course, if I attack with all my strength, I'm afraid the earth will be destroyed," Vegeta said proudly. Number 18 put his hands on his hips and said, "I also didn't use my full strength. You should know that, right, Vegeta? Well, then you'd better give it your all, or you'll regret it." "Okay, as you wish." The next moment, Number 18 stepped on the ground suddenly and slammed towards Vegeta. The speed was so fast that Vegeta couldn't dodge it. The top of Number 18's head hit Vegeta directly on the forehead. In an instant, a big bump appeared on Vegeta's forehead, and Number 18 appears to be intact. Vegeta was furious and punched him with a backhand. However, Number 18 blocked Vegeta's heavy punch with one hand. The backhand was a knee to Vegeta's stomach. Vegeta let out a miserable snort and flew out backwards. Number 18 chased after him and added a whip leg again. Kicked Vegeta into the mountain with one kick. The mountain set off billows of smoke and dust. Before the smoke cleared, Vegeta came out again. "Is it only this level? I thought it was so powerful," snapped. Number 18 didn't listen to his ink marks, and just kicked up, kicking Vegeta out again. Vegeta became furious and stormed away again. However, the confused Vegeta failed to hit the move of Number 18. Instead, he was knocked down to the ground by Number 18 with a whip and a dunk. Vegeta got up slowly. He was already injured. But Number 18 has already put his hands in his pockets, not knowing why the opponent looked at him. "If you want to escape, please, we are not interested in deserters." Vegeta wiped the corner of his mouth. "Don't be kidding, I'm about to deal with you. How could I escape?" "Well, you can team up with Son Goku. I don't mind." Vegeta sneered. "Are you kidding me? Even if I die in battle, it's impossible to join forces with that guy." Number 17 couldn't help applauding Vegeta. "The speech is really wonderful. As expected of the Prince of Saiyan, he is proud and brave, and he really has fighting spirit." Kelin frowned watching the battle between the two, and the conversation between the 18th and 17th. "Goku, why do I feel weird?" Goku asked curiously. "Where is it strange?" "I feel that although the man-made man is very strong, but he keeps his hands everywhere, it doesn't seem to be a bad person." Son Goku nodded. "Indeed. It was just modified by Dr. Gallo. They are supposed to be good people." "Reform? Are they human?" "Well, to be precise, they are reformers." 17's applause stops and Vegeta spits. "You little robot dolls, don't criticize me." Number 17, "Hee hee, your mouth really stinks." On the 18th, "Take care of him." Number 18 looked at Vegeta. "Should you still fight?" "If you fight again, I won't keep Wang Hao's hand." Vegeta, "Of course." The next moment, the two fought again. It's just that Vegeta's aura has dropped significantly, and the breath of Number 18 is still the same. She has unlimited energy. In the blink of an eye, Vegeta was beaten violently and smashed into the mountain. In the next instant, Vegeta flew out of the thick smoke again. "You pissed me off. I'm going to kill you." Number 18 smiled and said, "Your strength is beyond my imagination. It seems that Son Goku should be stronger." Vegeta was furious. "Nonsense. He just surpassed me once, and now I am superior." Number 18 flicked her hair. "I don't think it's a big deal. Both are the same." Figure 18 suddenly disappeared and bumped into Vegeta in an instant. Vegeta swung his fist and attacked, but it was kicked on the arm by Number 18. Crack! Vegeta's arm was kicked into a contorted shape and appeared to be broken. "Ugh!" Vegeta screamed. Even so, Vegeta gritted his teeth suddenly, and continued to attack Number 18 with the other arm. Number 18 frowned, and suddenly knocked Vegeta out with a knee, added another dunk, knocking Vegeta to the ground. The battle is finally over at this moment. Number 18 turned to look at Son Goku and others. "Which one of you will come next?" Kling, Piccolo, Shinshinhan and Yamcha all had cold sweat on their foreheads. Even Super Saiyan Vegeta is praised like that. They are definitely not against the people. Son Goku took a step forward and ticked his finger towards Number 18. "Your target isn't me." To save time, the three of you come together. "Man." As soon as Son Goku said this, everyone was stunned. "Goku, are you okay?" Son Goku smiled lightly. "Man, you can't say no." The 16th, 17th and 18th are also really welcome. They really stand together. Prepare 3 people to deal with Son Goku alone. Number 17, Son Goku, you are our ultimate goal. You are a man. 69 That Goku is so fierce. Cell was born. At this moment, Number 17 looked at Vegeta on the ground, and then turned to Kelin and his party. "Hey, don't you guys have fairy beans? Feed them to Vegeta quickly, or you'll die soon." Kelin froze for a moment, then hurriedly flew to Vegeta's side and dragged him back. The audience watching the movie saw that Vegeta was beaten up by Number 18 alone. Son Goku had to challenge 3 people alone, and he was in a cold sweat for a while. Kelin, That Goku is so handsome. Vegeta lost 1v1, and he dared to 1v3? Son Goku wiped his nose and said, it seems that the me in that world is stronger than Vegeta? Vegeta clenched his fists tightly and did not speak. Number 18 was stunned when he saw Son Goku's proud figure and burning eyes in the light curtain. That Goku is indeed a bit handsome. Topo, I feel that the enemy is different this time, and their nature is not bad. He beat Vegeta again, but never meant to kill him. He also knew that someone would take that celestial beam to save him. Dispo, I understand, then Vegeta must be the son of destiny. No matter how hard he tries to die, he won't die? Vermit, you really make sense when you say that. Vegeta, I thank you so much for complimenting me. Makarita. He is indeed the man I like. He is in a weak position, but he still dares to challenge 3, so domineering. Vados, come on Goku, defeat the 3 of them. Chichi, come on, Goku. Bulma, come on, Goku. The light curtain continued to play. Vegeta was fed fairy beans by Krillin, and his strength returned to full strength in an instant, and his injuries healed. Seeing Son Goku competing against 3, his eyes widened. Kakarot, he's 1v3. Damn it, there's only a little difference in strength between me and that woman. Being defeated by 3 people is more honorable than being defeated by 1 person. Damn it, this wave was pretended by him. Son Goku shouted loudly and instantly transformed into Super Saiyan. The powerful breath instantly set off a boundless wave of air. Son Goku was like the eye of a storm, with sand and gravel flying around. Kelin and others hurriedly retreated dozens of meters away. Feeling Son Goku's aura that was obviously stronger than him, Vegeta clenched his fists again. Damn it. The strength is still not as good as him. I haven't kept up with 1 step, and after 3 years of hard training, I am still not even close. It's disgusting, disgusting. Number 18, number 17 and number 16 all took fighting stances. In the next moment 907, number 17 took the lead and struck Son Goku with random punches. Number 18 was just 1 step slower, and his fists hit Son Goku like a rainstorm. Son Goku kept swinging his hands like knives, blocking the random punches of number 17 and number 18 as if he were strolling around. In the middle of waving his fists, Son Goku retracted his hands and slammed towards the 2 of them. Number 18 and number 17 crossed their arms to block Son Goku's fist, but their bodies were blown back by this punch, and they flew out steadily. At this moment, number 16's huge fist hit Son Goku head-on. Son Goku turned slightly to one side, clasped the huge arm of number 16 with both hands, and then slapped the ground hard. Number 16 was slammed to the ground. In an instant, a human-shaped imprint was printed on the ground. Son Goku wanted to go up and make up for it. However, number 18 and number 17 have already attacked. The corner of Son Goku's mouth hooked, and he picked up number 16's big foot, which was at least 60 yards, again, and swung him up as a weapon. In an instant, both number 17 and number 18 were hit, and the 3 of them flew upside down and crashed into the mountain. At the end of the first round, Son Goku won. Shinshinhan, that Goku is a real man. He still won in 1v3, amazing? Master Roshi, it feels like my mind is unhealthy. You said 1v3, how the hell did I get it wrong? Shinshinhan looks confused. Teacher Yushin, what did you say? Master Roshi, I said that Goku is really fierce. Beerus, it's really fierce. Wise, that Goku didn't use his full strength. I feel that with his strength, he could kill the 3 of them in an instant. Beerus, I see, but that Goku is someone who moved time. I must know that they are all good people, and I will definitely not kill them. Kelin, I'm relieved, I almost forgot about it. Piccolo, the problem is, those 3 androids don't know this, and they seem to have tried their best. Vados, I see that Goku seems to take extra care of number 18. When he hits her, he always hits number 17. The 18th heard Vados' analysis, and turned to watch his battle again. Finally, he also saw the moves that he left room for himself in that time and space, and his face blushed unconsciously. Secretly said, is he always so gentle with girls? After a few rounds, Son Goku didn't stay. When number 16 came to attack fiercely, the palm of his hand was like a knife, and he chopped it up suddenly. Like cutting tofu, number 16's arm snapped off. In the next moment, number 17 stormed over. Son Goku lunged forward and suddenly hit number 17 with a knee in the stomach. Number 17 let out a miserable snort. Just about to counterattack, Son Goku suddenly bumped his head against number 17's, directly knocked number 17 unconscious. The body of number 17 fell rapidly. Number 17, shouted number 18. The figure of number 18 flashed, gave up the attack, and immediately caught number 17. It's just that number 17 has fainted. Son Goku out of Super Saiyan transformation. He said to number 18, thank you for sparing Vegeta's life just now, and now I give it back to you. You 2 are too weak, wait until you can defeat me. In addition, on the 16th, your strength should be constant. You can't beat me now, and you won't be able to beat me later. So I advise you to give up the mission. If I had chopped your neck just now, you would have been destroyed by me, and your mission should have ended. I can feel that if you don't like fighting, don't force yourself. Dr. Gallo is dead. That kind of mission is pointless. You can take a look at the flowers, birds, fish and insects. As for your broken arm, it is estimated that a high-end 4S shop can repair it. Number 16. Son Goku turned to look at Kelin, Vegeta and others. Let's go. Everyone was dumbfounded. Is this the end? Clint asked. Everyone seems to be aware of it. Artificial humans are indeed strong, but it is just Goku's one-man enemy, and it seems that he has no intention of destroying the world or healing human beings. Son Goku was about to leave. He hesitated for a moment, then turned his head and looked at number 18 again. Asked, by the way, in your laboratory, is there any culture medium, cell culture vessels or something like that? Number 18 froze for a moment, then shook his head and said, I didn't see it, and I don't know either. When we wake up, whatever was there should be gone by now, because the 17th has already blown up the laboratory. Everyone saw the mushroom cloud, and number 18 did not lie. The laboratory at this moment is still in ruins. Son Goku nodded. Okay, got it. Ladies and gentlemen, discuss it. Krillin, Piccolo, Saiyan and Piccolo all took a deep look at the three androids and flew away. Vegeta looked at the three androids and said angrily, I will still practice hard. Wait for me, I will definitely defeat you three. After saying that, Vegeta turned into a rainbow and flew away. Ha ha ha, Vegeta in that world is just as cute as this world. Topo, the fate of the two worlds seems to be similar, he just suffered a beating. Frieza, he's so arrogant even though he has no strength, he deserves to be beaten. Dispo, I bet this spanking won't be the last time he gets beaten. Champa, if there is a bet, I will definitely follow. Vados, Lord Champa, cherish life and stay away from pornographic gambling areas. Master Roshi, Vados is right, I am sworn in with gambling and drugs. Old Supreme Kai, me too. Son Goku looked at the ruins of the laboratory not far away. After hesitating for a moment, he flew towards the ruins. Number 18 looked at number 16 and asked, what should we do next? Number 16, he is right, I am already dead. Now I can freely look at the birds, blue sky and white clouds in this world. Number 18 nodded. Okay. Number 16 picked up the broken arm and flew towards the quieter forest. Number 18 looked at the ruins of the laboratory, and then at the unconscious number 17. He also flew towards the ruins. The scene changes. In the ruins of Dr. Gallo's laboratory, there were broken parts everywhere. Son Goku kept lifting bricks and iron plates, as if he was looking for something. However, after rummaging for a long time, there was no biological cultivation equipment. Is it possible that it's not here? Beerus, what is he looking for? Kelin, I know, he's looking for cells, cultured cells again. Vegeta, I can tell, he wants to eliminate Cell in advance. Humphrey, the Kakarot of that world, although very strong, was a guy who was afraid of fighting. Master Roshi, Vegeta, what you said is wrong. What is fear? That is stability. Son Goku can fight three androids by himself and defeat them. Cell is no match for him. It's just that he just wants to avoid number 17 and number 18 from being absorbed and deal with the trouble in advance. Shinhan, yes. He once made a wish to survive in the universe. Even if the perfect cell explodes and destroys the Earth or even the solar system, it may not be able to hurt him. What's more, he can instant transmission. He is purely for the safety of the Earth. Son Goku, that's right. I remember that the cell in our world was destroyed before it was born. That cell came from another time and space. Bulma, I feel like that Son Goku is as stable as future Trunks. That Son Goku seems to be more reliable than the Son Goku of this world. After a while, Son Goku dug out several drawings from the ruins and picked them up. Those are the drawings for the renovation of Nose 16, 18 and 17. In addition, there are drawings of the emergency stop. Son Goku is not illiterate. Although he cannot understand the drawings, he can still understand the simple explanations. He dug out the blueprint for the emergency stop, just torn into pieces. Then he stuffed two drawings of the modified person and a drawing of the number 16 design into his pocket. Just when Son Goku was about to leave here, he found a pair of big blue eyes looking at him. It's the 18th. She looked at Son Goku nervously. What are you doing here? What are you doing? My wife is a scientist. Let me see if there is any breakthrough technology that I can bring back to give her more knowledge. So, what did you tear off? Number 18 raised an eyebrow and walked slowly towards Son Goku. She bent down, picked up a few scraps of drawings, simply put it together and you will see the title. For a moment, her pupils shrank sharply. What Son Goku ripped up was his drawing with emergency stopper number 17. Son Goku said, let me give you another piece of advice. You are the same as number 17. If you want to kill me, just come to me. Please don't harm my family. Number 18 was still immersed in his act of tearing up the blueprint. Hearing him say that suddenly, he was a little taken aback. He nodded in confusion. I see, I won't touch your family and friends. Son Goku put a warm smile on his face. That's good, goodbye. After speaking, Son Goku placed his fingertips between his eyebrows. Number 18 replied in a strange way, Goodbye. In the next instant, Son Goku instant transmission disappeared. Number 18 waited for a long time and walked out of the ruins of the laboratory. At this moment, Number 17 woke up. He rubbed his abdomen and said, "Hiss, it hurts me to death." Dr. Gallo's data is not accurate at all. This Son Goku is too strong. Number 18 looked at Number 17 and said seriously, "Number 17, why don't we give up the mission?" Number 17 froze for a moment, then nodded. "That's fine, Dr. Gallo's bastard's mission is not necessary at all." Number 18 had a smile on his face. However, Number 17 spoke again. "However, although I gave up killing him, I still have to work hard to challenge him. I thought I was the strongest artificial human, but I didn't expect that guy to be stronger than me. With your infinite energy, as long as you can cultivate to the same level as him, you will definitely be able to defeat him." There was a playful look on Number 18's face. "Challenge him, that's no problem. He told me that as long as he doesn't move, his family welcomes you and I will challenge him at any time. Then I want to practice, and I want to challenge him." Soon, the two left the ruins. In a blink of an eye, a few days passed. The picture is still frozen in the ruins. Suddenly, there was a violent vibration there. A moment later, a lizard-like creature crawled out of the ruins. It is shaped like a lizard and looks like a grasshopper. The crowd watching the movie froze. What does this picture mean? Kelin, that living body is Cell? Number 17, it's really Cell. I won't be swallowed up in that world, right? Number 18, damn it, it must be Number 17 from that world that blew up the laboratory. The experimental equipment was blown up, but the Cell was not killed. That guy crawled into the soil and hid while Son Goku was searching. Piccolo, after all, with my cells and Saiyan's cells, the vitality is still very tenacious? Frieza, in terms of vitality, the cells of our frozen demon race are the most fishy. That cell fusion fused my dad's cells and was able to survive in the universe. Piccolo, with my cells, as long as the energy is enough, it can be repaired infinitely? Topo, what's there to argue about? That cell represents evil, and it will definitely be destroyed by justice. 70 Heart Attack, Door 18. The picture of the red light curtain continues to play. Western capital. With a cigarette in his mouth, Bulma looked at the blueprint brought back by Son Goku. The eyes were constantly shining with light, and I couldn't help but click their tongues. Odd. That Dr. Gallo is really a genius. He can transform human beings into such unlimited energy furnace, unlimited physical strength. Cells will not age. Really interesting. Son Goku asked, "Can the detonator in the android's body be dismantled?" Bulma nodded. "Well, demolition is very simple. The detonating devices in the artificial human body seem to be installed later, and they don't seem to match their structure, so they are easy to dismantle." Son Goku nodded and said, "It should be Dr. Gallo who created them and found that they were disobedient, so he installed them." Bulma's got up and stubbed out the cigarette, stretched out her slender arms to catch Son Goku's waist. "In this way, artificial humans are good people, and there is no crisis on our Earth, right?" Son Goku thought for a while. If no time machine from the future came, and the laboratory was blown into ruins, then the cell probably wouldn't exist. Nodding, "Well, it should be." As soon as the words finished, Bulma stood on tiptoe and kissed Goku deeply. Goku also hugged Bulma tightly, and responded enthusiastically to her. The people who watched the movie blushed and their hearts jumped when they saw this scene. By the way, how many grades are the pictures in this light curtain? Is it a bit inappropriate for children? Bulma, wow, I'm an old couple, still kissing, so romantic? Chichi, hey, I don't know what it's like to kiss, I'm so envious of them? Vados covered his cheeks on both sides, blushing. I usually secretly watch this kind of romance movie by myself. It's really embarrassing to watch a movie with so many people at once. Macarita, I like watching this kind of idol drama the most. What a beautiful love. I'm so impressed. Son Goku, hey, that Bulma, just like when I was a child, always showing off her appearance? Number 18, what do you know? That's sentimentality. You are really different from that Goku. He knows everything, and you are such an emotional idiot. Vegeta saw this scene, and his fists trembled again. Everyone watched intently, and saw that the two people in the light curtain began to move their hands and feet. Some people have started covering their eyes, but he still peeked at the light curtain secretly through his fingers. Is this really free to watch? So many people watch the film together. It feels weird. Bulma, Goku and I in that world were watched by so many people, it's too shameful. Hey, that me. Don't unbutton him right now, there are so many people watching. Chichi, Goku's abs are still so handsome, so good looking? Vegeta yelled angrily, damn, that Kakarot, you FK. Don't you know, show affection, die quickly. Just when the unsuitable scene was about to be played, Son Goku in the picture suddenly twitched. His complexion instantly turned ugly, unknowingly let go of Bulma's hand and covered his heart. Bulma was shocked. Goku, what's wrong with you? Goku struggled to say a few words. Bulma, hit 120? Beerus, shocked, Vegeta's crow's mouth is too clever? Son Goku, it's difficult, I can't avoid the threshold of heart disease. Bulma was shocked. Come on, Chi and Lan Chi rushed in quickly. Seeing Goku clutching his heart, his head was covered with sweat. Bulma turned on the jet and shouted, the ambulance is too slow, quickly put him on the jet and take him to the hospital. Lanky and Chi immediately help, and Goku rides to the jet. Then they all climbed up. Bulma kicked the accelerator and drove straight to the hospital. Just 5 minutes later, Goku lay on the operating table. Chi, Bulma, and Lan Chi hurriedly walked around outside. Bulma was obviously very nervous, but he still comforted them. Don't worry, I hired the doctor in advance, and he is still the top level in the world. Goku will be fine. Chi folded his hands on his chest. Bulma still has a lot of contacts and is well prepared. I don't know such a great doctor. Goku, you must be fine. Lan Chi suddenly thought of something. Her eyes lit up and said, by the way, Dragon Ball, didn't we prepare Dragon Ball? Dragon Ball can cure diseases. Bulma's eyes also brightened. Yeah, I was so nervous, I forgot. The door of the laboratory is not closed. There is a safe. The password is 135,246. The Dragon Ball is inside. You go and make a wish. We are waiting for Goku here. Lan Chi nodded, not daring to delay at all, and opened the capsule directly in the room. Stepping on the flying motorcycle, he smashed through the window of the hospital and flew towards his home. Bulma and Chi waited here anxiously. 10 minutes later, a doctor came out. Fortunately, you came in time and the operation was a success. He only needed a month of rest to fully recover. Bulma and Chi were overjoyed. Great. Bulma asked, by the way, doctor, what's wrong with Goku? A sudden illness that is very common in recent years, viral heart disease, attacks very quickly. We're working on a cure, but it's not there yet. But you sent the patient in time, and the operation was a success. For this syndrome, the early cure rate is currently 100%, and he is fine. Chi and Bulma were deeply relieved when the doctor said that Goku was fine. It's fine. Just at this moment, Bulma's phone rang. It's Lan Chi's call. Bulma, the Dragon Ball has been found. How should I make a wish to cure Goku's disease? Bulma, no need. Lan Chi's voice trembled. What? Could it be that Goku has gone? Bulma said angrily, go to hell with your sister. Don't be crowed. Goku's surgery was a success. He's already healed. Lan Chi, well, that's really lucky. Then I took back the Dragon Ball. Well, just stay at home. Chi and I are enough to take care of him. Lan Chi, by the way, Goku needs to recuperate. You can ask him what he wants to eat. I will make it for him now. Well, whatever. Lan Chi, casual means that I watch and do it, and I must satisfy you. Bulma, smart. Chi said, Bulma, let's go see Goku. The doctor said, he doesn't need to be hospitalized for too long. After 7 days of observation, you can take him out of the hospital if there is no problem. Don't let him exercise vigorously for a month. Bulma and Chi nodded. Thank you, doctor. The doctor smiled and said, you're welcome. Thanks to Bulma's financial support, we've had a breakthrough in drug research for viral heart disease. I also want to thank you for the majority of patients. Bulma, you're welcome. Our family likes investing the most. If you need to invest, just contact me. Thank you, Miss Bulma. Chi asked, Bulma, do you still need to inform your parents? No need, they are worried. Chihuahua, I didn't expect that human beings' medical technology is still good, and they were saved. Son Goku, listen to me. If you marry me, whether you have a fever, a cold, a headache, there is no need for any surgery at all. I can heal you with a single magic spell. When you are well, hurry up to the Dark Demon Realm, come and take the initiative to fall in love with me. 7 days later, Son Goku's illness was fine after a detailed examination. Goku has gone home and is lying on the bed. Chi, Lanky and Bulma are all looking after him. What does Goku want to eat? I'll make it for you. Lan Chi asked with concern. Son Goku, I like to eat everything Lan Chi cooks. Well, then I'll do it now. You have a good rest. As soon as Lan Chi went out, Son Goku immediately stood up and said, Bulma, I want to go to the bathroom. Bulma, hey. Do you need to get up to go to the bathroom? Lie down quickly. The urinal is right below. You don't have to move. I'll support you. You hold me up and I can't pee. Bulma, then I'll follow it up for you. Chi, get out of the way. Bulma, I'll do this kind of rough work. When the screen changed, another 10 days had passed. Above the temple, the gods are observing all abnormalities in the world. Piccolo and Popo are also on top of the shrine. Very bad feeling. Piccolo asked, you bastard, speak up. Tens of thousands of people have lost their lives, and it wasn't caused by man-made humans, so what kind of monster is it? Asking for flowers. The god looked at Piccolo. After assimilating with me, you will know. Piccolo clenched his fists. Damn it, after merging, am I still me? The god smiled warmly and said, you and I are one. Moreover, I am already old, and the assimilation is also based on you. You have nothing to lose, only my wisdom. and great power. What are you still hesitating about? See, Piccolo is still hesitating. The gods continued to encourage him. Piccolo, you are not the demon now. Humans don't need weak gods, they need the power to defeat monsters. Don't you want to have power beyond Son Goku? Piccolo is also very unwilling to think that Son Goku has been left far behind all these years. Finally, he assimilated with the gods. Piccolo felt his powerful strength and let out a deep breath. I'm neither a god nor a Piccolo now, but a Namek who almost forgot my own name. Goodbye Bobo, I'm leaving. Piccolo followed the track where the monster appeared, and finally landed in a village. A green, speckled monster stood before Piccolo. That monster is the first form of Cell. There is a human being under his feet. When the man saw Piccolo, he immediately shouted for help. Help me, save me quickly. Who can save me? I will give you money, a lot of money. 0. Piccolo looked at the monster, his pupils contracted suddenly. How come? There is Son Goku's breath, Chi's breath, my breath, King Cold's breath. Piccolo said calmly, can you understand me? Let him go. Cell is expressionless. The needle on the tail went straight into the man's body. A terrifying scene happened. In an instant, the man was absorbed, leaving only a suit of clothes and a pair of shoes, which fell to the ground. There was a smile on his face. Now it's your turn, Piccolo Daimao. Piccolo was shocked. How do you know my name? Who are you? Cell burst out of breath suddenly, blasting a small pothole around. His breath is very similar to Piccolo, or exactly the same, but still mixed with the breath of Son Goku and King Cold. Cell smiled and said, I am your son. Western Capital. Number 18 strolled towards the capsule company and had already reached the gate of the capsule company. She was about to challenge Son Goku. Suddenly, she felt Son Goku's breath erupt in the distance. Although it was mixed with other breaths, she was sure it was Son Goku's breath. Although the artificial human has no breath, she is a human being and can sense breath. Huh? What's going on? That breath just now, why does it have the breath of Son Goku? Is he not at home, fighting with others? At this moment, Chi looked at number 18 standing at the gate. Seeing how beautiful number 18 is, she stepped forward and asked, are you a Goku fan here to ask for an autograph? He's sick now, it's inconvenient, you'd better go back. Number 18 was taken aback again. I got sick? Yes, it's almost healed, it will recover in a few days, come back in a few days. Number 18 rubbed his brows. Well, I'm his friend, can I see him? Chi put his hands on his hips and said, a friend came to visit a patient without a fruit box, you are too perfunctory. I'm really his friend. His height is 175, 3-dimensional is 30, Saiyan's name is Kakarot, his father is Burdock, and his mother is Jine. Chi was surprised. What, you know him so well? Do you have any unreasonable thoughts about my Goku? On the 18th, he directly changed the subject and said again, if you have black hair, then you are not Bulma. It should be his second wife. Chi, I didn't expect you to be quite beautiful, much prettier than in the photo. Chi blushed and covered her cheeks shyly. Really, if you have vision, then you can come in. On the 18th, he asked again, is Son Goku really at home? Well, at home. Saying that, Chi took number 18's hand and walked into the house. Goku, you have a friend visiting you. 871 Bulma, number 18, I'm just interested in you. Xidu, Bulma's house, living room. There is a mushroom hot pot that has been scooped up on the coffee table, but all the food has been scooped up. After Chi ushered number 18 in, they had been chatting for a while. Goku, Chi, and Lanky are all sitting on a sofa on one side. Bulma stared straight at number 18, and asked in amazement, so, you are transformed, an android designed to kill Son Goku? Number 18 nodded, that's right, it's me, my name is number 18, and my original name is Lazuli. However, Dr. Gallo is dead, and I don't need to complete that task. Immediately, Bulma became interested and kept looking around number 18. It's a little embarrassing to look at number 18 like a little white mouse. Bulma pinched number 18's arm. In this way, will you feel any pain? Number 18 pouted. Do you also think of me as a robot? Of course it will hurt. Bulma praised sincerely, my dear, Dr. Gallo is really a genius. If this technology can be popularized, humans will be able to achieve longevity. While praising, Ma also squeezed number 18's ass. Make number 18 blush. You, what are you doing? I'm here to challenge Son Goku. Please don't interfere with me, okay? Bulma pursed her lips and smiled. Challenge him? He is much stronger than you think. In order to avoid you being beaten, I advise you to give up. Or, do you have any bad habits, like being beaten by him? Number 18's face turned rosy again, and he immediately argued, I didn't. Don't talk nonsense. 367 Bulma asked with a malicious smile on his face. No, why are you blushing? Number 18, Master Roshi, Bulma in that world seems to be more daring. It's the first time I see an artificial human and I'm not afraid at all? Shinshinhan, yeah, when I saw the artificial human for the first time, I didn't dare to move it. That Bulma dared to do it. How is it different from touching a tiger's butt? Number 18, you are the tiger, and your whole family is a tiger? Shinshinhan, number 18, I didn't mean that. You also know that the cyborgs in the world of Trunks are terrifying. They did exactly what Dr. Gallo set out to do, and we've all been indoctrinated by the drunks. Number 18 touched his cheek and said, I'm not fierce at all. What's so scary about it? Kelin rubbed his head. I feel like I'm going to grow hair. The green one. Vegeta looked at Kelin and said, I'm immune to this kind of damage now? Kelin continued, actually, the boomers in our world are quite courageous. In Namek, there was no one to protect her, so she went to see Frieza. When the artificial man appeared, she dared to take a look at the artificial man when she was holding the child alone. That world Goku is always by her side. She has nothing to worry about. Master Roshi, well, Bulma has been courageous since she was a child. That Goku in that world is covering her. It seems that she has even more let go. The light curtain continued to play. Everyone chatted about Bulma's character, but they didn't know where the conversation ended. Bulma smiled mysteriously, and said, the drawings brought back by Goku contain information about you. I'm going to tell you a big secret about you guys. What secret? Number 18 seemed to be aroused as well. There is a powerful detonating device in your body, which can detonate your infinite energy furnace, with great power. That Dr. Gallo is up to no good, and that detonator threatens your life. Hearing this scene, Number 18's pupils shrank. You know everything? Bulma did not answer directly, but asked, it's not safe to carry a bomb. Why don't I help you defuse it? Number 18 looked at Bulma with wide eyes. Tear it down for me. Is it really okay? Of course, not only you, but also number 16 and number 17 are on them. They can be removed for you. Number 18 swallowed. Then, what price do I need to pay? The price? Nothing. I just want to study how you can stay young and immortal forever. You are also a woman, so you should understand how attractive eternal youth is to women, right? Chi also nodded. Yes, yes. After Bulma said this, I am also interested, and I also want to be pure forever. Lan Chi, if it can come true, I also want to stay young forever. Don't you have a Dragon Ball? Just make a wish. Number 18 asked. No, Dragon Ball can only live forever, but you are different. What's the difference? You can become very strong without practicing. Dragon Ball can't do that. Number 18 shrugged and said, to put it bluntly, you are just interested in my modified body. That's right. On the 18th, I am indeed interested in you. Bulma slapped number 18 on the butt again. Number 18 blushed again. Son Goku was also a little surprised. This boomer has a tendency to be a bit of a social jerk. Bulma continued, promise, we are all women. I will do it for you, and there are professional female doctors. Don't be shy. Also, your brother number 17, and that number 16, I can ask my dad to help them dismantle them. Don't you want to be immortal and normal people? How cool. After hearing Bulma's words, number 18 was indeed moved. She still wanted to be a normal person deep down, but he still refused arrogantly. No, if I don't move the detonating device, it will have no effect on me. Bulma, don't worry, my sexual orientation is normal. At this moment, the phone next to him rang. Bulma answered the phone. Hey, I'm Bulma, who are you? Clint, what's going on? Watch TV? Bulma tilted his head and clamped the phone. Turned on the TV. The TV slowly started playing news reports. Now reporting the latest news. The investigation team found a lot of clothes during the local investigation, and it was initially judged that they belonged to the victim. 15,000 residents disappeared out of thin air, and then, Genuit town made new discoveries. Now the investigation team has arrived. Again lots of clothes found. It seemed that the person melted out of thin air and disappeared without a trace. Some clothes were littered with knives and pistols, as if they were ready for battle. Chi tilted his head and looked at the TV. Bulma hung up the phone and asked, what is the news saying? Could it be that some kind of monster has appeared on the earth? Seeing the TV screen, Son Goku's pupils suddenly shrank. No wonder. I said that the messy breath just now is so familiar. I thought it was an illusion caused by eating too many mushrooms just now. It turns out that Cell really appeared. Lan Chi said, you are a patient now. The fungi I gave you are all cooked, and they are definitely not poisonous. Bulma asked curiously, Cell, what is that? Son Goku looked at number 18 seriously. He explained, Cell is the ultimate artificial human created by Dr. Gallo. It's fusion Saiyan, Frieza clan. There are also cells of the Namek family, monsters that have been bred and fused. Still, that guy has 3 phases. Growth stage, mature body, full body. Number 18 frowned. The ultimate artificial man? But you say it anyway. Why do you still look at me and say it? I don't know anything about the inside story of the ultimate android. Bulma, he may think you are good looking, and if you look more, you will not lose a piece of meat. Son Goku. Number 18 glanced away unnaturally. Son Goku continued, you and number 17 are both artificial humans transformed by humans. However, number 16 is a purely mechanical body. You should know that, right? Number 18 nodded. Yes, I know. What does this have to do with me? Son Goku continued, of course it does. In fact, the strength of 16 is higher than that of you and 17. Dr. Gallo can clearly create a powerful artificial human out of thin air. Why do you need to transform you into artificial humans? You still have your own independent thoughts. Isn't that superfluous? Number 18's pupils shrank, and he seemed to sense that something terrible had been arranged for them. Why? because the two infinite energy furnaces are too strong. The embryos of Cell cannot directly carry them. Therefore, Dr. Gallo took the next best thing and installed two infinite energy furnaces on you. As long as the cell has absorbed enough life essence, it can carry the infinite energy furnace. 0. Because you, like ordinary people, can be absorbed by Cell. At that time, he can swallow you and number 17 and grow into a complete body. In other words, you and number 17 are the nourishment for the growth of the ultimate artificial human cell. It was like a bolt of lightning struck number 18's mind. He was horrified and said in disbelief, I and number 17 are nourishment. How could it be? In an instant, scenes flashed through number 18's mind. Number 16 of the fully mechanical body. Dr. Gallo's emergency stop device. It feels like that thing is not just to prevent them from rebelling, but more like it is prepared for Cell to devour them. Also, the cell culture dish that Son Goku asked after beating the three of them. It turned out that he was looking for the ultimate artificial human cell. Also, when I came to the entrance of the capsule company, the messy atmosphere erupted in the distance. In addition to the breath of Son Goku, it is also mixed with the breath of Vegeta, King Cold, and Piccolo. No wonder Son Goku has been at home, but there is that kind of breath in the distance. Not surprisingly, that mixed breath is the breath of Cell. Coupled with the news broadcast on TV, so many people disappeared out of thin air in a short time. Isn't it that Cell is desperately absorbing the essence of life? After thinking everything through, cold sweat broke out on number 18's forehead. What he said was true. She was surprised that Dr. Gallo is really a crazy guy to create such a monster. It turned out that the people who disappeared on TV were all absorbed by him. It was really scary. Lan Chi, it looks like this. On the 18th, you'd better hide quickly and don't show your face. Bulma turned to Son Goku and asked, Goku, is that Cell very strong? Can you defeat him? Son Goku pondered for a while and said, currently it's just a growth period. It's better than the 17th and 18th, but it's not that bad for me. It should be easy to beat him. Really? That would be great. Son Goku pondered. However, the cells at this stage are the most difficult to catch. Why? He is eager to become a perfect body, and basically does not participate in battles. The main task is to collect life essence. You didn't watch the reports on TV, that Cell didn't show up at all. Is it basically just one shot at a time to absorb humans? His intelligence is not low, and he can hide his breath. Now he hides from the masters to hunt him down and absorbs ordinary people. If his strength does not reach a certain level, he would not dare to come out and confront us. But he was also made by the Red Ribbon Legion, and his ultimate goal was to kill me. Now the most dangerous place 2.5 is the safest place. He didn't absorb number 17 and number 18 metamorphic bodies, so he probably wouldn't dare to come here. Bulma caressed the little heart. Phew. It's fine if you don't dare to come. Just right, husband. You still need to rest for a few days. In a few days, you can go and clean him up again. Bulma looked at number 18. As for your number 18, just hide it in our house. You can't be absorbed by him and make him stronger, otherwise you might not be able to beat him. At that time, Cell will become a complete body. Not only you will be finished, but our Earth will also be in danger. You stay here well, and I just happened to perform a minor operation on you by the way. On the 18th, watching the horrific scenes played on TV in a loop, his scalp was also a little numb, and he finally nodded. Good. Although she is very strong, she is still a normal human woman in her bones. It can still be strong against normal humans, but it still has a natural fear of monsters that can absorb humans. Soon, number 18 followed Bulma into the laboratory. At the same time, a female doctor followed in. Bulma is just a scientist, not a doctor. In this operation, the doctor cuts the incision, and the Bulma tube dismantles the device, Xianxi tube, and sutures it without scars. Just an hour later, number 18 came out intact. She took a shower and looked at her body. Very smooth, no trace of surgery. The operation was bigger than Kama's waist, and she didn't even have a scar on her body. She too was amazed. On the 18th, he had nowhere to go, so he stayed at Bulma's house. 72 Cell Evolution, Spiritual Time House. The scene changes to Genuit Town. Piccolo sacrificed an arm to find out the details of Cell, so he started to prepare to strangle Cell in the cradle. Unfortunately, although Piccolo is stronger than him at the moment, it is not easy to kill him. That guy obviously has Piccolo's cells, but his recovery ability is completely better than Piccolo's. Seeing that he couldn't defeat Piccolo, Cell had no choice but to use his magical skill Solar Flare to dodge Piccolo. Then the suppressed breath escaped from under his eyes. Piccolo was angry and annoyed, but there was nothing he could do to him. He wanted to run away, but he couldn't catch up. Damn it, you can even do this, it's so difficult. Piccolo took a deep breath. At least I found out his identity. It is easy to prevent him from becoming a perfect body, just get rid of an artificial man. Soon, Piccolo returned to the temple. Search the temple for traces of homunculus. If you can't rely on breath perception, it's still a bit troublesome to find artificial people. Fortunately, he did not hide. A few days later, Piccolo found traces of number 17. At this moment, number 17 is on an island full of animals. Piccolo breathed a sigh of relief when he saw that there was only one person on the 17th. Catch alone number 17. He was not sure about 1 against 3, but there was no problem in hitting one. As long as number 17 is eliminated, Cell will not be able to become a complete body. Piccolo locked onto number 17 and flew towards him. A moment later, Piccolo arrived at the island where number 17 was located. Number 17 looked at Piccolo with a look of amusement on his face. "What, are you here to challenge me?" Piccolo looked around and asked, "Why are you alone?" Number 17 smiled and said, "Why? Do you even want to challenge 3 people?" "That's not true. I already know the secret of the ultimate artificial man. I'm just here to get rid of you." Piccolo suddenly burst out and attacked number 17. The two quickly fought together. Number 17 is still very strong, but Piccolo is even stronger at this moment. Thanks to number 17's unlimited physical strength and his understanding of the Z Warrior's fighting methods, the battle was barely a draw. He looked at the destroyed forest around him and said, "Let's change the place. It would be bad if we destroyed this island. We have to protect the environment, right?" Piccolo was a little surprised. "I didn't expect you to say such things. I couldn't bear to kill you for a while." "Humphrey, kill me? You think too much." Saying that, number 17 flew towards a wasteland. Piccolo followed closely and followed him to a wasteland. The two of them didn't say much and immediately started fighting. At the same time, the soldiers all encountered Piccolo's aura. However, Piccolo's aura is much stronger than before. Moreover, he has not been able to sense his opponent's aura. They all guessed that Piccolo was fighting the androids. Everyone left the Turtle Fairy house one after another and rushed towards Piccolo's aura. Number 16 also sensed the collision of energy, with a solemn look on his face, and flew in the direction of Piccolo. Piccolo and number 17 no longer had any concerns about the environment, and the two fought in darkness. Just after finishing a round, it was time to distance themselves. Cell appeared nearby. Piccolo said in surprise, "Oh no, I was only focused on fighting and didn't realize he was approaching." Number 17 looked at Cell in surprise. "What is that monster?" As soon as the words came out on the 17th, deep doubts arose in Piccolo's heart. He didn't know that number 17 didn't even know about Cell. "They're all artificial humans, aren't they in the same group?" Cell looked at number 17 and laughed loudly. "Ha ha ha, today is a lucky day." On the 17th, "Hurry up and become one with me." 17 furious, "What kind of monster are you? It's disgusting." With that said, number 17 threw an energy bomb at Cell. Unexpectedly, Cell just burst out of breath and destroyed number 17's energy bomb. The aura of Cell's explosion was much stronger than before. Piccolo was shocked. "You guy, how many people did you kill in order to achieve the current energy?" Cell's mouthparts showed an evil smile. "Kill. It's an honor for them to be a part of me." Number 17 looked fearless, facing Cell and shouted, "No matter who you are, get out of here." Cell looked at number 17, with an undisguised look of longing on his face. Piccolo is the fusion body of God and Piccolo, and its IQ is much higher than before. A few simple conversations made him understand at this moment. Number 17 and number 18 don't know Cell, and they don't seem to be the same people. None of them know that they will be the nourishment of Cell. Piccolo shouted, "Number 17, he wants to kill you. He has absorbed your life essence. Run away." Number 17 was taken aback. "What?" In the next instant, Cell's long tail had already pierced towards number 17. Fortunately, number 17 reacted quickly enough to slap the long tail of Cell. The two faced each other with fists and feet, and soon began to fight. Number 17 was careless and was shot on the ground. Cell's long tail instantly swallowed number 17. At this moment, Piccolo kicked Cell hard with his big foot and sent him flying. At this time, Piccolo and number 17 stood on the same front. Piccolo stared at Cell, and said to number 17, "Number 17, hurry up, I'll hold him back." "You have no breath. Hide him and he can't find you." Number 17 said disdainfully, "Hide it, just kidding, you underestimate me." "Also, why is this monster trying to absorb me?" Piccolo explained it bluntly. "His name is Cell, and he is a monster created by Dr. Gallo's computer. He has fused many powerful cells, but he's just growing up. He needs to achieve a complete body, so he needs to absorb you and number 18. Number 17 was taken aback again. "What? Both I and number 18 were created to be the nourishment of this monster?" "Exactly." In an instant, number 17 was struck by lightning. He finally understood that Dr. Gallo could create number 16 out of thin air, so why did he transform him and number 17 into artificial humans? Cell smiled greedily at number 17. "Brother, you should be happy. Once you become a part of my body, we can be invincible." This is exactly the strongest fighter that Dr. Gallo has studied for many years. Thumbs number 17 pointed to himself. "If I want to be absorbed by this monster like you, it's just a dream. I am the most perfect and powerful artificial human." Number 18 who watched the movie saw the gesture of number 17 in the light curtain, and the teasing color on his face was self-evident. Number 17, when did you learn that gesture? Did you learn it from Vegeta? Vegeta feels offended. Number 17 looked calmly and said, "At that time, young people love to be brave. Who hasn't been young yet?" Cell laughed, "Whether you like it or not, you are destined to be a part of me." In the next instant, Cell rushed towards number 17 again. Unexpectedly, before touching number 17, A fist the size of a sandbag hit Cell on the face. The Cell was knocked out. Everyone was taken aback. Number 16 shouted, "Number 17, run away. His combat effectiveness is above yours. Absolutely can't let him become a perfect body. His goal is not only Son Goku, but the entire universe." Number 17 said disdainfully, "What do you think you are here to let me escape? You underestimate me." It was too late to say it, but it was fast at that time. Number 17 suddenly rushed towards Cell. Unexpectedly, Cell knocked down Number 17 with just one blow, and the long tail stretched towards him again. "Oops!" Piccolo shouted loudly and immediately rescued the field. However, Cell knocked Piccolo away with another move. Piccolo was furious, and immediately released his ultimate move. A huge energy wave blasted towards Cell. The earth trembled and smoke billowed. It's a pity that Piccolo failed to break the law of smoke. Without injury, the breeze blew. The smoke cleared, and the Cell was unharmed. "How could this be? Your strength is actually so strong." Piccolo had a look of horror on his face. He just merged with Tanshin, and his strength has skyrocketed so much, surpassing Super Saiyan. Unexpectedly, his novice protection period is shorter than Vegeta's. Seeing that he is invincible, Piccolo can only go to hell. "Fu, go away." While Piccolo was talking, Cell punched Piccolo, twisted his backhand. After twisting Piccolo's neck, his breath was so weak that he was barely alive. Cell admired his fist and laughed loudly. "Ha ha, the absorbed life essence is more than I need. My strength seems to be too strong." With a greedy look on his face, he turned and walked towards Number 17. Number 17 hastily resisted, but Cell's strength and speed surpassed him, and he fell into a disadvantage in an instant. Just when Cell was about to swallow Number 17, Number 16 showed a warm smile on his face. Boom! Number 16's iron fist hit Cell and sent him flying. Cell rolled a few times and landed smoothly. "Hey hey hey, a guy who can't control himself," Number 17 said in horror. "Number 16. Do you want to die? Don't worry about me," Number 16 said with a smile. "You are all good people, run away quickly. I have counted, and my strength is above his." "What?" Number 16 took a big step and rushed towards Cell. The two quickly fought together. Cell's tail pin had no effect on Number 16, and he was beaten back frequently for a while. While Cell was being punched, Number 16 snapped off his tail. "That way you can't absorb Numbers 17 and 18. A look of surprise appeared on Number 17's face. However, Cell showed a smug look. "Unfortunately, I have Piccolo's cells in me. I can regenerate." In the next instant, Cell's tail was back to normal again. Number 16 said solemnly, "It seems that the only way to prevent you from becoming a perfect body is to kill you." After speaking, on the 16th, he gave Cell another body massage. After a set of mechanical combination punches, Number 16 took Cell to the ground. He separated his fists, exposing two cannon barrels, and two beams of energy blasted towards Cell in an instant. Cell was hit head-on, and countless energy waves exploded on the ground. Number 17 exclaimed, "Number 16, you are amazing." Number 16 was surprised. "Why haven't you escaped yet? Haven't you already defeated him?" Number 16 shouted. "He is not dead, but the attack just now was not enough to kill him." On the 17th, take advantage of the present, run away quickly. "Just kidding, I want revenge, so I won't leave." "Isn't he already injured? I want to do it myself." "Kill him." At this moment, Cell's long tail appeared from behind him and swallowed him straight. Cell's voice also came out, "As you wish." "What?" "Oops." "Broken." Cell's tail quickly swallowed Number 17, and his whole body erupted with dazzling light. After the light dissipated, a sausage-mouthed Cell appeared in place. Number 16 stepped forward again and punched him. With just one punch from Cell, 650 sent 16 flying. There were also damages on his body, and the lightning shot out. Cell laughed and said, "Ha ha ha ha, I'm only short of the 18th, and I can become a full body." Cell blasted towards Number 16 again. Suddenly, another kick suddenly appeared and kicked Cell's face. Cell was startled. "Are you Son Goku?" The man smiled faintly. "I am his old man." After speaking, Bardock turned into Super Saiyan, burst out with a powerful aura, and blasted towards Cell suddenly. The moment the fist touched Cell, Cell was blasted out again. He flew upside down and smashed a mountain. Cell got up quickly and wiped the corner of his mouth. "Another nosy guy, looking for death." Bardock struck a fighting stance, the corner of his mouth slightly raised. "I used to fight to destroy the planet. Since King Cold came to Earth, I seem to be fighting to protect it. I like this Earth very much, and I will not allow anyone to harm the Earth." Cell snorted coldly. "Boring." Just at this time, Kelin came near the battlefield. While staring at Cell, Bardock said, "Piccolo is still alive. Give him the jelly beans and take him away." A fairy bin went down, and Piccolo finally recovered. With Bardock and Cell fighting, Kelin and Piccolo immediately left the field. Piccolo frowned at Kelin. "What are you doing here, Sonny Goku?" Kelin said. "Bulma said Sonny Goku is sick and can't exercise strenuously for a while." Piccolo suddenly said, "No wonder Goku has not appeared, but Bardock has come." Kelin asked, "Bardock is still fighting Cell. Is he going to be okay?" Piccolo shook his head and said, "My attack can't hurt that Cell anymore, no matter what. We can't help, Kelin said dejectedly. That's true. The two are on the temple, through the battle of Breath Watcher Cell and Burdock. Burdock's strength is about the same as that of Cell, and even slightly stronger than Cell. It's a pity that Cell's regeneration ability is too buggy, and it's hard to tell the winner for a while. Moreover, Cell seems to be eager to find number 18 to absorb and transform into a complete body, not willing to fight. Soon, Cell is no longer fighting Burdock, and a solar flare is out of combat. Knowing that Burdock beat Cell away, everyone was still worried. Kelin said regretfully, although the old man is very strong, if he is not crushed by strength, he cannot kill that monster. Suddenly, Piccolo raised his head and said, by the way, there is someone who can help back Vegeta. Kelin frowned and said, Vegeta? But he can't even defeat artificial humans. Piccolo turned his head to look at the spiritual time room, with a burning look in his eyes. I have a solution. 73 calling for help on the 16th. Kiss on the 18th. Piccolo approached Vegeta and introduced the spirit time house to Vegeta. A day later, Vegeta came out confident. Piccolo looked at Vegeta's aura and was also a little surprised. Vegeta, I can feel you getting stronger. How does it feel? The corner of Vegeta's mouth twisted. I have surpassed Super Saiyan, regardless of Kakarot, artificial human, or any Cell. They will no longer be my opponents, Piccolo said pleasantly. That's great. Vegeta turned to Piccolo and said, I'll handle that Cell by myself, you don't have to follow. Saying this, Vegeta jumped off the temple, searched towards Cell, Xidu, Bulma's house. Early in the morning, several reporters from the Budokai official had arrived here. Is Mr. Son Goku there? May I ask Miss Bulma, what do you think about the sudden disappearance of more than 100,000 people on Earth? Our Earth is facing the test of life and death. The people are panicked. I beg you to ask Mr. Son Goku to act quickly and save the world. Yeah, I heard that several cities have been destroyed. It's terrible. Bulma, Lanky and Chichi all stopped many reporters. Bulma said, everyone, don't panic, don't worry. The guy who destroyed the Earth will not be around for a few days. Mr. Son Goku is practicing his ultimate skill. After 3 days, Mr. Goku will definitely be able to defeat the monsters after he completes his unique skills. That's right. Mr. Goku has been actively preparing for it. Then we can rest assured. Mr. Goku will definitely defeat the monster. Finally, all the reporters were sent away. Several people finally breathed a sigh of relief. Bulma walked into Goku's room. He took Goku's hand and said, Goku, don't worry. The doctor told you to rest for enough time. You must listen to the doctor. Anyway, the 18th is here with us. No matter how noisy that Cell is, it won't help. After the re-examination in 3 days is over, there will be no problem, and we will definitely not stop you. Now that the Dragon Ball has become a stone, we have to make sure nothing goes wrong. Son Goku just saw from the window that Bulma lied to send the reporters away. Can't help but miss Mr. Satan. That guy is always making excuses about having a stomachache. Son Goku hugged Bulma's plump body tightly. Well, if you don't stop me, I won't go now either. I have sensed that the Cell seems to have evolved a step. The current Cell's recovery ability is too strong, and it can only be solved by crushing him completely. I can't make my Bulma a little widow. Bulma blushed and slipped into Son Goku's arms. Son Goku was surprised. Wait, didn't you say I can't exercise vigorously? Bulma's hands kept churning, and she whispered, it's okay, you don't need to move. Just at this time, number 18 rushed in. It's not good. The 16th came, and he said that the 17th was. Number 18's body suddenly stopped, and when he saw this scene, his face suddenly turned red. The sound also stopped abruptly. Sorry, I didn't come at the right time. Son Goku also pushed away Bulma, who was doing something wrong in his arms. Bulma also quickly stood up and tidied up her grooming. Angrily said, number 18, don't you know how to knock when you enter the door? Number 18 immediately said, I'll do it again. After speaking, number 18 backed out and closed the door. The door rang. Chuk chuk chuk. Bulma, Son Goku, I'm number 18, can I come in? Bulma's face turned black. I've seen it all. What's the use of doing this? Come in, come in. Number 18 walked in blushing. It's not good. He on the 16th. Son Goku and Bulma are sorted out. Before number 18 finished speaking, Bulma waved his hand and said, okay, we all know, take number 16 to Bulma's laboratory. After bringing number 16 in, Bulma brought Mr. Brive into the laboratory. The two of them held various tools, facing number 16 for maintenance. Number 18 and Son Goku are waiting outside the lab. On the 18th, he took back those embarrassing expressions just now, and said to Son Goku seriously, what you said has begun to come true. On the 16th, he said that on the 17th, he has been absorbed by Cell, and he has become stronger. Son Goku nodded, I already know. But don't worry, I will use the Dragon Ball to save number 17. It will also bring back those who died. Number 18 was surprised. Dragon Ball? Didn't Dragon Ball turn into stone? Is it really possible to revive him? Son Goku nodded and said, the Dragon Ball can be repaired, but it needs to be completely solved after the Cell. Number 18 excitedly held Son Goku's hand. Really, that's great. Suddenly, number 18 seemed to realize that he had lost his composure. and immediately let go of him with a blushing face. "Sorry, it's me." Number 18 pursed her lips and continued to ask, "It's just that we were supposed to be enemies. Why did you help me? Not only took me in, but also helped me revive Number 17. Are you interested in me?" Son Goku just wanted to quibble. Suddenly, Number 18 bent down, gently kissed Son Goku's lips. A cold touch hits. Son Goku shuddered and froze in place. Lips touch and leave. Number 18 lowered his head, but his face was already flushed. The crowd watching the movie burst into applause again when they saw this scene. Wonderful things have happened. It felt wrong just now. Son Goku said one sentence. She could say 3 sentences. Number 18 of that world seems to have fallen. He's handsome, strong, rich. What woman doesn't love her? It's normal. Vados, their family has such a good life. There are countless beautiful clothes and bags, and there are professional chefs. Which girl does not yearn for such a life? It's normal for the 18th to not want to work hard. Master Roshi, I really envy that Goku. So many girls like him. Old Supreme Kai said with a wretched expression. Compared to those, I still expect them to give some benefits. It is a pity to switch the screen at a critical moment every time. That size 18 figure is also great. Keep going, don't stop. Supreme Kai Xin, ancestor, don't do this. Makarita, that Goku, you're very lucky. It seemed that all the beautiful women took the initiative to find him. The same goes for Lan Chi. I didn't expect Number 18 to do the same. The stack of banknotes in Chi-Chi's hand is deformed by touching. Damn it, that Number 18 actually fell in love with our Goku. How shameless. Bulma's face is full of curiosity. Goku in our world is also very attractive to girls. It's just that he doesn't understand girls at all, so it's all wasted. And Goku's luck in that world is even stronger. Besides, he doesn't seem to know how to reject a girl. Kelin saw the shy expression of Number 18 in the light curtain. His face became ugly, and from time to time he secretly threw it at Number 18 beside him. Number 18 glanced at Kelin. Look at me, the me in that world. It's not me. We have nothing to do with each other. What's more, Number 18 in the Trunks world was killed. Why don't you feel sorry for her? Kelin blinked, suddenly enlightened. Hey, when you say that, it seems to make sense. Son Goku laughed and said, yeah, Kelin, the world of Trunks, the 18th and 17th were both blown to powder by Trunks. Vegeta, finally I'm not the only one who got green. It's much more balanced. Lee Brian, if the 18th didn't happen to go to their house, it would be miserable. There is someone who can provide her with shelter when she is isolated and helpless, and it makes sense to fall in love with him. I remember, when I was not practicing, bad people followed me and knocked on my door. At that time, I wished that a boy could come to my house to protect me and give me a sense of security. If so, I will definitely give him all my love. Kakunshaw, yes, the reason why we have become so strong is not because there are no boys to love. Liu Oji, hey, I really envy her. Jiras, love always appears when a woman is weakest. After kissing on the 18th, he covered his face and ran out. Not long after, the door of the laboratory opened. Bulma came out. She stretched greatly and walked towards Sumo. Husband, I want a hug. Son Goku stretched out his arms naturally, and gave Bulma a big hug. Son Goku asked, fixed him? It's coming soon, my dad can solve the rest by himself. Suddenly, Bulma looked carefully at Son Goku's lips. Did you secretly use my lipstick? Son Goku, huh? What? If you want to hug me, you just hug me. When did you become so obedient? Come try my lip balm today. The peach flavor. After saying that, Bulma kissed him deeply. Unlike Number 18, Bulma's lips are very moist and warm. Son Goku was also deeply fascinated by it. Suddenly, he sensed a strong aura. Such a strong smell, very familiar. A flash of inspiration flashed in Son Goku's mind. It's Vegeta. Vegeta seems to have become stronger. He has been to the spiritual time room. His strength has increased dramatically and he is fighting Cell. Son Goku really wants to go there and have a look. Unexpectedly, Bulma looks like an octopus. Has become a pendant. Deadlocked Son Goku. Bulma said angrily, just now Number 18 is really annoying. Husband, take me to the room to continue. This time, I locked the door. The two of them enjoyed the bedroom. Bulma felt that Son Goku was distracted. Somewhat angry. Goku, do you not love me anymore? Are you thinking of other women? Absolutely not. I sense the breath of Cell. Bulma immediately blocked Son Goku's mouth. Stop sensing it. It's useless to even think about it. Now you can't do strenuous exercise. Let me help you relax. Come on. Master Roshi, Bulma is too unrestrained. Come on. Old Supreme Kai, hurry up. The scene I want to watch is finally playing. Everyone else also looked at the light curtain without blinking. Suddenly, the screen changed and switched to the battle screen between Vegeta and Cell. Holy shit. This light curtain has no martial ethics. You will die if you play for one more minute. Vegeta suddenly burst out with a strong breath. His strength was much stronger than before. Not only surpassed the artificial man, surpassed Piccolo, but also surpassed the second stage Cell. In a flash, Vegeta punched Cell's abdomen hard. Cell's eyeballs bulged instantly, and his veins were exposed all over his body. In the next moment, Vegeta swept with a fist and a whip kick, and hit Cell again and retreated continuously. Just a few strokes down, Cell was overturned. Vegeta said disdainfully, "HMPH, I thought you were some kind of monster. You are so strong, you are so vulnerable." Cell wiped the corner of his mouth and said with a smile, "Haha, my skills are not bad." The next moment, Cell suddenly punched Vegeta with a burst of energy. Vegeta raised an arm lightly, blocking Cell's attack. Immediately after that, he hugged Cell's huge arms with both hands, and slapped him hard on the beach. Cell stood up with a carp. "Damn it. Do you really want me to make a move?" Vegeta laughed and said, "Of course. Do you think I'm joking with you? Don't be naughty, let the horse come over." Cell suddenly shouted. The breath in his body also rose sharply at this moment. Soon, the muscles of Cell's whole body bulged, and his breathing increased a lot. Vegeta twisted his mouth and pointed his thumb at himself again. He smiled disdainfully and said, "Hee hee, the combat power has improved a lot. But so what? In front of Super Vegeta, you will still fail." Kelin, shocked, Vegeta actually made the gesture again? Beerus, it's a habitual action, I can't change it. Son Goku, if number 18 is not absorbed by him, Vegeta should be able to get rid of him soon, right? Wise, you still don't know Vegeta. He just wants to defeat the strongest Cell, maybe even help him. Vegeta tightly clenched his fists and cursed, "That idiot?" Toppo took a peek at Vegeta and said in a low voice, "I'm so looking forward to it. I'm going to see that 10,000-year-old dick eat up again?" Dispo, let's just say that some minor problems have been developed since childhood, and it's really hard to change? Watching the battle between Vegeta and Cell, Jiren's eyes lit up. Saiyan's growth is indeed very fast, and he has become so strong in just a few days? Vermit, Saiyan really has no limit. From being so weak at the beginning, it is really not easy to grow to where it is today. Makarita, to be honest, that Vegeta is indeed a group Cell, who raised his strength to the highest level, punched Vegeta with a punch. Vegeta didn't hide, and let Cell's fist hit his face. However, Vegeta appeared to be unscathed. There were just a few scratches on his face, and he didn't take a step back. Vegeta wiped the corner of his mouth and said, "It's unbelievable. After practicing, my strength suddenly became surprisingly strong. Now, I am the strongest person in the universe that deserves my name." Cell was shocked and said, "Damn it, how can you be so strong? Aren't you Vegeta?" Vegeta pointed his thumb at himself again. "No, only Iwa speed. Party Tragedy Tower." Cell was startled. "Super Vegeta, what do you mean?" Vegeta snorted coldly, "I don't have time to talk nonsense to you now, use your imagination." After speaking, Vegeta's iron fist struck up. At this moment, Cell tried his best, but still failed to hurt Vegeta in the slightest. Instead, he was beaten by Vegeta and screamed again and again. Vegeta proudly looked at the miserable Cell. Humiliated, "I have used all my strength and only have this kind of strength. I really overestimated you, trash. I'm so disappointed, Cell. I will send you back to the West now." Cell growled feebly. "Bastard, if I can become a perfect body, you are definitely not my opponent." A faint smile appeared on Vegeta's face. "If that's the case, you can defeat me by becoming a perfect body?" Seeing Vegeta ask this question, Cell immediately became conscious. "That's right. If I become a perfect body, you will definitely lose. Speed, strength, moves, brains, all perfect. This is the result of computer calculations or..." Vegeta snorted coldly, "Your strength is too far behind mine. Why do you think you can defeat me by becoming a perfect body?" Instead of panicking, Cell smiled. He continued, "How many times do I have to say that? As long as I absorb number 18, you are no match for me at all." "Vegeta, you say I are born to fight. Shouldn't you be more excited when your opponent is stronger? Don't you want to fight the full body of me?" Inspired by 74 Vegeta, Cell evolves completely. Vegeta is well aware of Cell's aggressive tactics, but he loves it. Vegeta smiled and said, "Humphrey, you know Saiyan very well. Okay, I will satisfy you and give you time to become a perfect being. You are too weak now. Even if I defeat you there is no point." After saying that, Vegeta let Cell go and left directly. Cell saw the fierce Vegeta leaving and breathed a deep sigh of relief. He clenched his fists, looked at the sky, and flew straight out, searching for traces of number 18. He shouted, "Number 18, where have you gone? Come out quickly. If you don't come out, I will destroy the island here." However, Cell blew up several islands in one day, but there was still no trace of number 18, as if he had disappeared from the world. "Damn it, where did you go?" After a busy day, Cell started thinking about how to find her. As soon as everything calmed down, the scene of Vegeta beating him violently happened again and again. Suddenly, He seemed to find a problem. Vegeta couldn't even defeat number 18 before. How could he suddenly become so strong? What must have happened? Dr. Gallo's computer is full of information about Son Goku and Vegeta. They are quite familiar with their combat experience. Saiyan's bloodline is the bloodline of a fighting nation. It will indeed become stronger with practice. That Son Goku, who has been cultivating since childhood. He is still practicing in the gravity room, which is also the result of many years of accumulation. But Vegeta is outrageous. I was beaten violently by number 18 a few days ago. No matter how much he cultivates, he shouldn't be so strong that he seems to be a different person in just a few days. Cell doesn't know about the existence of the spiritual time room. He can only think hard. Suddenly, a flash of light flashed through Cell's mind. By the way, Saiyan has the talent to get stronger as he fights. Once Saiyan is injured, his strength will increase by leaps and bounds after he is revived from the brink of death. Could it be that Vegeta was severely injured by number 18, and immediately became stronger after recovering? Or, is he using this talent over and over again? For a moment, Cell's eyes brightened. I have Piccolo's cells. As long as I don't damage the crystal nucleus, I can't die. Cell made a mistake and finally found a second way to evolve into a complete body. In the next moment, powerful energy gathered in his palm, and he patted the doctor on him in an instant. Boom. In an instant, most of Cell's body was blasted into powder. In the next moment, he used his regenerative ability to recover his body. He clearly felt that his strength had become stronger. Although the increase is not much, it is indeed a change of sleep. 563 Cell bombarded him over and over again. Every time he recovers from a serious injury, he becomes much stronger. The more serious the injury, the stronger the strength will be after recovery. Although physical strength has decreased, strength has indeed increased. Cell, who was watching the movie, saw the picture of Cell masturbating himself, and there was a trace of strangeness on his face. Unexpectedly, I in that world could think of such a way. It's a pity that I wasn't cruel enough to myself. Saiyan's cells are effective, but only when the injury is serious enough can the improvement be enough. To reach the level of a complete body, at least one self-destruct must be experienced. Goku, that Cell is so smart. I can't find number 18 and choose this way to become stronger. Beerus, it's not good to learn from anyone but Vegeta. Saiyan is really a strange race. They become stronger when they are beaten. Kelin, in addition to Saiyan's cells, it also has Piccolo and King Cold's cells. That guy doesn't even need fairy beans. It's outrageous. Shinshinhan, that guy can't be stronger than Son Goku. Then the world will be over. Vegeta, it's impossible. If you use too many near-death resuscitations, it will reach the limit and cannot be used anymore. Frieza looked at Cell's self-abuse over and over again with a cold look in his eyes. Back then, he suffered a great loss from this characteristic. At that time, the most correct thing he did, just give that little Namek man denned with healing magic a second. Cell gritted his teeth fiercely. Wealth is in danger. Suddenly, he shattered his whole body, leaving only his head. The next moment, he recovered, and his strength skyrocketed exponentially. He felt his own strength inconceivably, as if his face was filled with joy. Appears to be on the verge of success. Cell looked in the direction of Kelin Tower in the distance, and flew over suddenly. Immortal Kelin was looking at the Cell in the water tank, and suddenly felt a chill. That guy, could it be that he missed my fairy bean? Immortal Kelin immediately packed a bag of fairy beans. I placed it in the center of the table casually, and deliberately exposed to, then he quickly hid. Sure enough, Cell soon reached Kelin. Seeing the fairy beans scattered on the ground, a smile appeared on the corner of Cell's mouth. Ha 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 ha, great, since you're so sensible, then I will not destroy this Kelin Tower. After speaking, Cell walked away with a bag of fairy beans. Finally, after he had eaten only one fairy bean, he bombarded himself, more comprehensively again. Finally, after trying again and again, strange changes appeared on his body. His body became much smaller, the sausage mouth disappeared, and his facial features became more handsome. Son Goku, it really made him succeed? Vegeta, that guy has Kakarot's cells. The Kakarot of that world is not a brainless person. It should come as no surprise. Beerus, Vegeta, I feel that it is your way of thinking in that world, made him think of that. The Son Goku of that world never relied on that passive. Vegeta felt insulted, but was speechless. Infinite power spread to every cell of him. Cell looked at his perfect body in disbelief. Is this the perfect body? What a wonderful feeling. The improvement this time is not the improvement of more than 10% of the previous injury recovery. It is a geometric multiple improvement, and it is multidimensional. Not only has the power become incomparably stronger, even body coordination, speed, and wisdom have improved significantly. His mind is not so irritable anymore, and he has become much more sober. Cell stood still, waving his fists constantly. Feeling the majestic power of that fist, Sha couldn't help showing surprise. Cell let out a long roar, and the breath in his body surged, instantly setting off a storm. Sand and gravel splashed, the earth trembled, and the terrifying force caused the surrounding mountains to collapse. Vegeta in the distance suddenly sensed this breath. It's the breath of that guy Cell. He has become stronger. Could it be that he has absorbed number 18? A playful smile appeared on Vegeta's mouth. Have you fully recovered? That's good. It's time for me to beat you. I hope you won't let me down. Vegeta suddenly galloped towards Cell. Kelin, Shinhan and others also noticed this, and they all panicked. What happened? Cell's chi has become stronger. Did he absorb number 18? Everyone guessed. Go and have a look. Only a moment later, Vegeta came to Cell's side. Seeing Cell's thinner figure than before, Vegeta smiled and said, "It seems that you have become a full body. It's just, how did it get smaller? It seems that it hasn't made much progress." Cell also smiled. "I can't thank you enough, Vegeta, for letting me find inspiration. Then it's up to you to let me do some warm-up exercises so that I can get familiar with this perfect body." Vegeta curled his lips and pointed his thumb at himself again. "No problem. I'll send you to the west after warming up." Cell replied politely, "Please give me more advice." Kelin, listen, that Cell actually said please give me some advice. Frieza, it seems that guy is no longer the rude idiot. Wise, that Dr. Gallo is really capable. This Cell combines Saiyan's combativeness, Frieza's elegance, and Piccolo's wisdom. It's really not simple. Number 18, great, I was not absorbed in that world. Number 17, what does it have to do with you whether you absorb it or not? Number 18 laughed and said, "It seems that you have been absorbed in both worlds." Number 17? Number 17, HMPH, if you hadn't hid in Son Goku's house in that world, you would have been absorbed too. Are you okay with eating and drinking? Number 18 said angrily, "That's me in another world, and it's not the real me?" Kelin, okay, you two, give me face and stop arguing? Son Goku also persuaded the fight, and stopped the fight. Vegeta seems to have given a thumbs up again. Just look at it, it's already fighting? Vados, I can already imagine the scene of Vegeta being beaten to the point of doubting his life. Vegeta turned into Super Saiyan and punched Cell suddenly. Cell also used his moves and started fighting with him. The two wrestled with each other for several rounds. They were evenly divided, and each retreated. Vegeta said angrily, "You bastard, why don't you have any background?" Cell laughed, "I told you, this is just a warm-up exercise. Moreover, I am also getting familiar with this perfect body." Saying that, Cell touched his fist, feeling his surging power. "Use all your strength. You were beaten so embarrassingly by me yesterday. Don't you want to take revenge?" Cell smiled lightly, "Okay, it's good to make you suffer a little bit." Cell's aura surged again, and suddenly blasted towards Vegeta. However, this time, Vegeta discovered something unusual. He can no longer keep up with Cell's speed. He kicked Cell in the neck, and he was still smiling. This insulted Vegeta. Startled, Vegeta immediately bounced away and distanced himself. "Isn't it possible? Wasn't it very arrogant just now?" The next moment, Cell attacked fiercely again. He punched Vegeta so hard that he almost vomited out the overnight meal. In an instant, the situation turned completely one-sided. Vegeta once again experienced the pleasure of being beaten. Now, the Cell stage also gave him time to grow and provided inspiration for his transformation into a complete body. Cell didn't kill him either. After a while, Vegeta lay limply on the ground. He has exited the Super Saiyan transformation. At this time, Kelin, Piccolo, Shinhan and others also came. Saw a very embarrassed Vegeta. "Vegeta, are you okay?" "Feed him the fairy beans quickly." Soon, Vegeta recovered and stood up. Cell crossed his arms and said to Vegeta, "I can kill you at any time. However, I also really hope that someone can defeat me, although this hope is somewhat unlikely. That Son Goku hasn't appeared yet. I really want to know where my limit is, or I have no limits at all." Vegeta heard Cell mention Son Goku and immediately became furious. "Damn it, Cell, I'm so much stronger than Kakarot. I will definitely defeat you." Cell smiled and said, "I'm also very surprised. You couldn't even beat number 18 before. But now you are so strong. If you were given time, couldn't you become more convinced?" Vegeta snorted, "Of course I will. I will definitely become stronger." Cell nodded and said, "Really, you gave me a chance before. Then I will give you a chance to defeat me. Okay, let's hold the world's best martial arts tournament that you participated in before. In these 10 days, you all have to practice hard so that I can be better at business. This Budokai will be named after me, so let us call it the Cell Game. After 10 days, I will set up the arena, and martial arts masters from all over the world can participate." Vegeta's eyes shook. "What do you mean?" "It's very simple. I want all the martial arts masters on the planet to fight me. However, the opponent is only me, one-on-one. If I win, I will change to the next one. There is no limit to the number of participants. The more people you have, the better for you, so find as many people as possible. I will let you know the exact location. In addition, I will also broadcast it through TV stations." Kelin couldn't bear it anymore, and asked, "What is your purpose? Is it to conquer the universe?" "Purpose?" Cell pondered for a while and said, "I just want the whole world to tremble under my power. Moreover, I also have Saiyan's cells, and fighting can also enhance my strength. As for conquering the universe, not much interest. I'm not even interested in destroying Son Goku for the original purpose of Dr. Gallo's creation of me. I just want to fight with stronger people." "If you don't want to say the purpose, I simply want to see all the human beings in the world see my power. You are all trembling with fear of my power. What? Kling looked at Cell in horror. Cell's eyes lit up. That's right, little bald head. Your acting skills are good. That's the expression. After speaking, Cell stepped on the ground and flew away. Vegeta gritted his teeth and said angrily, 10 days. This kid is crazier than me. I will definitely beat you, Cell. Vegeta looked at Piccolo and said, for the next 10 days, the spiritual time room will be mine. Piccolo was taken aback. What? But defeat the perfect Cell's 10 walks. I will see Vegeta. Piccolo continued. However, a person can only enter the spiritual time room for 48 hours in a lifetime. Vegeta was surprised. How could this be? Piccolo said again. No one has ever been able to spend a day in it before. Of course, if you want to transform, you can also have unlimited time. Then you still don't want to reform? However, it will take half a year to remodel, so it's too late. Vegeta stomped his feet fiercely and shouted angrily, the person who made this is really stupid. Then I will go in first. After speaking, Vegeta flew towards the temple. Western capital. Husband, come and watch TV. What? Cell is on TV. Son Goku walked into the living room shirtless and wearing big underpants. The picture of Cell is playing on the TV. Hi everyone, my name is Cell. 10 days later, a martial arts tournament called Cell Game will be held. Your opponent is only me. It is possible to fight wheel after wheel. No matter how powerful I am, I will still be exhausted, so please come as many people as possible. Falling out or surrendering counts as a loss. Also, I don't intend to be merciful. Even being killed is considered a loss. If all your players lose, then I will kill everyone in the world. I hope that everyone who is confident will come to participate. That Cell is a complete body. Son Goku reacted, and immediately said in shock, oops, how did he become a full body? What about the 18th? When did she run out? Bulma, hey, I remember seeing her in the morning. Just at this moment, the voice of number 18 came over. Are you nervous about me? 75 Bulma, don't let the rich water flow to outsiders' fields. Son Goku turned his head and looked at number 18. Her hair was wet and she was drying it with a towel. A pink one-piece pajamas, obviously very loose, but it can't hide her slim curves at all. Son Goku glanced back at the TV again, and at number 18 again. Haven't you been out? Why do you ask? I am very obedient, and I control food, clothing and control, and I am not allowed to go out. Why should I go out? Could it be that you want to chase me away? Son Goku shook his head and said hastily, how is it possible? How could I drive you away? It's just that you have not been absorbed. How come the Cell has become a complete body? Son Goku looked at the TV again. Yes, it was indeed a complete body. Number 18 followed Son Goku's gaze and walked towards the TV. Asked, is that Cell? Yes, and it's a complete Cell. Bulma said worriedly. Unexpectedly, we hid number 18. He turned into a perfect body. What Cell game is going to be held? Husband, she has evolved into a perfect body. Are you still sure to defeat him? Son Goku pondered. There are still 10 days. Too much time. Now that he has become a perfect body, I will go to the spiritual time room to practice in 2 days. Bulma asked curiously, spiritual time house, what is that? Son Goku explained, a training room on a temple, where 1 year is inside and 1 day is outside. There is still such a magical place. Son Goku looked at Lan Chi, and Lan Chi immediately understood. I understand, if you want to go in for a year, then I'll make you some more food to bring in. Thank you. Number 18 immediately said, I want to go in too. Everyone looked at number 18 one after another. Are you okay? Number 18 retorted, why not? Before Super Saiyan Vegeta was not my opponent. My strength is not blown out. I want to avenge my brother. Besides, Cell doesn't need to recruit me anymore, and I don't have any worries. Bulma shrugged and said, you can go if you want. Didn't he the Cell say that there is no limit to the number of people? Anyway, if he cannot be defeated, the whole earth will be buried with him. It's better to have one more person and 1 point of strength. Lan Chi frowned and said, then, don't I want to prepare meals for 2 people for a year? My god, how is this possible? Bulma laughed and said, you can't cook just Goku's food. However, this is simple. Let me find some chefs and let them prepare meals for large banquets. Chichi, that's right. It's better that Bulma has a good brain, and a banquet is enough. Number 18 said, actually, I don't eat and just drink water. It is enough to prepare Goku for 1 person. Bulma, really? Then you didn't miss every meal before? Number 18 blushed and said, the main reason is that Lan Chi's cooking is so delicious. Lan Chi, I've been praised again. Bulma picked up the phone and contacted the chef. Well, in 3 days, these meals will be ready. On the 18th, he immediately said, if you want to go in for a day, it will actually be a year in it. Then I'll get ready for a change of clothes. Chichi also said, yes, Goku, I will also prepare dozens of sets of clothes for you. Don't forget about razors and shampoo. But if you can't come out, you will become a savage. Son Goku hugged Chichi and took a sip on Chichi's face. Said softly, Chichi still hurts people. Chichi said with a rosy face, you are my husband. Isn't this how it should be? After speaking, Chi went into the house to pack his clothes. Son Goku also entered the room. Lan Chi walked to Bulma and whispered, "Hey, Bulma, I feel you are too careless. How dare you let number 18 and Goku spend a year there? A man and a woman alone. Do you think something will happen?" Bulma waved his hand casually. "I've thought of it a long time ago. Don't let the wealth go to outsiders." Lan Chi was surprised. "What? Why are you like this?" Bulma said, "I would rather she stay. My research on anti-aging cell technology would not be possible without her. We have to save her for cell extraction." The corner of Lan Chi's mouth twitched. "It turns out that you are also plotting against her." Bulma smiled faintly. "Why, are you also interested in Goku?" Lan Chi suddenly blushed. "Wow, how can I won't." "Oops, I remembered. There is soup in my pot." After speaking, Lan Chi hurried to the kitchen. Bulma covered her mouth and giggled. As soon as the cell game was played, the viewers who watched the TV went cold. Fear, panic spread to every corner of the earth. That guy is actually a monster who killed hundreds of thousands of people. It's too scary. If he defeats Earth's martial arts masters, wouldn't we all be doomed? Life is really tragic. The most tragic thing is not that people are still alive but money is gone. But before the money is spent, the people are gone. Damn it, will the end of the world be in 10 days? How about confessing to the goddess today? The world's #1 martial arts association, Cell Game. I wonder if Mr. Son Goku can beat that guy. Mr. Son Goku is an undefeated legend. He has not been defeated for so many years, so he will definitely be defeated. I have to call the Tokai official. Although one Kaigong in Cell blows up a mountain, but Mr. Goku's Kamehameha is not weak either. He will definitely be defeated. I'm so nervous. I'll be relieved once I receive the notice that Mr. Goku will participate in the Cell game. How dare you challenge all the martial arts masters in the world by yourself? Mr. Son Goku alone can defeat that arrogant guy. Just as Bulma was watching TV with her legs crossed, the phone in the living room rang. Jingle bell, jingle bell. Hello, I'm Bulma. Who are you? It's Miss Bulma. Have you watched the TV? Well, I saw it. It's a Cell game. Yes, please. Can Mr. Son Goku participate in the Cell game? Bulma? Don't worry, Son Goku will definitely defeat Cell in the Cell game in 10 days. Really? That's great. Now the people are very panicked and urgently need someone to stabilize the situation. I thank you on behalf of all the people on the planet. Then we will announce it at the press conference. Okay, let's publish it. By the way, don't let the army or anything pass by to avoid unnecessary casualties. Thank you, Miss Bulma. We understand. Then, Miss Bulma, goodbye. Soon, Cell set up the martial arts arena and stood alone on the arena waiting for the start of Cell's game. Their warriors of the earth, as well as those martial arts masters with high strength, have also begun to sharpen their guns in battle. In a blink of an eye, 3 days later, Son Goku and number 18 came to the temple. Piccolo asked in surprise, "Number 18, hasn't she been absorbed?" Son Goku nodded. "No, he's been at my house all along." "That Cell should be a complete body transformed by other means," Piccolo said in surprise. "It's unbelievable." "By the way, what are you doing here?" "Number 18 and I are going to enter the spiritual time room. Is there anyone in there now?" Piccolo shook his head. "Great, if you can enter there to practice, you will definitely be able to defeat Cell. There's no one inside, so go in." "Okay, thanks." "Number 18, should I completely ignore my combat power?" 55. After speaking, Son Goku and number 18 walked into the spiritual time room. Inside it was a vast expanse of whiteness, with great pressure, high gravity, and high temperature. Number 18 fanned himself, flashed his clothes, and said, "It's so hot inside. Don't you mind if I have less?" "I don't mind. I don't mind being shirtless, do I?" "Cut, it's not like I haven't seen it before." Son Goku took out half a jar of fairy beans and placed it in a safe corner. "Alright, the practice is about to begin." In just an instant, Son Goku transformed into Super Subhuman 2. There were still traces of lightning flashing all over his body, and his hair stood on end. Number 18 was surprised. "How do you feel? Your transformation is different from last time." "What's different?" "The hair is standing on end, and it's still sparking." "Well, maybe it's because every cell in my body is a little excited when I see a beautiful woman." Number 18 blushed. "I hate it. I'll ignore you." Number 17, who was watching the movie, asked, "Number 18, have you noticed that you are different from the one in the light curtain?" Number 18 froze for a moment. "Is there anything? What's different?" Number 17, "I remember that you have always been very strong." But number 18 in that world is just like a little woman. Vegeta, this is easy to understand. Power will only yield to a stronger power. That Kakarot is strong, so she is naturally honest. Kelin, it feels like my family status has been hit by another 10,000 points. Number 18 said angrily, "What do you mean? Have I ever been violent?" Kelin trembled all over, and hurriedly waved his hands to veto. "No, number 18 in this world is also very gentle at home." Beerus, it is indeed different, but it is not only the number 18 that is different. Asking for flowers. The Bulma of that world is also much gentler than the Bulma of this world. It seems that she has never seen her get angry. Son Goku, the biggest difference is Chi. Chi in that world never forces children to study. I don't lose my temper all the time, and I am gentle to the me in that world. Wise, that's right, their personalities have changed? Vados, yes, part of a person's character is hereditary, and part of it is acquired? Champa, Vados, what do you mean? Could it be that your black-bellied personality was cultivated when you assisted me? Vados, yes, how can that be? It's just a reason. Champa, I really want to see Beerus in that world make a fool of himself? Beerus, I think it should be you from another world who made a fool of yourself. The time in the spiritual time room flows slowly. Every day, Son Goku is either practicing or competing with number 18, accompanied by someone. This depressing space and time seem to pass quickly. In the blink of an eye, a year has passed in the mental time house. Needless to say, Son Goku, on the basis of being able to transform into Super Saiyan 2, his strength has improved a lot. The number 18 talent is also very good, and his strength has also been greatly improved, although it is not as good as Cell. The problem with Vegeta before the violent beating should not be too big. The two flew down from the temple and returned to the western capital. Bulma was pleasantly surprised when he saw Goku and number 18 back. 0. How about it? Is the harvest full? Number 18 wiped his fists. Well, no problem. I can hit a Vegeta. Son Goku, I can fight 10 Vegeta. Chichi, hee. Has Vegeta become a combat unit? Ha. Just kidding. Chichi came over. You are very tired inside. I put hot water in both bathrooms. You all go take a bath. Son Goku said, yeah, that's great. Chichi, it shouldn't be very convenient for you to take a shower in it. It must be very dirty. I'll go in and rub your back too. Okay, thanks Chichi. Number 18 sighed. Oh, I'm so pitiful. No one rubbed my back. Bulma smiled lightly. You have worked hard too. On the 18th, I will go in and help you. Just right. I need to extract some of your human epidermal cells. Number 18 trembled all over. Hey. It's so scary. You can still say that after rubbing mud. I'm not dirty. I still don't want it. That's not okay. I want to study what will happen to your body after 1 year. As she spoke, Ma pushed number 18 into the bathroom. Lan Chi, come to the restaurant after washing. I have prepared a sumptuous meal for you. You don't know, the shops are closed recently. It took a lot of effort to buy these materials. Okay, thank you Lan Chi. The picture faded away at this moment. Vegeta, damn it, that Kakarot actually spoke ill of me behind my back? Piccolo, oh, I'm not even a combat unit. Kelin, oh, I was even worse in that world, not to mention that combat units are not even counted. Maybe I will die alone. Master Roshi, Kelin, don't worry, you in that world spend all day with me in the Gixian house. Watching TV every day and doing yoga is also very good. How wonderful it is to change a channel to be able to change a wave of beauties. Kling. Chichi, I lived a leisurely life in that world. And my skin is well maintained. Lan Chi, damn it, I am a great thief. Lan Chi, who turned into a chef. Even the number 18, who has been here for so many days, has a faint tendency to rise. And that me, I have been working as a cook for so long. No, you and I will change. It's really frustrating. Number 18, in this world, if I can continue to practice, our universe should be able to achieve better results. 1. Number 17, power is only for protecting precious people, as long as it is enough? Son Goku, I was so amazing in that world. Before entering the spiritual time room, you can actually transform into Super Saiyan 2. In fact, he can defeat Cell without practicing. Son Gohan, Dad, no, if you don't practice for a long time, your strength will decline. Vegeta, if you go down again, you won't fall like you. Gohan, you are such a talented person, it's a pity that you didn't take the path of martial arts. Gohan adjusted his glasses and said, my dream is to be a scholar, for things like protecting the world. I feel at ease with my father around. If you like this audiobook, subscribe the channel for more videos like this. And join my Patreon if you want to support me. Leave some comment and let me know if you guys like this story, or you have a web novel you like and want to hear its audiobook. I will be happy to create them for you. Please like, share, and leave a comment on the video.